If you can't cut it, get out of my office.
From all corners of the world, 10 teams have come to London.
Last week was a disgrace. I don't care what you won in the past. This is the Elite Series for crying out loud. I expect better.
They're here to compete for a title worth more than money can buy, under the supervision of a man famously hard to please.
No one is going to make a fool out of me. You think that's funny, do you?
Mr. Deacon's hunt for the new Street Fighter champions continues.
My spies tell me you've been giving it the big one. If this carries on, you'll be so fast out that door you won't know your Ken from your Chun-Li.
But I won last week.
Shut up. You're fired. You're fired.
Can't fire me. You're just the presenter, mate.
Yeah, this ain't even your office.
Youth of today. You better believe it. You're fired. Roll tails. Welcome to And you, with regrets, you're fired. Sorry, I don't know why I do that sometimes. Welcome along to the Gfinity Arena and welcome along to the Elite Series delivered by Domino's. It's Saturday night and that can mean only one thing. We have got 4 hours of frantic, ferocious fighting coming to you in the form of Street Fighter V. Now, we kicked off proceedings last week in the opening weekend of action and it's safe to say that we were treated to some of the best matchups that have ever graced this stage. No regrets, get out.
I'm still the daddy, pulls out the second win. Oh, no, he dashed into it! No. He dashed into it! That was so unfortunate.
The underdogs, Reason Gaming, and their opponents is Envy.
Oh, beautiful throw! Finger punch! Can he get the perfect on Angry Mojo's hand? Yes, he can! When he gets it, no, the instant overhead, and Hollywood Crimson closes it out.
One heck of a way to start a brand new season.
Oh, that was so smart. Oh, EV reversal. It's looking all wrong for Nasty Nas. Oh my God. We'll see you later. Fnatic, close it out. Oh, so good. Chases him down.
So good.
That's going to be the start. He's going to get the jump in into the EX spiral arrow. He didn't even need to go for optimal damage. And look at these guys. Look how happy these guys are with that result.
Wow, as you can see from the action, epic games last week. Do not panic, I'm not going to be on my own on this desk. I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Logan and F-Word. Gentlemen, we were treated last week, some epic matches.
It was a great start to the season. I'm really glad that we managed to make it through to this week and he didn't fire us both. So happy to be here again, and I'm glad you sorted that.
Yeah, it's like a tickly cough. It's awful, really. But
yeah, I was wondering what happened to the accent. I was loving it on the video, but it seems to have gone now.
So you're saying you don't like this accent?
I prefer the other one.
OK, fine. I'll work on that. I'll definitely... yeah, just give me a bit of time on that. Listen, gentlemen, we really were treated, though. Pop-offs and the game's going as far as they possibly could in the best of first to four.
Yeah, I might be wrong about this, but I recall the start of last season and there was a ton of 4-0 blow-ups. And like, I remember just sitting there being like, yeah, we got a lot of downtime now. Yeah. Last week was the complete opposite. We were struggling for time because the matches were all down to the wire. And it could be an indication of what to expect this season with these guys being so closely matched.
Really important start as well for the teams that did lose. Obviously, they wanted to win, but to get that consolation point for the two teams that got the 4-3, that consolation point, we know how tight it is at the end of the season. So getting that 1 point will be really important to them.
Definitely. We'll see whether it's useful. Let's look at the tables then to see those teams. I didn't play last week. You can see the reigning champs Nordavin in Group B at the bottom with 0 points. ASOS ROG Army did play, but 0 points. So Nordavin will be looking to get off to a flyer. And obviously Team Vitality didn't play last week. But as you kind of expect it, it's only been 1 week. But Fnatic, we'd expect to see them up there. #United having a better start as well.
I was really impressed by the start that Hashtag United put in, and it was a really good result for them as well. They're definitely not one of the fancy teams when you look at the 10 that we have arrayed here in the Elite Series, but I think they started out on the right foot. You have to be aggressive, you have to go out and attack. And in this single game format, it's about confidence. More than anything, I think it's about confidence and executing a game plan.
And how important is that confidence with who they have today? I don't want to give too much away, but they've got a big match today. So the fact they've got that win, those 3 points, they set themselves up now.
Literally, that's what I was leading into, and it's nice to know that we are.
You're a team.
Synergy.
One big family. It's a beautiful thing. Listen, and the People's Champs, Reason Gaming, obviously getting that point. But listen, for those of you who are scratching your heads as to how the whole tournament plays out, you are in luck. We have a short video a little further down the page that you're watching on right now that will give you all the information you need to know to follow the action. Go check it out, but make sure you come right back. That is very important. In the meantime, it's about time that I should introduce you to the yin to my yang, the Batman to my Robin, you get the idea. It's Lottie Van Prague, the queen of backstage. How are you doing, LVP? You looking forward to tonight's games?
Thank you, Tom. What a lovely introduction. I am very well, thank you, mate. I hope you are too. You seem very happy and chirpy as usual. And I cannot wait for tonight's games because last week was incredible. So there's a little bit of a standard to take for week number 2, and I'm hoping that the boys can pull us through. Now, of course, I'm down here in the Domino's Den. Like you said, I'm queen of this place. And of course, it's fantastic, but even better so because I'm going to be grabbing players down here all night long and throughout the whole season to get their verdict on how they feel before games and after. And also I'm going to have some of my friends, some of the talent members down here too. For example, commentators like these two guys right here. I've got Damascus and I've got Sengan with me. Gentlemen, welcome to week number 2. Fantastic to have you. Damascus, we haven't seen you for ages. How have you been?
I've been well. I mean, it's good to be back home, Gfinity. I missed last week, but I'm not leaving now. You're going to see me a lot.
Okay, you're staying here forever, down here in the den with me. And Sengan, of course, we saw you week number 1. Week number 2 is just going to get better, right?
It's going to be magical.
Absolutely magical. Well, should we take a look at some of the matches that we have got coming up, gents? Now, of course, first up, we've got Team Vitality versus Reason Gaming, and I'm really excited for this because Undercover is back. He's going to be on that main stage. Now, Damascus, looking at last week, we saw Reason Gaming looking fantastic with Poisesto. Now, of course, he's not playing this week, but we've got 3 top dollar men who are going to be on that stage playing too. How do you think their chances are going to fare?
I mean, it's always good chances because they've got Vegapatch and Nankor, who's definitely a player who can trust. He showed it on the last season with Unilad, and now he's going to pretty much do the same. I was talking to him earlier, and he oozes confidence today. He's extremely happy to be there and ready to take on anyone. Angry Mojo-san, obviously someone you can rely on. Undercover is a bit of the wild card today, I would say, because we haven't seen him playing in a while, but he's got his 2 daughters on the crowd today. You cannot lose. You cannot lose with that. They are the official Reason mascots.
Whoever beats Undercover, if they beat him, no one's going to like them in the FGC.
No, you'll be our worst fan. Now, of course, Sengan, we've got an incredible plethora of games to get through, but from the list, is there anything you're really looking forward to the most?
Nordivin versus Hashtag has got to be my favourite. The champs are back. Phenom's not here, though, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on without him. They've done it before. Let's see if they can do it again. But Hashtag as a team are looking mighty interesting to me. The synergy that they have, the players and characters that they use, can throw some quite a lot of difficulties. I'm not going to say monkey or wrench, don't worry about it, to other teams. So I'm interested to see how Nordivin deal with Hashtag, because I think they'll be looking at them like, oh, we can take these guys out, no problem, but can't underestimate Hashtag.
No, you can't. Don't underestimate anybody here in Street Fighter because everybody is in with a chance of winning this season, that is for sure. Now, guys, of course, we want to hear from you at home too, so please get on Twitter, get on Facebook, please come at us. That I mean it, come at us, because we want to hear what you have to say about all of the matchups this week and get involved. And of course, guys, we also have free tickets. That's right. You could be in the arena with us, joining in with all the fun, all of the shout-outs and all the pop-offs. So please get online, take over our arena, guys. We're inviting you to come. Free tickets, don't miss out on it. Tom, I guess it's back over to you.
Thank you very much, LVP, and to Damascus and Sengan. Looking forward to having you out here talking about more monkeys and wrenches, no doubt. Listen, to kick off tonight's proceedings, there was only one man with a big enough personality we could turn to. TKR and his Vitality squad take on the fan favourites, the Barmy Army of Reason Gaming, in a clash that is brimming with personality. Game 1, let's get amongst it.
Oh my goodness! Link Excello!
Oh, and he hits it! Wow!
That was wild!
So there we go. Gentlemen, there we go. Let's talk about Vitality, their debut tonight. Great lineup. We saw them deliver last year in Season 3. They're an exciting team. No Link Exelo this week, who had a decent Season 3. Will he be missed? In fact, he's back. He's there. TKR.
Yeah. Junior Leo, I think, is the player there.
Junior Leo, yes, he had a fantastic Season 3.
And of course, Apollo Steed, their new signing, is on the bench this week as well. So.
Okay, what do we need to know about him? Who's the danger man? Is it TKR? Or
I think Verdoyance.
I think Verdoyance as well.
My God.
Definitely going to be exciting to watch.
I actually had the displeasure of just mucking about just now and really hogging the setups and playing Verdoyance for a little while. You know, I've played Shoryu Sengan's Blanca, you know, it's okay, it's okay. This guy's on a different level, and he has got some disgustingly cheap tactics. Disgusting. I mean,
in terms of what levels of Verdoyance, because he was with Method in Season 2.
Yep.
He's back. Is that a tactical move in terms of matchups with other teams?
I think they've just picked him up because he's a free agent. He wasn't really at the forefront of Method's team plan. He's changed over to use Blanca, and Blanca is a very tricky character. He's got a lot of gimmicks. His V-trigger potential to do enormous burst damage makes him really, really scary. And if you've got, you know, your setups, your 50-50s, your gimmick set play down with Blanca, he's incredibly effective in one-off games, which...
I think the scary thing as well, to extend upon what he's saying, is the character's still not been fully explored. We've seen a couple guys like, you know, Wolfgang in America really take the character to a good level.
I mean, even Alex Valle is having
Valle as well, yeah.
You know, in and around Evo, he was doing really well in the team tournament that we had.
Stuff. Yeah, great run. Despite that, I'm still seeing new tech on a monthly basis for this character. So Verdoyance is going to have one or two things that these guys have never seen before. And in a one-game set, you're not going to be able to adapt to that. If he gets you in that position, you're dead. So.
And obviously, back in the day when they won that competition, MV, they won the Elite Series, TKR moved ship. Do you think that was working out well for him, being like kind of the leading man?
I think TKR works really well on a team in this kind of format because he's just such a big personality, so much confidence, so much charisma, and he's a competent player. You know, he's not dead weight on a team as well. He's going to pull his weight. He's got a decent selection of characters to pick from, so he doesn't really get himself in situations where it's terrible matchups that he's going to be playing.
Yeah, because they were exciting in Season 3, this team, Vitality. Are they still as exciting this year?
I think more so.
More exciting.
I think more so. And you've got Link Excello, who in the middle is just really, really solid. He did have some issues when he first came to the Elite Series where he just wasn't having the reads go his way. And we've spoken about this. This game is very much about reads. You know, am I going to, you know, do my wake-up reversal? Is it going to work? Are my command grabs going to hit? And it seemed like Link Excello was so hit or miss in terms of his results depending on the reads. He's got a lot more solid style now. I think this was actually the game that we were talking about when everything worked out for him, and there you go, he won there. But he has a lot more reliable style, less gambling with the character. Nakali's really solid. So he's a great player to have in the middle of the team, just to give you that stability. TKR is going to give you that charisma and personality. It's going to pick everyone up and give them that confidence, and hopefully Verdoyance will rob a couple of games off people. And that's what you need. You need one or two games kind of stolen, and it will add, and you will get to that four wins first.
Because the way the whole match draw, the flipping of a coin, and I pick the player that I want to play from your team and back and forth. Reason have got it all to do then. They came so close last week. We were cheering for them. Great matchup. Angry Mojo-san against Michelle Crimson at the end.
Wow.
I mean, Angry Mojo-san afterwards, after the game, after the whole show, he was saying to me, it's just that minute. If I'd have pressed that button, he was pointing out on his sort of controller. It was just like, if I'd have hit that button, I would have won. That one. I mean, just reliving those moments, it could have been so different, but...
I think when you look back at last week and you look at how, you know, Poisesto played on the squad, really carry that momentum for his team and then drive, you know, his team to perform the way they did. What you're looking at this week is you're looking at Poisesto to do the same, and then the rest of the squad to up their game that bit, and that could get them over the line in this matchup. Unfortunately, there's no Poisesto
Well, this is what I wanted to talk about. He was incredible, even on his birthday, delivering, comments being left on our Facebook saying, who is this guy? This is some epic stuff. Why is he not here this week?
I don't know.
I have no idea, and it's going to be such an ask for Undercover to step in and really make up for that, because
it's a big loss.
Poisesto really carried the team last week, and he couldn't even carry them to a victory. I'm really interested to see how Angry Mojo-san does.
That was so disgusting.
How Angry Mojo-san does this week. He looked uncomfortable in the Dalsim matchup against.
It was almost as if he'd never experienced that before.
Maybe that level of Dalsim.
Yeah.
He looked really uncomfortable. It looked like he didn't have a reliable strategy playing that style of Dalsim. It'll be interesting to see how he does this week.
What about Undercover, his character matchup? Is he still using Nakali for this?
Well, I had the pleasure of watching the coin toss. I'm not going to give anything away because I know you're going to say that in a second. And you know, Undercover really. He's going to be the backbone. If they're going to get victory today, Undercover needs to be at his best. He still plays Nakali. He still plays a very scary Nakali. You know, he actually beat me online a few months ago and took so many points off me.
I mean, that doesn't mean nothing, though, does it, really?
Yeah, well, you know, it's just saying, you know, it's a pretty decent player here and there, you know. Okay, I'm not, but, you know, the bottom line is it's one game, right?
Yeah.
And Nakali's a scary character in one game if he plays a certain way, and he plays that kind of Nakali too.
Phenom uses Nakali.
Nakali is such a solid character.
Yeah.
He's
He
just
can also
really
play crazy
solid.
as well, you know.
But he has all the tools at his disposal to go crazy if you want as well. So he's really scary in single games as a character, but also really stable to be used. So you don't know what type of play you're going to go up against, but you can be really solid with him, and it makes him really good in these kind of team tournament situations.
I think we believe. Did we see Infectious using Nakali?
Yeah, he did. He had to switch out
and the
from
spacing.
the Zeku.
He went for the solidarity versus the, you know, a little bit of crazy
solidity.
Solidity. Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
not solidarity.
If you were to put a prediction on this matchup right now, just on paper, and we know anything could happen in the Elite Series, but you know,
I think it's going to be incredibly unlikely that Reason will be able to pull it out, man.
I think Reason had a decent chance, but I think the coin toss has gone horribly against them. And, you know, as much as we're going to be rooting for them, we're going to be rooting for Reason.
Yeah. And for this, the first time, actually, the first time Reason have got their own mascots. Undercovers, two girls, Lola and Sophie are in here. There they are. And then there's Mr. Masood, Undercover Fan Club. And that is what they've got right there.
Mr. Masood! Woo!
There you go. They'll be supporting him. Does that add a little bit of pressure? Like, talk to me about the tournaments when you've got family in that are there to support
I'm hoping it adds a bit of guilt on the Vitality team. I mean, how can you possibly beat... Look at these lovely little girls. You can't beat their dad.
Yeah.
Gotta let him win.
I'm hoping he really steps up, because it would be a great story. We all want to get behind Reason. We all want to support Reason. They're, like you said, they're everyone's second team, you know. But I think Vitality, it's their first week of fixtures here in the Elite Series. They're going to want to set pace. They're going to want to make a statement. And I think it's going to be really, really hard for Reason to compete.
OK, well, listen, let's welcome them out. It's time to put your hands together for this team. Making a debut in season for the Vitality, we have TKR, Link Exlo, and Verdoyans. I was just waiting to see what TKR would do. Nothing as of yet. All right, for Reason, please, there it is. Please welcome out Angry Mojo-san, Vega Patch, and Undercover! Welcome back, monsieur, welcome back.
Hello.
Ça va?
Ça va très très bien. And you?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. Is it nice to be back in the Elite Series?
Yeah, I'm very happy because this time we can win with the team.
Okay, beautiful. And do you feel a bit left out? You have no glasses, TKR, compared to
No, I don't. I have no glasses.
Okay, fair enough. There we go. I'm going to come in Undercover. Obviously, you've got the mascots with your two girls. Is that going to spur you on?
Well, yeah, I suppose. Sophie's already told me if I don't win, she's not speaking to me for the rest of the night. So
there you go.
I've got to win, really, haven't I?
That could be a nice thing or not a nice thing in that situation. It could happen for the train journey back up north. But listen, Undercover, no Poisesto this evening. Is that a tactical move from you guys?
Oh, no, I believe Bolt Strike and Poisesto would have been played if they could. They're both at work, so you're stuck with me, unfortunately.
Oh, man, I'm looking forward to it. Don't be like that. Let's have a look at the matchups, because this is the all-important thing, so we can pair up. We've got Verdoyant starting off against Vega Patch, then TKR versus Undercover. A beautiful set of matches. And then at the end, if it goes up for
Verdoyens versus Vega Patch, a repeat of the first matchup. So, here we go. Verdoyens, I will come to you, sir. Right at the front here. What do you make of that first matchup?
I play Fang as well, so I am kind of confident. I think I can do it.
Okay, a Fang off. Is that happening?
No.
Okay, fair enough. All right, fair enough. No, come back over to here. Angry Mojo-san, the celebration was delightful last week. Are we going to sit? It was just... It was beautiful. Have you been working on your celebration?
I didn't. I should have.
How do you feel about your character and your matchup tonight, who you're playing?
Well, I play against Verdoyens Blanca, I suppose, because he has other characters. He used to play Fang, but I think I can use that against him. And then I play against Linkecelo. Nekali, I think, is not a good matchup, but in the last Sonic Boom CPT, it went well for me, so...
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, listen, all that confidence. I need more confidence for you. Reason Gaming on my left side and Vitality on there. You can head up for me, gentlemen. Get yourself sorted. Good luck. I love the fact that Street Fighter guys are bringing down their own bottle of water as if it might get a little bit thirsty down here after all of that chatting. Gentlemen, let's get straight to it. How do you see those matchups?
Man, that coin toss was harsh. I think that coin toss was very harsh. Angry Mojo-san only plays once in the entire set. You know, I mean, I'm guessing Vitality won that coin toss, and they've
tried to avoid him.
Yeah, they've avoided him, and they've made it a mission to go after Undercover. Undercover hasn't been on the Elite Series since last season. Of course, he's one of the lesser accomplished players in the whole Elite Series. But I'd like to see him shut their mouths here and really prove them wrong for picking him so many times.
TKR taking on Undercover 3 times, if it goes that far. How does his character Nekali match up against, I'm assuming, an Abigail that maybe...
it's actually a good match against Abigail. He'll probably use Chun-Li.
Yeah, Chun-Li, yeah.
I think he'll probably use Chun-Li.
Actually, Nekali's complained a ton about that matchup. I think it's even, but Nekali's think it's horrible. Every Nekali I talk to thinks it's like a horrible matchup.
Yeah, but now, you can't really talk to Nekali players about matchups.
Yeah, just every matchup's horrible.
Just ever, yeah. Just in general. That's a good note. So, Logan, you're saying Vitality for this one?
I think so, especially now that there's so much on Undercover. You know, if Poisesto was in there and they had to play him 3 times, you know, no disrespect to Stay, love him so much, but I just think it would be too much. And Vitality are here to make a statement.
On a positive note, for Reason, let's be brutally honest here. If there is a weak link in this team, it's going to be TKR. I mean, he plays Chun-Li and Abigail. You're not quite sure what's going to show up, and he does take a lot of risk. So, you know, if Undercover had to play someone 3 times in this whole team, and he had to pick it, he'd probably pick TKR. So still uphill, but at least he's got that to hold him to.
I don't know why you're digging out TKR like that. He's not going to enjoy that.
I'm not digging out.
He's not going to enjoy that.
I'm just, look, he's 2 teammates.
I'm winding
just
you
quite
up.
strong. That's what I'm saying.
I like your predictions. Gentlemen, I will ask the 2 guys over there, Damascus, Sengun, do you agree with that? Vitality, the stronger team, and as F-Word said, maybe TKR is the person that Reason need to target?
Oh, I do agree with that. I think he's having a bit of a go at TKR there. I don't know about that so much, but yeah, no, I think Vitality have the stronger lineup.
They have the stronger lineup. And I mean, TKR, he was in a character crisis. He didn't like playing Abigail that much. He went back to Chun-Li, but he's still not satisfied how he plays. He's just freshly out of a character crisis, and I'm not even sure is he really out of that crisis, or is he just picking Chun-Li because, you know,
that's
his
what
character.
He knows. Yeah.
So that's actually like definitely a link to just capitalize on, but a lot to do for Reason.
Yes.
Vega Patch is someone they can trust. Angry Mojo-san is only playing once as well.
What's he doing with his face?
It's TKR. You don't question TKR. You just watch and enjoy it.
I love this guy.
You watch and enjoy.
This absolutely
oh my God.
Disgusting. Disgusting. Bow your head in shame, that's it. Yeah, we've got a really tasty first matchup with Verdoyens and Vega Patch.
It is.
It'll be interesting to see how Verdoyens attacks.
So yeah, seeing the picks, I was in the room when they picked each other.
Okay.
Verdoyens has to be against Vega Patch.
Okay.
At the beginning because he believes, I mean, as a former Fang player who knows play Blanca, he believes that he can do well against Fang.
Yeah.
But just as Vega Patch said, you know, he can use that against him because, you know, you might know how to play a character. That doesn't mean you know how to face that character.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah. Very true. Very true. It depends how much practice he's had. You know. How much practice he's had versus that character since switching to Blanca.
Yeah.
But I think Blanca can do well versus Fang. I mean, here you see TKR and Undercover go up against each other 3 times.
Yeah.
It depends who TKR picks. If he picks Chun-Li, I think he's got more of a solid approach. I think he is as well.
Logan said, you wouldn't pick Abigail when you have Chun.
Yeah.
In this matchup especially, it's a pretty good one.
You can control the neutral space more with Chun with their slow fireballs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Link XLO, I'm excited to see him back.
Yeah. He's someone you can trust. As Logan said, his first season at the Elite Series was not the best with Epsilon, I believe. And then when he moved to Vitality, he just unlocked his potential, picked up the pace, started to play really well, and he also has a pocket Ibuki now. If he, feels like the matchup for the Kali is not good, he's been playing a lot of Ibuki. I don't know if he's confident enough in his Ibuki to play in tournament.
Yeah.
But he's been playing her quite a lot, trying to figure out something to complete his Nekali gameplay. And who knows, we might see some Ibuki, some Ninja Tech today.
Well, Ibuki first to 1 is very
scary.
potent. Yeah,
it is scary.
You can't really react to any of her wake-ups, so she has that in her locker as well. But yeah, I'm looking. What do you reckon scores-wise? What do you reckon this is going to go down to?
I think it all comes down to that TKR against Undercover. It's going to be such an important match because TKR is not at the top of his form. Undercover, I haven't seen him play for a while, so I don't exactly know how confident he is right now.
Yeah.
But he's the kind of guy who just plays his game and doesn't care about whatever happens around. He's here to play and win. This is the game that's going to decide the outcome. I'm still going to go towards Vitality. Maybe 4-2?
Yeah,
4-2,
okay.
Yeah.
I think if Undercover can get the first win
if
Undercover can get the first win versus Vitality, that could change the whole script.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends if Vegapatch can close out Verdoyant.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I've faced Fang before with Blanca. It's not something that I like.
Oh, it's not easy. Fang is never easy. As much as a lot of people say,
he's an awkward character.
Fang is not a good character, but he's still extremely hard to face, especially in a 1-1. And that's going to be a very important game because whoever wins this one gives a lot of confidence to the next game. Because that next game, which is so critical to the entire series, is going to become confident. It's like, oh, we were up 1. I could mess up. It's okay.
Yeah, we can muck it. Yeah, you don't have as much pressure on you. You can freestyle. But here we go. We've got the first match coming up.
Blanca V-Trigger 2 against Fang V-Trigger 2. V-Trigger 1 rendered irrelevant by the introduction of his second one. Definitely the better of the two. And we'll see Vegapatch, our Spanish Fang player, trying to take on that Blanca.
So Blanca has a lot of ways to get around these fireballs with Rainbow Ball. Oh, he just dashes straight in there, but the trade on the crouch heavy punch, and he's put himself in the corner. Ooh, nice anti-air, but Doyant's just looking for that.
Yeah, but Doyant's trying to keep him in the corner.
Oh, that is a massive punish.
Gets the pressure again, and we close to stun as well, but he decides to just take his time, does not want to go for stun straight away. Vegapatch having all trouble in the world, managed to get out, gets the anti-air as well. It's time for Doyant to be in the corner.
Vegapatch almost having V-Trigger where he can mount his comeback. He's done well pushing and keeping Verdoyant in the corner here, but this is where he's dangerous. EX Rainbow Ball, back throw, gets him back in there. Very plus there on that. Oh! The punish on the whiffed crouch. Heavy!
Now Verdoyant's being comfortable. He just needs one more hit right now. Vegapatch trying to activate. Activates his out. Can he do anything against Verdoyant? Just one hit needed. Vegapatch still alive. V-Reversal to get away with that situation.
It's all uphill here. Oh, he's chasing him down with a block. Again, another V-Reversal. He's forced to spend. The V-Trigger's running out and the stand jab in between the strings. Look at that TKO up already on the first round. Verdoyant closes out the first one, but he had a lot of health and he lost so much in that V-Trigger sequence alone.
Yeah.
Vegapatch able to get that a little bit sooner. He might have been able to close that out.
Yeah, he's gonna take his time. Gonna try to just play that good old poison game and wait. Verdoyant's just very offensive. He's not willing to let Vegapatch away.
Oh my goodness, the EX cross-up didn't even hit. Was expecting it to. There's the anti-air again, the Shim Sham. EX, get off me, he doesn't care.
Alright, good block, and he's in the corner. And he does not hesitate to use V-Reversal, does not really care about V-Trigger. No conversion.
The Rainbow Ball, invincible to projectiles. Here it comes in again, tries the command grab, doesn't work.
Still has the life lead for Verdoyant.
Tries to chase in, had to block. Here comes the V-Trigger. This is where it's dangerous. In front, all plus. Gets the back throw.
I like the bait, he just waited
for
to anything.
The reversal, so Raggle, throw! Raggle. Oh! Oh, gets a wake-up back throw. It's still dangerous. Vegapatch is still in it, one hit!
Vegapatch saves it! Gets the clutch
I'm alright, guys, calm down, I'm alright. That's what he says. Calm down, Undercover. I've got this.
He's alright, and he saved it. Last second, last pixel of life for Verdoyant. Thought he won, thought he just had 20 here. Not working yet, one more round.
Oh, big boy punish down the heavy ball. Yeah, he's not trying to contest that rainbow ball anymore. He's jumping back.
I like that. Yeah, moving the hurt box as well to just get Verdoyance above. And Vegapatch trying to stay away, just play the poison game. Verdoyance is slowing down slowly but surely.
Uh-oh, that was a bad sweep. Verdoyance not doing anything, was just holding back, and now he has the health advantage. He can turtle up. All of this movement must be annoying Vegapatch. Oh no!
That's gonna be a big
punish. No, I don't know what happened there. Verdoyance manages to come out at the other end.
Yeah, Vegapatch not happy with his punish there, and Verdoyance now gets the pressure situation, gets the
jump in.
Conversion is for him. It's gonna be a throw, not yet. Vegapatch gets the tech, trying to escape, stays in front, good block.
V-reversal again, trying to bait out maybe an EX again. This Vegapatch doesn't take advantage of his frames. He gets caught low. No confirm. The jump in, trade. V-trigger activated. Oki incoming. There we go. V-reversal's at the right time there. And here Verdoyance can just set up shop. The V-trigger's run out. Vegapatch in a bad situation here, bad space. And he has to be careful throwing out any of these moves because they can get EX command grabbed.
Yeah, Verdoyance just has time now. He has full critical art as well, just needs that one confirm. 16 seconds remaining
there
and the poison is
he gets away. He's looking to time him out. Be careful with the ball, anti-air. 10 seconds, 9. And the confirm. Verdoyance closes out very cleanly. 1-0. Look at how much that meant to him. Good
relief.
Stuff.
Huge relief from Verdoyance. Getting that so important first game against Vegapatch. He's been extremely close. 10 seconds remaining on the clock as he gets that first game. And he stayed solid in the end.
Yeah, it really was a game of cat and mouse. Both characters like to annoy each other with their movement. There was that big whiff punish. He did a couple of decent whiff punishes in the first round. Manages to find the interrupt there with the stand jab. And then there, the gutsy move on the EX. Vegapatch manages to clutch out here at the end, though. Had no means in doing a back throw there, but it worked.
Yeah, this is the moment that got that jump cross-up. Verdoyance was sure about his anti-air, but unfortunately not a good choice. Still, Vegapatch could have came back. But Verdoyance staying solid. 8 seconds remaining. Gets that conversion. 1-0 for Vitality.
There you can see Vitality, how much this means to them.
It does. Mais oui! And they say, the typical, the French. And he's gonna get that first game. Unfortunate for Vegapatch, but obviously much more games coming up on this series there. Vegapatch could not close it. He might have a chance. If it goes all the way to game 7, he could play Verdoyance again and have his revenge. That's what he can hope for now.
Yeah, and Undercover has very good team morale. He's someone that you really want to have on your side, even when you're losing. But the pressure, like, although he's very good at doing that to his other teammates and making sure they're okay, I'm not sure how still he is in himself, how calm he is in himself in these situations like this. It'll be interesting to see how he does here against TKR, as you saw the Evo champ sitting in the audience.
Yep, the Evo champ rocking the Evo jacket, and he's just having fun, sitting on his throne, watching the guys fighting it out, and he's gonna watch that guy, TKR, Chun-Li probably against Undercover?
Yeah, I would imagine so. You can control a lot, but it's first to one, maybe not. Maybe he'll go with the more aggressive approach. Problem X. Is that sweet, mate? Sweet popcorn, yeah? You enjoying the show? Glad to have you here, mate. Glad to have you here.
Have you? Shout out to Problem.
Shout out to Problem making it
Evo champ, the one and only Problem. Let's go now for TKR against Undercover, most likely Chun-Li against Nikali. Yes, it is. Has a million costumes to choose from, as he is a Chun-Li player. Blessed with those DLC costumes. Has time to choose it.
And you were saying Undercover's children are in the crowd, is that right?
Yes, yeah, we might have a noisy crowd if they're actually here, but I'm not entirely sure they're here yet. We might hear them as he wrap up this one, and he goes for V-Trigger 1.
I've got a root for the underdog. Crowd, can you give me some noise for Undercover, please? Come on! Come on, Undercover.
Nice.
I've got your corner, mate.
The crowd favorite, it is the Undercover fan club with his fellow teammates from Reason. And he's gonna try to even it up against TKR's Chun-Li.
Give him all your energy. TKR not mucking about, though. Look at that costume from Chun-Li. The Black Widow. Ooh. Straight away with the jump in, gets the conversion, Undercover. Not mucking about. Come on, Grab, I like it, sir.
No respect straight away. TKR escapes the corner, gets the first throw.
Ooh. Trying to light TP, maybe trying to go for a throw bait there to punish that. Fighting out, I like this from Undercover, a bit scrappy. No punish from TKR. Crush counter, big boy stuff, resets. Tasty.
Oh, lots of jumpings as well by Undercover so far, but he's been working.
That's minus, my friend! Don't press anything! As the crowd erupts here, Undercover takes the first round.
All right, Undercover on point, and TKR cannot find his footing so far. Trying to go on the offensive this time.
Here we go, TKR trying to put his foot on Undercover's neck as he opens up, very strong.
TKR just keeping his distance, and the crowd is going mental, as you say. Close to stun. TKR needs one more, and he's gonna get to stun. Gonna maximize damage there.
Big boy damage, gets the cheeky reset, and TKR coming out, showing why he's on Vitality, why he's one of their starred players, able to come back from any horrible situation. Undercover. The anti-air is there.
Oh,
the reversal.
Just using the gap on that reversal.
Again, another anti-air. Stop jumping.
Not sure, happy to use that EX for an anti-air.
This time, TKR gets away with that cheeky press on negative frames. The anti-air. This time, a normal jump heavy kick. Reversal. TKR showing no respect. The big boy jumping. No combo though.
No conversion from Undercover. Too much was pilot there. Meets him air to air, but a good challenge by TKR. Getting close now. Got one more opening.
This is a dangerous position to be as you're getting peppered by normals in the corner from Chun-Li. Oh, I knew he wanted to jump. TKR. Valiant effort from Undercover, but it just wasn't enough. For the man with so many facial animations, I don't know what that fist bump was there, but I missed everything.
That was a wrist bump between TKR and LinkXLO. But he got that second game pretty clean as well. That first round that went all for Undercover, and TKR just woke up.
Yeah, you could see the crowd erupted here. As missed his punish there, missed a couple of opportunities. Undercover took full advantage of it and even got some cheeky resets in here. And this is where the crowd was going absolutely bananas. There as well, really good challenge on the plus frames, countered the walk back, and then TKR, like you said, put his foot down.
Yeah, just started to play, and that second round was an absolute correction, just being like, I'm fixing what happened on that first round, gets the cheeky reset at the end for the confidence that just carried over the round 3.
Then, by then it was too late. TKR was in full momentum. And then the traps here. Use a fireball, trapped with a heavy punch, knows he wants to jump. That heavy kick just catches him out of the air.
Yeah, that was a good play by TKR. He took some time to get to play comfortably, and you can see he's happy about his win there, getting the second point for his team. And obviously sadness on Undercover side, believed in it. He may have to play, he will have to play TKR again anyway, as we are moving to LinkXLO against Angry Mojo-san's only game on this series. He's only playing once.
Today?
Yeah.
Now,
coming all the way from Germany for 1 vs 1.
This is the thing with Angry Mojo-san. He is a player that I see on Reason who really does get affected by those losses and those big pressure situations. He does take every loss to heart. So having to come and step up to the plate here when he's down 0-2, it's going to be a challenge.
You know how we call him anyway? Best in Germany, best in Germany. Need to keep true to his name.
He's going up against a monster of an opponent, LinkXLO here.
That is a big opponent coming up for him, but he knows that he really needs the win. You do not want to go 0-3, and against this team, you want that confidence back. He's gonna pick his trademark Akuma, and LinkXLO, no reason for him to not to pick Nikali.
At least in this matchup, it's something that I'd imagine Angry Mojo-san has fought a lot. Last week he had to come against Mr. Crimson's Dalsim, which could be a bit tricky for him if he hasn't been tested against a lot of Dalsims. There's not that many in Europe. The ones that we do have are very strong, however. Yeah. Nikali, someone that I'd imagine he's fought against time and time again, and I'd be interested to see what type of game plan he has coming in here against LinkXLO. Here we go, game 3.
Can Angry Mojo-san just create some momentum for his team, just plays the fireball game, but LinkXLO happy to start with the biscuits.
And the late jab from LinkXLO after the demon flip palm there. Oh, the late anti-air.
Interesting interaction there.
Oh, walks underneath. Beautiful stuff from Angry Mojo-san. Has the corner, gets the tick grab, tries a meeting, no button pressed on LinkXLO's part. E-reversal, interesting stuff there.
Yeah, does not want the pressure.
He's got the health advantage, he doesn't need V-trigger, I like it.
Interesting, probably just in a hurry to do well. Lots of grey life on LinkXLO's side. And Mojo-san taking his time.
Dangerous here because Nikali's dash becomes super powered up. Oh, wow.
That was nice, that was nice still.
One more hit. Max conversion there. I'm not sure what he tried to go for. Takes that trade. Really nice spacing here from Angry Mojo-san gets a tick again, and then the double dash up does not work out. He checks it with the medium punch. Angry Mojo-san, first round. Can he be the light that Reason need today?
Very convincing first round as well, played very solid. LinkXL will have to find a way in, but Angry Mojo-san playing solid so far.
Very much so.
Staying in the corner, LinkXL with the pressure, keeps it on, lots of damage as well with Nikali. And the first command grab.
Stuns there. Oh, no punish on the neutral jump, was not ready. Angry Mojo-san gets away with it there, backs up, wakes up with a button this time.
That was a good with punish attempt. The standing medium kick that did not reach narrowly.
Oh, dashing in. Getting a bit cheeky with it, are we? Nice combo. Critical art, the V-trigger's there, Damascus.
Good there. Angry Mojo-san just needs that activation.
The frame kill, this is dangerous. You don't want to press anything. Nose crouch and medium kick is minus. No anti-air there from Angry Mojo-san. Happy to just block it out. The dash in as well. It's so scary. No anti-air again. He's clipping him. Get out of there, John! The command grab. LinkXL had enough.
That was really smart from LinkXL. He saw Angry Mojo-san was terrified. 2 times no anti-air, no button press. This is exactly when you go for a command grab. LinkXL correctly identifying his defensive habits there. Evens it up. And Angry Mojo-san this time goes for the anti-air.
I don't care if you do it there, mate. You should have done it in the last round.
That was a round ago, mate, but it's still going on. Still going on for him, one more round.
And that's what I'm talking about, the mental fortitude of Angry Mojo-san. I think it's a big boy jump in. What are you walking back for? Makes it with no punish, it doesn't matter. We pick up those scrappies. Gets the throw! Gets done! LinkXL to the back of the queue. Angry Mojo-san with his win, look at that. That's important for Reason, that's important for him and his confidence.
So important and so solid, but also so sad that he's only playing once in the entire series. He's the one who looks really on form in the team so far. He's just showed it, but unfortunately for him, he's gonna have to take a backseat now and watch his teammate and trust his teammate. But what a game!
That's the way the coin toss works. The way that
it is. I mean, that's part of the coin toss, right? The way the coin toss works at Gfinity Elite Series is that you get to choose who from the opponent plays and not who from your team plays. So as a result, the guy who is perceived as the weakest player will get to play more. That's why we get 3 TKR and 3 undercover, because that's what both teams want to capitalize on, forcing you to have consistent team chemistry.
Here, you could see, look, Angry Mojo-san didn't want to press anything. The delay tech, all the defensive habits was coming out. And LinkXL just took advantage of that. But straight away, Angry Mojo-san got a really big jump, and it was just like from here, the confidence just grew. Everything. It didn't matter what happened. Angry Mojo-san had the right answer. Caught the backdash with that EX Demon flip throw. And look at that. Perfect performance there from Angry Mojo-san. Look how happy Reason are behind his boys. Look how happy Angry Mojo-san was with that win.
Relieved,
that is.
I think LinkXL is sad, obviously. He knows that they're still ahead on the scoreboard. Not happy at his performance, wanted to wrap it up quick. And the fan club
there you go, you see how happy they are.
All right, the Reason shout out to Killer 7. Always here to make some noise.
Always behind his boys.
Up next, second, we're going to have the run back.
The run back.
TKR Chun-Li against Undercover Nikali. Undercover was not happy about his gameplay on that first game. And I have to say, TKR, once he adapted, it looked too easy for him. Let's see what Undercover can do to adapt to it.
There were some big gaps that TKR had in his offense, though, that Undercover could take advantage of coming into this. You let him jump for free. I know he's got the spinning bird kicks, but you can't anti-air that. He only did it a couple of times. And then also he has to be aware that TKR got some of his damage from those really gutsy reversal situations where if blocked, it could swing the whole match. But here we go and see if Undercover can adjust and take down the Titan that is TKR.
Yeah, and TKR this time goes on the offense straight away. Does not want to let Undercover start the offensive.
He's just using normals to annoy him now.
Yeah, this is the best way to play against Nikali. Use that standing fierce, use that standing roundhouse, use these normals to just stop him from installing his game.
All of a sudden, Undercover has switched to sides. Walks into that big heavy kick. The other side. Jab checks out of it.
Right, he was not ready to convert on this one. Undercover has an opportunity to use the V-trigger. No, activate TKR, got figure out.
Bang, bang.
Done.
TKR closes that first round.
Very convincing again by the Vitality player. Tries to go 3-1 and Undercover needs to step up.
Each time in that beginning round, dash up, crouch medium kick, confirmed into the EX legs. Don't jump out. TKR showed him that time and time and again. And again, I don't know why that's hitting him airborne, but it is. Undercover not being able to fully capitalize on that.
Yeah, Undercover on full critical art and V-trigger as well.
Oh!
And he does top the time. Use critical art, goes to the fireball, and that's gonna be a massive punish plus the meaty situation.
Has EX though, he doesn't choose to use it. Backdashes, not meaty enough to completely punish.
Too far, good block. But Undercover needs to block these.
No meter on Undercover's side. He's trying to back up. He wants to get away from TKR. This approach from Chun-Li, so scary as Vitality are up 3-1 now.
What
Very
a jump.
strong stuff.
What a jump by TKR. Perfect timing to go over that V-skill. And TKR scores the 3rd point for Team Vitality. One more to go for them to get those 3 points.
You did call 4-2, didn't you?
Yeah, I did 4-2. I'm getting close.
You're getting close.
For now, yeah, Undercover unfortunately needs to do better against TKR, and now, even if the next game is won by Team Reason by Vega Patch, Undercover will still have his team fates resting on his shoulders.
Yeah, you could see there that TKR really adapted well and just knew that he could throw out normals to frustrate Undercover. Undercover didn't know how to deal with the neutral. Could only either jump or dash, was constantly on the back foot, and TKR took advantage of that. He's merciless. He doesn't care if you've got children in the crowd. He will go at your neck.
Frustration on Undercover side, and Team Reason back to the wall. They absolutely need their wins. They cannot lose a single game right now, otherwise it is done. No more points available for them, and the next one is gonna be probably the 2 big boys on the team, Link Exelo against Vega Patch.
Vega Patch. And this is why Posesto was so important last week, because I feel like Reason have a real mental weakness in terms of when the chips are down, whereas Posesto doesn't care. He's very fearless, and they need someone like that. Yeah, they need more of that mental fortitude on their team. But Vega Patch, let's see, biting his nails, not a good look. But mate, come on, you got this, mate.
Obviously, a lot of hope on Vega Patch's gameplay right now. He's gonna have to take on Link Exelo. Link Exelo, who hasn't shown his best face so far today.
Let's see how we can get on.
All right, the Califang, Vega Patch, one chance to keep the team alive. Link Exelo, one chance to just get those 3 points and be done for the day.
Again, how much has Link Exelo practiced against Fang?
That's the real question, right?
there, though, as a training partner, they could be trained. Oh, look at that. The murder eyes on Vega Patch. He's ready. He looks locked in.
Murder face. Let's go.
Possibly the last round for Vitality. If Vega Patch can't close this out here. On death's door, Reason are staring. No punish.
A good challenge. Vega Patch taking his time now. Just getting through. Happy to just keep the poison up. And let's Link Exelo open fire.
The story unfolding here in neutral. Either player unsure really what they want to do, but Link Exelo getting those really good V skills there to raise his V trigger.
Yeah, we need to see maybe Vega Patch jumping a bit more to stop him from using those V skills, but not yet. Vega Patch happy to take his time. Has 99 seconds and happy to use all of them, but right now Link Exelo with a great position gets the throw.
Meaty throw as well. You can use those throws so you can't escape with his EX. Like that. Anti-airs was ready. Other side, no button press. Big boy jumping. Can he get something going here? This is where we see Vega Patch shine the most.
That was a great smart choice to not stay right there.
Uh-oh.
Would have been really hard to block. No anti-air on this one, but Vega Patch.
Look at the health.
Work. Oh! Vega Patch waiting. Link Exelo not pressing any buttons so far, trying to challenge.
Oh, just outside the V-trigger activation. He's going to close it out with that one. Vega Patch doing really well when he gets his V-trigger going. If he could just do a tiny bit more without it, not rely on it as much.
Definitely did great, but Link Exelo was way too confident. And the EXDP, get off me!
Yeah, he's feeling it now. Link Exelo is not scared whatsoever. The anti and neutral light punch from Link Exelo. Uh-oh. No conversion. Big boy crush counter. Gets the setup. That was so meaty. It was almost like a bit of pepperoni on that Domino's pizza as the stun comes in. Bang! There we go. You like how I said that in? Vitality will advance with those 3 points.
3 points of Vitality and the love between teammates. These guys are here for the win. They played great today. Very unfortunate for Team Reason, who could not match the pace set by Team Vitality. Look at this.
Bit of anime reference in there.
Yeah.
I like it.
They got the Survey Corps. Survey Corps to Salt Bay. Let's go. Team Vitality got the celebrations on point and gets the win. 3 points for the team. 3 extremely important points for their first game in the Elite Series, and just, you know, start on top of the leaderboards.
As we have a look back at that last match, Vega Patch did really well when he got his V-trigger going in. You can see Linkexcelo just bullying him in the corner with those 2 grabs in case he used the EX. He then does decide to use the EX.
Yeah,
made
not a good first
comeback.
round, but then Linkexelo's mental fortitude as well. He's becoming much better right now at just keeping it cool, at playing his game, and he just kept going. Vega Patch just could not handle his offense.
Those 2 pepperoni meaties twice. Hey, little pay rise for me, I think. Hey?
Yeah.
Get that in there. And then look at the reactions there from Vitality. TKR so happy.
Oh, TKR, always there. Very unfortunate for Vega Patch. We will see him and his Fang more. Unfortunate day for him today, but they know. And the Survey Corps, the salute is there.
Ça te met 1, 2, 3,
yeah. Sprinkle it. Sprinkle it.
Multilingual.
Multilingual.
Hey,
You're becoming better at French, man.
Yeah, am I?
You are. Yeah, you are.
Thanks, man.
Getting,
It's all
like,
training you've been
getting,
getting.
it's like, you know, have to get the guy in. You know?
Reason, I mean, there's some takeaways from that. Angry Mojo-san will be happy with himself. Maybe as they come into the 3rd week, they can, or 4th week, they can increase.
But the main
themselves.
takeaway is just on the player pick, right? It's like players will pick the perceived weakest player to play more, so you need just a consistent roster. Unfortunately, it was not the case today. For reason, we'll see them more. But you know what? Let's see what Tom and the boys think about this game, because I had fun personally.
You sounded like you were having a lot of fun, Sengan and Damascus. No point doing it now. Should have done it in the last match. Classic moment from Sengan. Gentlemen, F-word, Logan, let's talk about that. 4-1. You know, Reason did their best in that situation.
It went pretty much as I was expecting it to go. You saw the gap in class. As F-word said, the draw really went against Reason because Angry Mojo-san's probably the player that you'd look to the most to pull out, and he was only going to play once anyway.
I think if you look at player strength, Vega Patch is probably the strongest player on their team. But if you go by character, you're absolutely right. Guki and Akuma, limited to playing once. I mean, if you're Vitality, you're just laughing there. You're so happy.
Vega Patch lost both his games as well, so...
TKR won both of his games, F-words.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And that's interesting because you'd said that he might be the man to target, but it didn't pay off because
he is the man to target in that team.
Yes.
Because the other 2 guys, as you saw, are just, you know, they're just tiny, a slight step ahead of him.
Yeah.
But still, it's a solid squad. I mean, there's not really a weakness that Reason could exploit.
Yeah.
But if they were good at targeting anyone,
the pairings didn't really go for him either, to be fair.
Exactly.
You know, if you want to attack TKR, but with your strongest players, unfortunately, Undercover was paired up with him 3 times.
Yeah, would it have been a better matchup? It was Angry Mojo-san against TKR.
Would have liked to see it. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah. Or Vega Patch. You know, you want to try and just get as many wins as you can. Obviously, that's a really obvious thing to say, and that's about trying to stack your matchups. When you lose a toss and you don't have as much control about the pairings, you end up in these situations where, you know, Vitality's stronger players are going to be playing the stronger players on Reason. There's still a skill gap there, and I think Vitality had the edge there. And their weakest player, TKR, is playing Undercover, who again is still...
he's still elite. I mean,
I'd still put him, you know, I'd still put TKR above. So none of their matchups.
In terms of pop-off...
Oh, my, you're obsessed, man.
No, I am because they've worked on this, and I think...
I really like the pop-off, Logan's got a problem with the word pop-off. I think it's brilliant. Keep saying it. Love it.
Well, they
celebration. Their celebration. Yeah, it sounds
boring.
It just doesn't get pop-off. It gives it something.
I did appreciate the synchronized Salt Bay.
It happened. Listen, let's find out how TKR is feeling
nice
after that, because
Steve.
he is now about to chat to LVP.
He is indeed, Tom. If I can get him not looking at himself on the back on the back screen over there, but he was admiring his pop off. It's a very good pop off. It's the Salt Bay, isn't it?
Yes.
Salt Bay pop off. Is that that's a standard for you, isn't it, TKR?
This is my pose, my only pose. So
His only pose, guys. Yes. His only pose. Now, of course, you guys are back. You're here at the Elite Series. It's Season 4. Are you happy to be back in the arena playing on that main stage?
Yeah, I'm very happy because, like I said before, this time we can win, and I hope we will win.
You know what? You've just taken the words out of my mouth. That was my next question. You know, what have you got in store for us with this team? Is this team going all the way?
No, we can change the team like Apollo Steed and Junior Leo can play at every match, as me, as Verdoyance. We have a very good team this time, and it's okay. It's okay for this Elite Series.
I like that. So you've got your picks, you've got your drafts, and you can go in and out as you please, and you're still confident with your team. That's fantastic. I just want to quickly talk about that round that Undercover took off you in the first time you faced him, because, guys, that was really good. How did it make you feel when he was able to beat you in that first round?
When he won me the first round, I was very scared because Nekalo can beat you in every round and every match. And I was like, no, he can't beat me because I play every day with Link Xelo. He's one of the best Nekali in Europe, and I just can't win. And after this round, I just said myself, Omae Mushin deru, and I won.
I don't really have anything else to say to you, TKR. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you at action again. Tom, it's back to you.
Thank you very much. TKR is pacing around on his left foot, right foot.
He looks like a schoolboy that needs to be let
I think he needs to go to the toilet.
Let him go. We'll let him go now. He's performed.
English, Japanese, and French. Impressive.
Yeah, do you remember when we first started and he wasn't really able to give interviews in English? Now he's doing the interviews in English and Japanese as well.
Well, that is fair play to him. He's used his off time very productively. I want to talk about that game one. Very, very frustrating taking on Verdoyance with Blanca. Just want to talk about how the fact he's using the clock to his advantage, making it incredibly difficult for Fang to get close.
Yeah, I think it's not even about Fang getting close. It's about Fang's tools are all. Blanca's got a reliable answer for all of them. All the things that make Fang annoying, he's got an answer for. You can't keep him in the corner. You can't anti-air those balls reliably, and you get punished for trying to do it. And then also, when you finally get him in these situations, he just gets out of it. It's so annoying. And then the one time he had him under pressure, Verdoyance just had the read and did up ball. Both times it hit.
I mean, you saw even there, the round that he did win, it was incredibly close. It wasn't
so
a dominant win. So.
I mean, you say that Fang's an annoying character. This is how you out-annoy the annoyer.
Yeah, I think, Blanca, if there's one character more annoying than Fang in the game, it's Blanca. And he does a lot of the stuff Fang does better.
He's always been really annoying, just by design. Blanca's there just to be frustrating and annoying. He's always just been annoying.
Just when he's jumped up on you, he's like, biting at you, like,
his movement is like, you can't read him. He's just, he's so annoying.
So why not more players using Blanca?
Well, we're seeing them slowly come through. That's the thing with Street Fighter specifically and fighting games. It takes time for players to reach a comparable level with new characters that they were already at with their mains previously. So it generally takes about 6 months for people to be supremely confident to go into competitive situations with newer characters. And you see that across the board in all the different fighting game titles. It's nothing new here. But there's, we have Brian using Blanca as well. I'm sort of Daddy's got a Blanca, so we're seeing more and more.
Well, Shoryu's Sengen's using Blanca, so you know it's going to be a cheap character, a cheap brain-dead character if Shoryu's Sengen's picking him up.
Wow.
Let's keep it real.
OK, look, let's have a little recap of that matchup. Kisses galore for the French team there. TKR, he's back. Is he doing an interview in Japanese? Is it going to be in French? Is it going to be English? We never know. But you will get the celebrations and the pop-ups. Now, listen, if you do want to come down here to the Gfinity Elite Series, it is very simple. You can get free tickets. Go to gfinityesports.com/tickets. Come down here and support with those boys. Right, so we are one match down of week 2, and well, what a way to start it off with the People's Champs taking on the return of Vitality, their first time out in Season 4 of Street Fighter V. Undercover with it all to do, the faces of TKR, just not enough to beat those boys from France Vitality. But you know what? I think they could be proud. Even Mr. Masood was able to celebrate one win for Angry Mojo-san against Link Xelo, but just not enough. Will we see the return of Poisesto next week for them to get back to potentially getting some points on the board? Salt Bays all around for those guys. Right then. Woo! 1 game down, 3 more to go. Our second match of the night is ready to rumble. Both of these teams suffered demoralising defeats in week 1, but one of them will walk away tonight with a victory. It's ASOS ROG Army against Epsilon.
Slide for you. Absolute madman. Oh, what are you flexing for?
Jones Arcade closes that one out.
Oh! Oh my goodness, that was beautiful.
Right then, Epsilon versus Army. This is going to be a juicy contest. Now, you may have seen from week 1, there is a gun to hire. He goes by the name of Gunslinger. How is he feeling tonight, LVP?
Hey, chefs. Hey, oh, hi guys, hi. We are live. We are live in the Domino's den right now. Sorry about that. We're just getting way too excited because of our next matchup. So right behind me at the moment, what is happening is we're having player picks. Now, I'm just going to squeeze in here. Sorry, Big Ali. I'm going to have to move you over because, lads, I want to talk to you about how you work out picks on your team and how you feel about them. So, of course, you guys know who you're going to be playing. It's not the same as last season. But how did you come to terms with your picks for this game, Gunslinger?
Basically, you know, I'd say this season most teams will agree as well. When you flip the coin toss, I'd say away is better. Basically, because the first game's in your favour. You pick the opponent's first player, and then counter pick accordingly. So, yeah, it's all about counter picking with the coin toss.
And who did you put first and last? Because of course that is an important pick too.
Yeah. First we put Nasty Naz versus Comps. That's a okay matchup for Balrog. And the last game, I think it's me versus Jones.
Oh, the ball's in your court there, Gunslinger. I hope you're ready for that pressure. Now, Shivs, I'm going to head over to you. Oh, loving this. This is cool. Shivs, how are you thinking about the picks at the moment? And who have you chosen to go in that really important first and last position?
We chose Comps because he was really confident, and it's hard to counterpick Akuma. And in the last pick, it was Jones because he was the strongest player in the team, so he's always going to be confident in that.
And who is having the most time facing on that main stage at the moment? Who have you put in that all-important position to play so many times?
We put in Comps 3 times and Jones 3 times. So, yeah.
And they're happy with that?
Yeah, they were okay with it.
Okay, I like it. Well, you guys seem happy and calm and you're ready to face each other, so I'll let you get ready so we can get back to that main stage action. Tom, it's back to you.
Thank you very much, Lottie. There you go. Gunslinger. He just looks like he wants to be here, but he's got a real confidence about him, hasn't he?
Oh, he's Mr. Cool Cat, Gunslinger.
Cool and calm, collected. He's taken on Army today. Let's look at their lineup. You've got the likes of Shiv. He returns. I remember trying to fire him at the beginning of the show as my Mr. Deacon, and he said no. So he's back. Jones Arcade is back, and a return of Comps. I want to talk about Shiv. Now, what we expect from Shiv. He's got 2 characters, Laura and Manat. Who's he more likely to use? And
it all depends on who he's facing. So he'll face Laura if he's fighting a character that, you know, traditionally wants to try and play defensive, and he can be a bit crazy and fluster them. If it's against an aggressive person who really wants to attack Shiv and come in, he'll pick Manat for that.
Okay, and Damascus, Jones Arcade. An exciting player when he gets going. Is this the season where he really just unleashes?
I think so. I mean, Jones Arcade has been consistently stepping up. The more I see this guy, the better it is. It's like, he's the kind of guy that every single time you watch him again, he's better than last time, and he's just consistently getting better. We know how much time he plays the game. He keeps getting top 8 right now. He got top 8 at UFA about a month ago as well, which was a great performance for him. And he's there to just confirm that, and he's definitely someone I believe you can trust in this team.
He's like one of those wind-up cars, you know, the ones that you just drag back.
The best.
The motor, you let go. Jones Arcade.
But you do have to be careful what sort of carpet you use on.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, there's one other character I need to talk about from that team. One of the biggest characters, quite literally, that has been part of the Elite Series since day one is of the name Nathaniel Comps Asaboteng. We thought about it, time that we basically got to know the former Envy man a little bit better. So we grabbed some time with him and did just that. Enjoy.
First became addicted to gaming, let's say 7, 8. We'll play like FIFA, we play like Street Fighter, Super Mario. All these games, friendships literally started from these games. So these people that I'm meeting around the world, some people I've never even physically met before, but we've played a lot in terms of online. Then I'll go to a tournament, I'll meet these guys. They literally treat me like they've known me for years. It all starts from just playing a game. I grew up literally in that block there. This is the home, this is it. you're a product of your environment. And it's very, very important in terms of like who I am. So we were playing football, as you do. I was about 13 at the time. So you have about 6 games of football going on in one playground. And he blasts the ball and it hits me on the right side of my face, yeah? I stand up, put my glasses on my face, I wave my hand across my face, it literally disappears halfway. I'm like, what the hell? I'm literally like, I can't see. Apparently, the ball hit me so hard, I had a detached retina and a hemorrhage. So I was out of school for a good 6 months. 6 months off school, come back to school now. Literally on the first day back, I get hit again in the same eye. I was out for the rest of the year. Since then, I've been partially blind in this eye. There was a game on a computer called Guns. Imagine, like, you're 13, you have no obligations to school or anything. I was literally waking up, playing this game. That was the sickest few months. My sanity, that's the biggest sacrifice. I do music, I work part-time, professional esports player as well. If I'm doing music that day, the day's gone. There was a place that everyone went to in the area to record. Literally made, my first track that I made was A Star in the Making. That was the title to it. Everyone was like, yo, this is actually like good. There was literally 4 of us in the area and we made a little group and we all individually rapped. I mean, we all went our separate ways. Some people went like prison, things like that. But in terms of where we, like, that's how we started. And I literally just released the song yesterday. So right now, things hasn't looked better right now. This is the best it's been in my career. They've used my music, they've played my music on the show. Like, gaming references are used a lot. Like, you have like DWE, like he's made a whole Street Fighter like track. So they go hand in hand. Literally, there is no time for anything. As stressful as it gets, I'm still getting paid to play games.
Genuinely fascinating now, getting to know a little bit about Army's player comps. Listen, so many things to talk about in that. The real thing in the Street Fighter scene, the friendships that are sort of made there, Comps was alluding to that. That's true, isn't it? And this is kind of the best it's been for Street Fighter 5 and fighting game players, isn't it?
It is, and I think it's something that's kind of unique to fighting games, which is it's one of the games where players are forced to go offline and forced to go out and meet people to play. Like, you will never be a proficient fighting game player if you just stay home and play online. So all of these guys, all of the guys that you see here, most of them have been knowing each other for years, even through like Street Fighter 4, even Street Fighter 3, guys like Killer 7 used to hang out back in the days. So these guys, because they've been forced to hang out and play together, there's a huge like friendships that have built between them, and that's what makes it so fun, because as much as it's a competition, there's a lot of banter and teasing, because whoever loses today, he's going to get destroyed on the group chat for a full week until next week.
Indeed, but we grow, we shed the skin, grow stronger through that. And obviously, European players are now beginning to sort of build that confidence, and it's being seen across the world, isn't it, Sengen?
Oh, it's beautiful. I've said it time and time again, the fact that Gfinity has come around and we've been able to see these European players travel out more, especially going across the international waters like USA, it's almost built a community. Before it was very much, I feel like it was very much UK versus France, that type of thing. Now that this has all come about and players are getting sponsored, Europe's really grown in the FGC, and we're going as one voice, one team, one unit to these other places to try and dominate and show what we can do.
Well, this is a beautiful thing. Now listen, a tough defeat last week to hashtag for Army. Can Comps be the difference this week?
I believe he can. He's stepped up so much since the first season when we saw him here to now. Individually as a player, he's always worked on his game. He's a perfectionist in his music, in his life, and in video games. He hates losing. And you never really know, because he's always got such a cheeky smile and a happy-go-lucky attitude. But he definitely is serious about winning, and he'll definitely be looking to win all 3 of his games today.
OK, so Comps, compliments. We saw Shiv playing in 2 different characters. Manat, didn't work for Manat, went back to Laura, kind of worked. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those situations, but it's so difficult, this format. You have to deliver immediately.
Yeah. It's difficult, and also Shiv right now is at this moment where I believe he's reached a level of proficiency that's kind of equal with both characters right now, because he's been playing Menat for quite a while.
Yeah.
So this is the worst time, because for a while you're like, okay, my Laura is still better, so I will use her if I'm in doubt. Right now, he has about the equal trust to both characters. That makes it even harder to pick a character, because when you lose, you will hate yourself for not picking the other.
Yeah, it's a very valid point.
Scenarios.
If in doubt, flip your Laura out. Okay, let's look at their opposition today. Epsilon. They have got some tasty options there on their team sheet and on the bench as well. Nasty Naz, Issam, Gunslinger. Who do we need to focus on? And in terms of, they've had some good performances last week against Fnatic, despite the loss. Can we still see them as contenders?
I think so. This is the Merc squad. I call these guys the mercenaries. They go wherever the money pays the highest. I think Gunslinger's probably the most interesting to watch. The reason being is he's very confident in himself, and I know he's very good friends with Infectious, who was very, very hard on him last week.
Really?
For losing and not winning. And I called him up, had a word with Infectious. Like, have you spoken to Gunslinger?
Yeah,
he was like, I've told him. I said, it's not good enough, you know. And Gunslinger's like, mate, I'm going to come in today. And he didn't say that.
Get things going. Slides on a
So I'm hoping today we see the Gunslinger that we know, and that he believes in himself, you know, to come out there and put on a strong performance. He does like to get things going. He is very offensive, can work to his detriment, but it's whether he'll be able to do that versus Jones and Comps.
Okay.
The only other thing I would just quickly want to say is...
Throw it in there.
Gunslinger has fought Comps and Jones Arcade a lot. Okay. Whether it be online or offline. So I don't know if he'll be more confident and comfortable facing those guys today.
The familiarity. Well, listen, gentlemen, let's get to the mercenaries, as you call them, out first. For Epsilon, we have Issam, Nasty Naz, and Gunslinger. Looking to get their first win under their belt for Army, we have Shivs, Jones Arcade, and Cops. Now I'm going to come straight over here, Epsilon. How do you like that being known as the mercenaries? Hired guns, hired weapons for the right price.
Definitely. Obviously, today should be a good day, so see how it goes.
Okay, nice. I like that sort of confidence. Nice as well down there. Shivs, I didn't think you were going to be playing. What's happened? I tried to fire you, and then you said, I don't know if I'm going to be playing. But bam, you're here.
Told you, you're the presenter. You can't fire me.
Okay, well, that is fair enough. Let's look at the lineups for these matchups, how it's going to go during the draw. We start with Comps versus Nasty Naz. Then we'll have Jones Arcade versus Gunslinger. Shivyukin versus Issam. And I've got to double check with Shivyukin. Are we going with Shivyukin or are we going with Shiv?
I prefer Shiv.
Okay, we're going with Shiv then. Well, listen, and if it goes that far, Jones Arcade versus Gunslinger. Now, I'm going to come down to Comps. Watching that video really got a sense of getting to know you. Life has a beautiful way of, basically things happen for a reason. Is this the time for Comps to shine?
I hope so. I definitely hope so. But yeah, just gonna come out here and play my game.
And
you know.
And do you think you can complement in terms this team, this man Jones Arcade to your left? He's just behind me there.
Yeah, definitely. We complement each other, like in terms of characters that we use and play style. So like, yeah.
Okay.
Have confidence in him.
I'm just going to pop over here to chat to Nasty Naz. First up, against Comps, what do you like about that matchup and what do you dislike?
What I like about Akuma, do you know that game?
Yes.
We don't like anything about that character.
Okay.
We just like to beat him.
Okay, that's simple tactics. I like it. Well, you go and do that. Epsilon, best of luck. Head on up for me. Army, all the best. Oh, a little fist bump as well. Head on up. I'm going to go back to the desk because I want to know what Sengan and Damascus thinks of those matchups. Comps taking on Nasty Naz. He's going to be taking on 3 matches. So is Jones Arcade, only once for Shiv. What do you make of that in terms of character matchups?
I think it's interesting because, you know, because you pick the opponent and not your teammate that goes, it's always the player that perceives the weakest that goes 3 times, which, you know, like, we kind of see that on Epsilon side, they think Comps is the guy that could beat more than 2 others, but on the other side, it's rather Nasty Naz. I'm not entirely sure about this, man.
But why did Nasty Naz said no one likes the Akuma matchup? Why is that?
Because he's the best character in the game.
Yeah, he's best character in the game. He has quite a lot of punishes for Nasty Naz's character as well, Borog. He has to kind of think a bit more and be a bit more wary of when he throws out his dash punches, because Akuma can get a knockdown situation and get his engine going. So I think that's why he said that there.
Okay, and Comp's being thrown straight in there, making his debut, Season 4 for a new team, Army. He'll be feeling the pressure a little bit?
I don't think so. I think he'll be cool, calm and confident.
Okay, and now in terms of Issam, what do we know about Issam and performing with him sort of recently, was it not Damascus?
Yeah, Issam, I mean, we don't know him much on the Gfinity Elite Series, but like in the community, he's well known. He was a great player at Street Fighter 4, he's great at 5, and he started to step up, got top 8 at UFA as well, got 5th, I believe, at Ultimate Fighting Arena in Paris, and he's becoming better and better. And I think, you know, as a Bison player, seeing Problem X win Evo, just like boosted him, pumped him up, like, yes, I can do it too. Bison's a good character, and he's just becoming more solid and solid. I think out of these three in the team, I would say he's probably the one like you could trust more to deliver today.
Okay, trust him more, and that's against Shiv. So for that matchup, Bison, Shivs would probably lean on his, if in doubt, flip Allure out, is that?
I would have thought Manat, I would have thought he would have liked to keep Issam at bay and try and annoy him. But I have no idea. I have no idea who he's going to pick. That's who I would pick if I was in Shiv's shoes.
Okay, so listen, you've seen the matchups, you've seen both teams, you've seen their lineups. They're getting set up. We'll have the game underway in a second. But who would you put your money on? Who are you sort of backing at the moment?
I'm going to go with the Mercenaries. I'm going to go with Epsilon. Yeah.
The hired hands. Gunslinger really liked that.
He did,
He really chuckled.
He loves being a little merc. Yeah.
And yourself, Damascus?
I feel like it's really hard to choose because I feel like Conf is going to be really solid today, but I think Epsilon's going to get the upper hand. Probably a last game, a Game 7 thriller.
Yeah,
but
I see it going down to the
I would
wire.
see a 4-3 for Epsilon.
Okay, so you're saying Epsilon. There's the boys getting ready. Nasty Nas is ready to take on his favourite matchup, he said. You heard him himself. His hair's ready. It's not as slick back as it normally is. There's a little bit more volume in there.
Yeah.
Maybe that is going to add an extra punch today. I'm going to throw it over towards our casters, commentators for today.
That's right.
Logan and F-Word. Do you reckon it's going to be the hired hands of Epsilon?
I think Epsilon have definitely got overall the strongest squad, but I really like Jones Arcade as a player. Not just because he uses Ken. I think he's probably the strongest of the 6 players on show, but that depth of strength of Epsilon is difficult to argue, and one man cannot win a matchup on his own. It's going to be exciting. They're very evenly balanced. I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, this is one of the harder matchups to call for me when I looked at all the matches today. This is like, it's really could go either way. I'm going to go with Epsilon though. I just feel like, you know, I've seen these guys recently. Their players are all very, very practiced and in form. I think they're going to edge this one today.
Okay, well, I'll leave it with you, gentlemen. Enjoy this one. This is the second match of week 2.
GG's all round, Logan Sama. Looking forward to this. I think a real question for me is like, Shivyukin, in terms of like his mentality towards the Laura changes, I feel like he still hasn't recovered. He's still very vocal about it, very upset, and I think it affects his gameplay. Colts, on the other hand, my challenge with him is not present enough, not playing every week like I'd like to see him though. But I like the fact that he's on a new team now, get more regular play. I agree with you, Jones Arcade is the main base, but right now we got Colts going up against Nasty Nas, who, I mean, this guy, when he gets going, one of the last boxers alive. For some reason, the character's not very exploited. Oh my days, look at this start.
Going for that meaty low. Third time was not a charm.
Not really to
No,
anti-air
he
though.
got counter hit, so I'm not sure if he tried to do it too late.
Tried to react, didn't anticipate. Nice.
Gets out, I like that as a good answer.
Really like that.
Doesn't have to deal with the mix-up of the slide, it crosses up as well. Just gets out a dodge, no. Punish, he could have probably got Stan Light punch on that.
Really well.
Fishing for that medium kick, but Nasty Nas doing a good job to keep in the corner. He's scouted out that overhead, and that is really a go-to of Nasty Nas. He uses that possibly a little bit too much. But right now it's not costing too much.
There is that anti-air, pressed it too early. The light kick on the cross underneath. Comp's very much in this one combo. Next hit probably wins this round. Nice anti-air. Tries to bait out stand throw. Nice jab interruption. Every hit working right now for Nasty Nas as he looks to close this out.
Makes it safe with the
Comp's
records.
almost bent.
Oh, that was sick, the armor. And he'd have made that one safe as well. That wry smile. That is the cheeky Wrecker mix-up that all boxers like to use. They'll space it out with the up smash and then use the EX just in case you try and press a button.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Comp's trying to bring one back. But
-2, so presses buttons, and again he's shepherding him into the corner. Comps uses that EX Demon Flip, which hits on the way up as well. One of the best EX moves in the game, but he is still being pushed back to the corner. That was a really nice whiff punish from Comps. Gets the knockdown, goes to the meaty out, the pressure. He's walking him down, but Nasty Nas fighting his way out. This is real back and forth stuff.
Need some kind of opening here, Comps. Even though the life lead pretty much even, whips out an EXDP and it connects, gets that hard knockdown. What's it going to be? Needs to turn this around here.
Double dash,
Almost
just
not
the
so
throw,
far.
takes
Nice
that
life lead.
safe damage. I like that. Keeping it all tight. Doesn't want to expose himself. Uh-oh! Spoke too soon.
It's going to hurt, big time. Just about survives.
He needs one more touch.
Oh, what? Wake up, back throw connects for Comps and he stays alive.
Oh, the back throw was such a hard read, but nasty Nuz. I think he was still recovering from the fact that he didn't get the kill on that combo. It was pixels away.
Nice.
Straight to the corner. That's such
Low,
a
the fake
difficult
overhead,
situation.
one more hit, back down the stack throw. Crouching fierce for the max damage as well. Still in this corner.
Oh, he's put himself in the corner. Drops the juggle. Plus frames, but Comps is ready to react to that.
So much to do. Big reversal, no parry.
Back dashes out of that throw
Oh!
attempt. Dashes straight in and presses a button. He gets crush countered and it's the corner pressure here from Comps. Again, he takes the throw and I like taking that damage. Is he going to be able to close it out?
It's going to hurt big time. Still
it's
just
going to
about alive.
scale. There is scaling on
One
it and
more
he's
bit.
still alive this
Oh,
time.
what was that?
Oh, he's
What
going
was that?
Oh,
Punish!
no
Punish! Oh my days, this is so close.
Plus frames.
Oh, he bet everything on the sweep.
He had a lifeline
What?
after not getting punished that first time. And Nasty Nuz knows that he made a massive mistake there. He really pushed his luck. You know when you beat the house in the roulette table?
Yeah, yeah.
And you just put it all on again?
Yeah.
That's what Nas did there.
Yeah,
he should have been
definitely
punished.
mentally
He got
mentally
away with
controlled
it and then went for something incredibly unsafe that time as well with the sweep.
I mean, I feel like in neutral, Boxer's likely to get that first hit. So you can just play slowly. You know, he's got much more range. He's got rapid dash punch to get in.
He's way
The
more
fact that he
frustrating in
committed.
neutral, especially when that V-trigger's run out as well. You don't have to worry about the air fireballs. There you go. You see the EX up screw smash to close it out.
Yeah, Comps, man, really rode his luck here as he closed out this game, I believe. This round was with that throw that worked out. Look at this comeback attempt. And it just switches to the next round there. This is how it all ended.
Doesn't get the kill from the CA, but he wakes up with a...
I wonder if that was the most optimal combo he could have done there as well to kill. Might have been able to kill earlier, but still managed to close it out here as Nasty bet everything on Comps trying to walk back. He didn't. He's crouch blocked, he blocked the sweep, and he punished accordingly to get his team that first win. So Asus Rog get that first game. How important is that, Luke?
Especially when it was gifted to you as well. It means a lot. And you can see the frustration on the face of Gunslinger there as well. You know, he knows, as a boxer playing himself, he knows that Naz messed up there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing by yourself, right, and you take a gamble like that, this is the thing what I always hated playing in teams. I hated playing in teams. The pressure of your teammates' expectations.
Letting down your teammates.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you lose.
I'll gladly take a gamble like that, like jab and then do a sweep and just bet everything on it for myself. But the fact that his teammates are there and they see it, and when it doesn't work, you just look like, what the hell were you doing there? You know, how do you explain yourself to your teammates? Unfortunately, it didn't work and they go one down. But it's very early stages in this set. It's just one game and they still got their two arguably stronger players to come on.
And it was an incredibly close matchup as well. And that's pretty much what we were expecting for this whole fixture. Really, really evenly matched. Really looking forward to this next one, because speaking of evenly matched, Jones Arcade and Gunslinger, both really, really explosive players. You've got Ken and most likely Zeku, who are just burst damage monsters. The stun output from both these characters, but specifically Zeku, is enormous.
I think
the
Gunslinger is
output,
exclusively Zeku these days. I don't know if he still feels the way he did, but last time I spoke to him, he felt like the character was arguably in the debate for like top 5, top 6 character in the game.
Yeah,
So
he's super
going
confident in
fully,
the character, and specifically in his Zeku as well. He's been confident from early, before the character became a lot more prominent in the last year. He was in there putting in the work, really confident in that character. Training a lot, of course, with Infectious as well, both innovating.
Also a Ken player part-time as well, by the way. So, you know, we'll
yeah,
have some
he's always
experience.
like Ken.
He's always been a fan of Ken.
Like Ken.
Yeah.
So he'll should know this matchup as well very well.
But I agree with you. I think Jones Arcade is the one to really, if you're looking at this as Epsilon, especially now you're one down, you need to take out this guy. This is a guy who's probably, I believe he's going to anchor. Yes, he is, of course, anchoring for the squad as well. He's the guy you need to watch out for. And
Well, that's the interesting thing.
Anchoring for,
that's the interesting
Epsilon.
thing. Comps and Jones Arcade are both playing 3 times, and Shiv only playing the once.
And they're playing 3 times and somehow completely avoiding each other, right? Am I right? Yeah, they
they're
are.
on the same team.
Who am I looking at? Oh, sorry.
I said Comps and Jones Arcade.
Oh,
but,
I thought you said Nasty Naz.
yeah, so
Gunslinger,
Nasty Naz will have to play Jones Arcade once, but he does have Comps yet as well. So We still got that to come. Very evenly paced matchup. Shiv against Issam will be a very interesting one, I'd imagine. You may well see Laura. Laura's a good match for Issam's Bison. But he has that Manat there, very frustrating character to play against.
Yeah, have to remember as well now, with the coin toss, when you look at these players anchoring, because we said last week, oh, what a choice to make that player anchor. Actually, it's not the players anchoring that a choice. Someone's lost the coin toss. Got to remember that this season, they're doing the coin tosses again.
There's a lot of strategy that comes down to it. We're going to be getting back into the fixture real soon, but before we do that, let's throw it over to Lottie in the crowd and see what people are thinking about that first game.
Thank you so much, gents. I'm actually with Problem X right now, your EVO champion. Now, I haven't seen you since EVO, and I know that was the talk of the town because you absolutely dominated it. How was it to win such a huge event like that?
I mean, I'm still settling in now, to be honest. I mean, I watch it back like nearly every other day now. It's kind of been reduced from every day. Yeah, and I was really happy. I was really happy to be able to play matchups that I trained a lot. So I did give a big shout out to all my training partners, and I was just happy to have a milestone for UK FGC.
Love that, absolutely. I like that you watch it back though. You're quite critical on yourself.
Yeah, I mean, because I lost one of the sets when I was 2 games up or 2-1 up. So whenever you lose, when you have advantage, you always have to find out what happened.
I like that, and you take it and you learn from it, and that is how you become the best of the best, guys. So a word of advice there from Problem X. Now, of course, the standard of the fighting game community in Europe is just getting higher and higher, especially in Street Fighter, and we're seeing that become more and more dominant within the Elite Series too. You know, what are your thoughts on the European competition at the moment and how people are improving?
I think everyone's improving at a very fast rate. A lot of people are picking characters, and I think that they're learning them faster because they know what's effective in the game now at this stage. And they're swapping for bad matchups, etc., to do better in tournaments. So I think the scenes are really strong now, and it's where I trained and I managed some great accomplishments, so they have to be good.
Love it, absolutely love it. Now, of course, we've got the Army and we've got Epsilon on the stage right now. What are your predictions for this matchup?
I mean, the matchup now, I think the teams are kind of evenly balanced. I think that Epsilon as a whole may have more tournament experience within that squad. But I think that the Aces, is it? Or
that's the one, Aces, Rog.
Yeah, I think that that team has characters that are like very good for one game, very momentum swinging, good V-triggers and reversals. So I'm going to go with that team.
Fantastic. That's where he's going with. He's going with the Army, guys. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much, Problem X, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. I'm going to hand it back over to my boys on the desk commentating this game. Lads, back to you.
Good old LVP there. And Problem X, appropriately rocking the Evo jacket as well, fresh from his victory earlier this year. Good to have him here. But we must crack on now as Jones Arcade will now take on Gunslinger. 1 game up here for Asus ROG. Great start for them with that win from Comps. Now coming up against one of the strongest seconds in the world.
Jones Arcade is definitely one of the brightest and last remaining Kens in the region. There's not a lot of them. Junior Leo, of course, here in the Elite Series, not playing this week for Vitality. He's going up against Gunslinger, who is a very explosive player, very confident player, and as he has happily adopted the mantle of hired gun, a lot of these guys are... we call this the mercenary team, I believe.
Loving that.
Sengan said. Starting out and staying in old Zeku as well. That's a thing to talk about as well. The fact that Zeku has these 2 different modes. He's able to transform from old into his young form, based on Strider Hiryu, in fact.
Horrible situation.
Game aficionados. Back throw in the corner. So much damage.
Punishes a jab, Logan.
Yeah, you can just throw out that heavy punch.
Wow, the stand throw again in the middle of the string.
Super easy to convert.
Oh, get the meaty.
Oh, no.
Convert. That V-trigger spent. Oh, he tried to throw again. That's going to cost him the round. 1 time too many there from Jones Arcade. Got away with it twice. 3rd time, Gunslinger says, no, you don't. Hired gun takes first round.
Yeah, Jones Arcade getting caught a lot by buttons when he shouldn't be pressing them.
Man, he's getting counter hit a ton right now. Gunslinger's going in. Throw, 1 more bet.
Oh, he went for the overhead, was just out of range and again.
Just when he thought it was over. Oh, dropped his combo though. Life for Jones Arcade.
Goes for the activation with that hard kick, but whiffs.
Beautiful string there. Gets opened up though.
That time.
This is where Ken can do some serious damage. Back throw. Remember, he's in old mode. He can reversal if he needs to. Gets hit again. Oh, one more hit.
He's fishing for something
Back
that's
throw.
not coming. He's
One
taking
more
that throw.
The delay.
That's going to be the round.
He brought that back, Logan.
Delayed back throw, the GOAT.
Ow.
And Ken is one of the best characters in the game when it comes to one-hit stun combos.
His momentum is just frightening. Man, Gunslinger got me wondering how on earth he let that round slip.
Both these guys are just getting opened up by each other. Counter hits all over the place. Tried to delay. Ooh, EP's after the crouching medium punch.
Wow, the slide. No
And
V-trigger to make
another
save.
counter hit here from Gunslinger. He's going to get big damage, and the Oki in the corner.
Oh,
and
again.
another. He tried to reversal. I think.
Oh, the
teabag!
The disrespect.
Jones Arcade tried to wake up Light Tatsu into V-trigger activation. He got counter hit for the stun, and Gunslinger puts him to bed.
It's like that? Logan, it's like that?
That's what he's here for.
Gunslinger making a statement here. Absolutely having Jones Arcade's timing down to a T in every single wake-up scenario. Read the hell out of him and gets things level here. Except don't get their first game.
Literally getting hit by everything. He's going to try and throw again here and get counter hit. And that was the round, but we'll see the second round as well. Jones, obviously, with that, you know, a massive Ken round.
Yeah, so close to stun here. Manages to get that throw, then does it again.
Get another one. Back
Delayed
throw
it as well.
back into the corner. Such a horrible situation for so many characters. Ken being one of them because he gets meaty throw again. But here he gets
Delayed
counter
this
hit
time.
about 4 times in a row. You're going to see he's going to try and do wake up Tatsu, get stuff. And there's the teabag.
Ow. Zero
down,
respect.
down, 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 down. Input on the stick.
Man, Gunslinger, merciless. Absolutely brutal, unforgiving. I rock and I put you to sleep. That's how I roll.
I hope Scuff Gaming are paying him for that placement.
What a beast.
Jones Arcade knows that he got blown up. He knows that that's what happened.
He's loving it.
Gunslinger definitely likes to watch his own win reactions on the screen. 100%. Very confident man. Inside you can see getting set up. He's going to go up against Shavruka next.
And Shiv's going with that Laura, the love and hate of his life. Such an emotional relationship between the two right now, but has rewarded him in so many different scenarios. Can she do it here? I don't think many Dictator players like this matchup. It's one of the trickier ones for the character.
It's really difficult for Bison to get her off of him. He needs the V reversal, but Bison players are like Nakali players. They never V reversal.
They definitely don't want to. Here we go. The neutral's so important for Dictator in this matchup. Once he gets you in those plus frame scenarios, you're forced to guess. That's exactly where he doesn't want to be. He wants to put her in these
And he
situations.
stops the start up of the thunderclap.
Nice projectile coverage is coming. Anticipated movement there with that crouch meter kick. This is exactly the sequence we're talking about. Tries to jump out, stay where you are. Oh my goodness, what a sequence. The fireball's going to reset the stun though. That kept him in it. Tried to jump out, no escape. Oh my days, everything working for Shivyuka. What a round!
That is exactly the worst case scenario that we were talking about this matchup. Once she gets in, it's all guesses for Bison to try and get out of this pressure. Oh,
his jab doesn't work.
Tries to go for the crouching life punch, which works so often, but not that time. There you go. You see the V reversal early, and he wants to go back to neutral.
Yeah, puts that ball out just to get into that situation. What a sequence from Shivyuka. It was so slow. Got one opening. And this time just unable to respond.
In the blender, and he had no answer for it. It had to be all guesses, and unfortunately, all the guesses were wrong.
Yeah, it all started from that little dash into that crouch medium kick. Blimey, that changed the round.
Nothing off that throw. That was close.
Yeah, back to that neutral where Bison excels. Can he keep it this way, though?
Shiv standing at a range where he can just get that thunderclap out.
Just keeping them on the screen. That alleviates the neutral game. Bison has to respect that projectile.
And
yeah, jab is not working again. Stays in front.
And
oh
it was
my
meaty
days,
as well.
this could
He's
be the
got
end.
one guess.
V reversal so clever to keep that momentum. Great health built up to in the corner. That could be the end. Not one. One more.
Oh, the back throw. He tried to do walk-up throw, but Bison's throw range. He's going to activate. Time to
What's
guess.
it going to be?
Oh!
The slowest walk forward dash behind. He wants to tell him something. He doesn't want to hear it. He wants to focus on the game. Issam Shabala stays alive here. My goodness, what a sequence that was. One round apiece here. One game apiece in the
He
set.
did really well to survive, though, that situation where he tried to anti-air with a crouching light punch.
He was in a situation there where he could have been putting a 50-50 button first. He just
Ooh, the cross counter on the scissors. That was
the meatiest crouch medium punch.
And
again. It's all happening again. It's a repeat of round one. Where is it?
Oh, no, that should be it.
Still be alive here. Didn't go for that ultimate max damage combo. Gonna go for a reset. Oh my God, where is she? That's
it.
He
gets counter hit from the elbow.
Wow, tried to press a button in between. He's not gonna have it. Shivyuken went in there and sticks out the 3 fingers as well. Man, this is there some history between these two teams that I need to know about? I mean,
I don't know, but there's definitely going to be some bad blood afterwards because this is a heated affair. If this was a football match, there'd be at least 10 yellow cards in the game already.
Blimey. Zero respect. I'm not anticipating any handshakes between these two, regardless of the result.
I think Gunslinger set pace really, with the teabag and the showing off. Let's have a look at this because this is...
That was the moment, actually. Really good they highlighted. That was the moment the whole round changed.
Yeah.
One crouch medium kick.
Ooh.
Guess wrong.
And he's getting hit by everything. He's just trying to get out. It was fortunate, actually, that he got reset.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, my God. Guess wrong again.
He
How
gets
unlucky
wrong pretty much 5
3
times in a row, I think. And that's the issue. You are literally guessing to get out of this situation. He's going to slide activate here. The walk forward, the dash through.
That was so slow.
It wasn't even a counter hit as well. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't think he saw it from the guy behind. Just wasn't ready. That scenario was horrible. Just didn't want to be a Russell as well. I think maybe it was worth spending just for the reset. And look at that, stays in front. And then, yeah, tried to press the button in between. Jab in the elbow. Not a true string, of course. Getting counter hit. Man, Shivyuken. I mean, it's funny. If he'd have just been a tiny bit patient there, Issam. And it's easier to say when you're watching, but that was his turn. It hadn't been his turn for so long. And just then, before he pressed that button, it would have been his turn.
I think
unfortunately,
what you saw in a lot of those situations was Issam too scared of the command grab.
Yeah.
And the command grab never really came. He didn't need to go for it.
Exactly.
He was trying to escape it. And that's the problem. Against characters like Laura, Mika's another one, Abigail, of course, they will punish you heavily for trying to escape the command grab, possibly worse than even taking the command grab. And Laura there showing that with Shivyuken's play, everything coming off for Shivs. Nothing really working on defense for Issam, and it was 2 massive rounds. So we're going to go into our next matchup, and it is going to be Jones Arcade back on, and he's going to be going up against Nasty Nas, who's gone for a costume change. Both of them, in fact. Both these guys are going to want to improve on their first game performances, both with losing starts.
As expected, there's a very tight set between these two. It's very hard to call. And it's going in that shape at the moment. As we now get Nasty Nas's box. Oh, wow, the earliest hard punch in the air there, Logan, to stop that anti-air attempt.
It was a late anti-air. He didn't really react to it. And that's one of the strengths that Jones Arcade has. He's really good at mixing up his approach, his movement, using Ken's movement.
Beautiful adaptation there to the range of that target combo connection. He knew the DP wouldn't have reached. Oh, tried to press a button.
He's going to get the proper damage off that, the juggle.
Meaty throw. Oh, just missed his meaty punch. That's unsafe. Doesn't activate. Now spacing down that turn punch. Oh, he's getting hit so many times. How many times is he going to pick the wrong button on the anti-air there? Just getting caught out by that instant jump EX Tatsu.
Really, really clever stuff, though, from Jones, because boxers are very predictable in their anti-air choices.
Yeah.
They'll go for that standing medium punch.
Standing medium kick.
Medium kick's, I think, the... Anyway, it's a medium button. It's definitely going to lose to the early EX Tatsu.
Oh, my God. It's all going wrong here.
But it's a hard read, because you give up your frame advantage.
Yeah, he's clearly just anticipating when he's looking at the ground. Really clever from Jones Arcade. I know you're looking at the ground. I'm going to catch you by surprise.
Especially after hitting him with that jump fist early on at the start. He's going to be wanting to try and anti-air as early as possible. That EX Tatsu going to do the business, the counter hit conversion. He's going to the corner, gets reset with the overhead. Spends the bar, but he lets it go. And he gets the corner back as well.
Oh, don't whip throws. This is where Ken excels. One more bad bet could be the end here. +3. Oh, one more.
He's still alive.
Oh, what a block. Too far to punish.
He wants the activation. He's going to have to activate off that. Backs
away.
Is he going to make another hard read?
One more tap for either of these guys.
That V-trigger's gone, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, my days.
I think the advantage is with Nas now.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What was that?
What are you doing?
Why would you taunt? That has to be an error.
No!
That's got to be an error. And Nasty Nas, if there was an opposite to MVP this week, he's surely got to be in the running there because that is 2 absolute crushing defeats that he has handed on a plate.
Oh my God.
To Asus Rock. Ladies and gentlemen, what he did at the end of that round, he taunted in the neutral, which has to be, we need to speak to him about that after this set.
So a taunt, guys, for those of you who aren't familiar, it's a showboating mechanic in the game where your character, you press a couple buttons, your character will do something. It doesn't hit, it doesn't hurt,
it doesn't
it
do
leaves you
anything
vulnerable.
at all.
You can't block like straight away in that scenario, you know?
It has a certain amount of, there you go, and he just, just went up and went for the low short.
What on earth? And of course,
I have to give credit though to Jones. His movement was really good, and I think as a Ken player, that's his strongest skill, his ability to keep you guessing with regards to his movement. That early jump fierce set the play for that jump EX Tatsu being reliable. He was able to use the run, the dash.
Tell me something, I don't play
was great.
boxer, but was he trying to do something there that maybe could have accidentally
I'm
led
trying
to
to
a
think
taunt?
because you have to press all 6 buttons at once. Now, Nasty Nas plays on pad, and he might have the 3 punches and the 3 kicks mapped to buttons. There's a possibility that he was maybe trying to switch tap charge by switching from a 3 punches and 3 kicks and got them both at the same time. The problem is, once you start that taunt, it has a certain amount of time where that animation cannot be cancelled, and it's a pretty long time. Long enough for Jones Arcade to dash up and get that low short, and that was all he needed to close it out.
That was it. Wow, so up comes Comps here against Issam to potentially take it for Asus Rock and prove all the analysts wrong. I mean, we knew it was going to be tight.
After having that pretty long, epic piece produced about him, this will definitely be the week for him to step up and be the hero of the army.
Yes, stuff I didn't even know about Comps. Very impressive. Partially blind in one eye. Here, looking to step it up for his team.
Issam, though, is definitely due a breakout performance here for Epsilon. Didn't do great last week either, but we know how much ability he has as a player. He is definitely one of the bright young stars of the UK Street Fighter 5 community.
Absolutely,
it's
but one of the disadvantages, I must say, for Issam in this scenario, we just had that interview with Problem X where he spoke about training partners and how much he knows, and that's an example, by the way, how much he knows the matchups he played to win EVO. It's the opposite right now. Comps has a wealth of experience against Problem X in this matchup. Knows it inside out. I'm not sure how much Issam has against Akuma of this caliber. It's going to be interesting to see how he can maybe change up what Comps is used to when playing against the Dictator.
Plus frames, backdashes out of that situation, so he didn't have really bar to chase him down.
Slow things down now as Issam. He likes to play the game at a nice slow pace.
Yeah, that hard punch in neutral was a great answer. Not even bothering to cancel it. Just throw out that hard punch and control the space.
Gets away with a jump in, just backs away, doesn't want to deal with any pressure.
Though.
Trying to backdash. He's now trying to press buttons. He's not respecting the plus frames of anything right now. We saw how much it cost him.
Oh, he gets clipped, but Comps was able, but closes it out with a...
The hurt box just reduced there slightly on the fireball.
Fireball in his face.
The jab and punished it, Logan. Interesting.
Comps, is Comps going to be able to close it out here for Team Asus Rock? Or can Issam do the business here for Epsilon? The hired guns.
Wow, the
Counter
medium
hit.
there off the back of that blast. Frame kills galore.
Looking to whip punish that Psycho Axe.
Again, he's whipping a lot of them. Got to be careful. Comps has already shown he can whip punish those on reaction. Got away with 2 there, did Issam. Buttons in neutral there.
And I have to say, you know, going back to your earlier point, Comps looks really confident not to make a pun in terms of the spacing.
I mean, he knows the matchup so well.
That trade was not good for him.
Don't jab at me! Counter hit confirms. V reversal. I think he tried to parry that.
That was a late V reversal as well. Yeah, he got counter hit. He does get the chase down. Trade.
Oh, tries to bear a stand throw, gets hit down. Issam with his best moment so far. Got to be careful there. Wake up buttons. He knew
he's
he was
going
to be looking for the DP. This is a massive turning point.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like that jump back.
And again, has to block that one though. Plus frames. Oh, you press it down.
What? Trigger run out. Oh, and he gets counter hit on wake up.
And they take it. Asus Rock.
Comps is the hero of the day. Closes it out for Asus Rock. Epsilon Disappointing performance for them again this week, unfortunately.
Man, some dominant performances this week so far, I must say, Logan. Another 4-1.
4-1.
After that great start from
definitely not
Gunslinger.
what we were predicting. So all credit to Asus Rock there for playing against the odds, coming through, taking it. Shiv, super confident in his performance, but it was all down to the man Comps. Today, I have to give him all the credit.
Yeah, as you said, after that wonderful video where we learned so much about his talent and his history, he comes out with the victory. 2 victories for his team today. Very important wins. On the flip side, these guys both lost first week, right? I mean, now you've got a team who's finally on the board with 3 points. You've got another team in Epsilon who now have 2 weeks with no wins. That's a pretty scary start.
Well, at least Epsilon got the 1 point in the first week,
They
right?
did.
Losing to Fnatic 4-3, so they're not without any points, but they need to turn things around. There's a lot of potential in this team, and they need to be capitalizing on it, turning it into wins. But they're Asus ROG coming together as a team. Great team spirit. You can see that in the guys as they're supporting and celebrating with each other as they get those wins coming in. Great for those guys.
Yeah, it's
Really
great to see a new team on the Elite Series doing the business as well. Great play from them.
This was the match that closed it out here as Comps, the hero of the day, gets the business done. Could have actually got a kill off that V-Trigger fireball.
Yeah, just wasn't expecting it to hit. And look at this pressure, just kept it on him. Got the plus frames, knows this Sam doesn't want to block.
Not sure what you tried to do on Wake Up there, but you got counter hit with something.
Yeah, nice timing to get that meaty right as well. He's very familiar with Bison's Wake Up tech timing animation because he plays it almost every night.
Yeah, you can't come down to Winner Stays On sessions and not have played many dozens of games against Problem X, who is always down there. Definitely one of the best Bisons in the world.
Oh,
you can see how disappointed he is in himself, and you know, it's not meaningless platitudes. He is definitely one of the brightest young players.
Who's this? Comps who never won a round in 1% health range.
Oh, shout out to Glenn.
That's an interesting stat.
Yeah, shout out to the Game Network. He's always out there putting interesting stats together. You know, stuff you don't even consider, but he is out there.
Well, that's a very telling fact. I'd like to see the statistic for that on someone like Tokido, Punk, because the top level players with 0 health are so good at not dying and bringing it back. And it's something I absolutely suck at.
Especially characters like Akuma, you know, your character Ibuki, they're explosiveness.
No need to highlight.
Did I mention that your character Ibuki? Only when you're using the right V-Trigger, V-Trigger 2, of course.
Only when the right person's playing, all right.
Anyway. But that comeback potential is always there, and it's so important to hold on to that last sliver of life and not give it up cheaply.
It looks like Comps has actually developed that skill.
Well, I have to say that Nasty Nas did kind of hand it to him on a plate in the first game.
True,
there's so much to talk about in there, positives and negatives.
Can I just do my Nasty Nas impression before we hand over to the other guys?
Okay, go on.
KO! What were you thinking? Guys, what did you think of that?
So much to talk about from that matchup with Army taking on Epsilon. We both, well, this desk over here, you both said Epsilon were going to do it on paper. What was the difference for Army today?
I think there is zero. There's zero team comps. Damascus, I think those guys have no morale up there, honestly. I think there's not a captain, a leader of that ship up there. Because in those moments with other teams, when you're in those situations where Akuma has V-Trigger, I've not seen them, you know, huddled over the person playing, saying, calm down, don't worry, don't press a button, take this here, there's no point trying to press a button here, you'd lose this much health, and calming the person on who's playing. Because nerves do get the best of everyone, and you do make silly mistakes, but it's your teammates beside you that help you calm down and look at the bigger picture. I think that, for me, is because on paper they're a really strong team, man, and that's twice that they've lost now.
So there's something maybe like a mental situation as opposed to you know, being physically able to do it. You can see all the results there as they come in. Comps getting that win against Nasty Nas. That could have gone either way. We were talking about a sweep. Why was Nasty Nas doing a sweep then? We talked about his play backstage. You and I saying, Jones Arcade losing to Gunslinger. If there's any highlight for Epsilon, it was a celebration from Gunslinger.
Rocking the baby.
Rocking that controller. Shiv getting the win against Isam, that could have gone either way. There was a moment where I think it was Nasty Nas leaning in to try and talk to Isam, take his headset off. But there's no time. You've got to get straight back in there when he was taking on Shiv. But how can they go and improve on this now?
I think they need to leave their egos at the door and they need to come together as a team and a unit. Because I think on that team, correct me if I'm wrong, Damascus, I would imagine they've got a lot of pride in themselves as individual players. They're very established and good individually, but they need to understand that it's time to put that all aside and focus on the team to get the bigger win here. It's not about, you know, winning your one match and popping off and looking great. If your team loses, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah. That's what I would say, because I think individually as players, they're really, really strong and they're good at the game. They just need to make better in-game decisions, and that only comes with, you know, having mental fortitude and having good team morale.
Would you agree with that, Damascus? What happened with that kind of taunt from Nasinas?
The best supposition I could do is Nasinas was probably trying to, like, get Jones Argate to come in and then maybe use V-skill to go through. You know, like Tone, come at me and then recover in time, just V-skill, go past whatever Ken's doing and punch him up. But unfortunately, the range was horrible. I mean, he was at the range where Ken could just like, oh, whatever, I'm punishing you.
Yeah, so well, Jones wasn't going to just sit there.
It was definitely on purpose, because first of all, you don't do a Tone by mistake in this game. You need to press all 6 buttons. So like, you don't do this by mistake. And he didn't look surprised that a Tone came out. If a Tone came out randomly, he would have been like, what's happening? But he was just like, it didn't work. So it was, I don't know, I think he just attempted that like 9,000 IQ play, but it turned out into 1 IQ play.
He tried to fluster, and you can't really fluster people like Jones Arcade, not on this stage. They're here for a reason.
Show too much emotion, he's just in the game. You mentioned comps was the difference. It was very close, his fights, though, weren't they?
It was, but I mean, I feel like Comps has been kind of consistently on Gfinity Elite Series, like doing well, but not finishing his plates. So it's quite big for him to finally do so, even though it was definitely close. I mean, against Nasinas, that was an absolute stopper, not going to finish. Completely crazy nail biter, where both of them missed a couple of punish. Nasinas going for a really bad decision as well to go for like sweeps at the end of rounds and stuff. But Comps ended up just taking the better of him. That's just, I mean, confidence. And, you know, mental fortitude, that's what you said, Sengen. I mean, mental fortitude is so important in this game.
It was this bit...
Here, punish there, should have punished there, that's -7, the crouching medium kick, crouching medium kick. And then here, that sweep, I think that is just, not panic, I think it's a type of flow chart, something that you get, a bad habit that you get into, especially, I think in this game, especially when you have no life, if you watch players and the decisions they make, most of the bad habits will come out, because it's do or die. So they'll often make mistakes. He tried to do crouching medium kick, which Const let him get away with. If Const walked back, he would have won. So Const already wasn't blocking low. And then afterwards, he did EX dash straight, crouching light kick, again to check if he's walking back. He wasn't. And then sweep. He hasn't walked back about 4 times. He's blocked everything crouching low. So there's no reason for you to throw out sweep there, other than it being a bad habit, because logically, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, listen, I'm just glad for Comps, because we took all day filming with him. So I'm glad he got those 2 wins.
You know, last time we filmed something, he lost. That was season 1 with Envy.
We've broken that duck on him. Listen, let's go up to the touchscreen right now with Lottie, LVP, and the one and only Mr. F Word.
We are indeed. I am with the Picasso of Street Fighter 5 once again. I'm so happy to be back up at the touchscreen with you.
I've missed this bad boy. It's so nice to have it back.
And I've missed you, man.
Yeah, that's it. I'm loving this LVP, by the way. That's really working. We didn't use that last week. It's really catchy.
Thank you. It's just my name, bro.
Yeah, I know, but it's just the initials. Sounds like a brand, you know?
Oh, I like that. I'm just getting branded up here. Love it. F Word, what an incredible matchup we've just seen. We've had some highs, we've had some lows, that's for sure. But what are you going to take us through today?
Well, we had a lot of options there. I mean, I really wanted to take you through the skill it takes to taunt in neutral when you know you can't get hit again. That was really impressive. But yeah, going past that, I really want to highlight the concept of a command grab. Just the concept, just the fact that it exists. It's so scary in this game. Your defensive options are limited to 1 or 2 things. A command grab exists, and without your opponent using the command grab, they're going to take a ton of health off you just because you're trying to avoid the command grab. And I'm sorry to do this to my brother, Issam, forgive me, man. You know I love you, bro. But this is so unlucky for Issam, because this is Shaq's. Now, sorry, this is Shiv's. By the way, that neutral game had 20 seconds ago, pure control from Issam. 1 crouch medium kick, and he's in a guessing scenario. And you can see here, after that, he's plus. He's guessed wrong straight away, right? That's 1 bad guess. And again, he tries to backdash. Another bad guess. And it just continues. Again. What's it going to be this time? He's in stun. Reset, guessed wrong again. Probably held up. No, bad choice again. Gets thrown, tried to mirror wrestle again. Tried to press a meaty again. I think it was more, because I didn't do a good job of covering all the bad guesses, but they're not even bad guesses. It's just the fact the concept of the command grab exists. makes it so scary for a character like Dictator when Laura gets in, that you end up in all these scenarios and suddenly your health is just going in that direction.
I mean, I saw you counting on it. I think it's about 8 bad guesses.
Total.
I mean, 8 too many, bro.
Yeah,
8 too many.
And you know the really ironic thing about that round? He didn't command grab him once. It just existed.
And Laura has a very scary command grab. I mean, she's a feisty woman. I wouldn't want to get in a fight with her. Yeah. I wouldn't. F1, thank you so much for taking us through that. I'm excited to see what you've got up next for us. Tom, it's back to you to get this next one started.
Thank you very much. Let's have a quick reprise of match 1 and 2 because we're now halfway through week 2. And we, of course, at the Gfinity Elite Series delivered by Domino's. Right, first matchup, we had the return of Vitality for Season 4, taking on Reason Gaming, the People's Champs. That's what I call them, because they are. Angry Mojo-san gave them a chance, but unfortunately, Lick Exelo said, no, thank you. There came out the Salt Bay. We moved into match up to Epsilon, the Hired Guns. Got off to a bad start. Comps, the man with Army, making his debut for them, his new team. Got them off to a great start. Epsilon's Gunslinger showing how important it is to hold your controller in a cradle-like fashion. Army, though, got the win in some moments of madness from Epsilon. Right then, it is now time to move on to our third matchup of the night, and a giant killing could be on the cards. Returning champions Nordovin look to make Elite Series history as they kick off their campaign to win back-to-back titles for the first time ever in the Elite Series. Can it be done? Looking to put their first dent in those ambitions is the team called Hashtag.
Wow, great play there, Venom. Oh, where you going, says Joker Joe. That's it right there. Oh, super, surely! Kidding me!
Right then, Nordovin made their mark in Season 3, putting all challengers to the sword. Now Season 4 is here. Does anyone have what it takes to steal their crown, or will they once again reign supreme?
In the Elite Series, for the players we have here, this is the highest caliber right now.
The highest level Street Fighter.
This is a 9 out of 10 squad.
We've got 3 great characters on this team. Venom!
This is a world-class competitor.
Pressure for him, it just bounces off him like rain.
Talky kids. You can see the type of confidence he has in himself translate into the screen.
That guy will make anyone salty. Mommy.
He just steamrolls the opponent.
He could be the force to be reckoned with.
The composure in this team.
The most consistent players.
We're a lot more confident in our game. I don't really think of any of them as trouble, really.
We've said again and again that Nordovin was probably the best roster in this series, and they just showed it.
These guys have just been so dominant.
How confident are you feeling about retaining this title?
I think we're gonna win again.
Is there a weakness to this Nordovin team? Alrighty, I remember that. Momi really helping Phenom to lift that trophy, holding his arm at the top and side bay at the bottom. Anyway, listen, let's talk about those boys, reigning champions. 3 in the team, obviously it's 3v3. You've got Momi, you've got Veggie and Salty Kid. The first thing you will notice is, yes, Veggie's hair has got longer and there is more of a beard there, looking more Nordic. But the thing is, no Phenom. How much of a downside is that for this very, very strong Nordovin?
Phenom was the best player
100%
last season, wasn't it? Did he have 100%?
I don't think he.
I don't think he lost the game.
Even when you thought you had him, he would come back.
Came back, yeah. He had 100. He's very good in the one game set. He's very good overall.
Yeah.
But he's very comfortable in this one game.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. You know.
But in terms of this situation, no Phenom. Are they ripe for the taking, or who do they still have on that roster?
No. This is the thing about Nordovin. They've done a really good job. First season, they didn't really use this guy, but I'm going to mention Veggie, right? First season, he was still kind of feeling his way into the game. He was a very solid player in Street Fighter 4. The timing's actually quite good, because he's actually quite a solid player now.
He's really improved.
I think he lost only to Japanese opposition at, I can't remember what event it was, but the last
ranking or Premier, he only lost to the Japanese players. He beat all the Europeans. He beat all the Europeans.
He is so Brexit. Listen, the thing is, with this, we're watching some scenes from Season 3, and they just grew in confidence. And with Phenom, he's a man who takes things very, very seriously, but he delivers. And then now Vegi's come back in. Even that week where Phenom wasn't playing in Season 3, Vegi came in and people thought, we've got him. We've got an opportunity here. Vegi's no
He won his game. I think the 1 or 2 games he played last season, he won them.
Yeah, he came in and did a good job. I've been really impressed with him this year. I know he was having trouble adjusting because he fell in love with Street Fighter in Street Fighter 4. One of those players that had trouble moving over into Street Fighter 5 with the significant changes in terms of, approaching the game. But he's definitely finding his feet now. If anything, he might be a little bit too safe in his play.
He's one of the more relaxed and kind of like, there's a lot of logic to what he does.
Very, very, very logical and methodical.
And when we were talking about Epson earlier, they didn't have one leader. Vegi's definitely the leader for Nordovin because he's like the coach.
You can't underplay his contribution to last season. He picks the picks, he picks the orders, he strategizes with them. He's pretty much player manager.
The mastermind.
Oh, player manager.
Kevin Keegan. Kenny Dalglish.
He's all of those older than the 90s players.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like it, but you know
that's
what?
Like the last time you had player managers. Glenn Hoddle at Swindon. There you
go,
of course.
Playing sweeper.
Yes,
all our viewers at home will remember all of these.
He's Arsene Wenger. No.
No. But he did. But for an example of someone who holds on to the job longer, maybe than they need to, but still epic. Listen, let's look at hashtag United. Their roster. They got off to a flyer last week. You have got this guy on the left. Who be this Nort? Because you've got Joker Jokes and Darkmoon Haddo. There is no Jester power. So what is this? Why is this happening?
Get the camera on me. Get the camera on me now. I want to do my Nort impression.
Go on.
That's what you're going to get.
Is that what he does?
Yes.
Okay.
So he is a Urian player who I didn't really know anything about until he turned up at one of our Winner Stays On open tournaments, monthly events that we run. And I think he finished 3rd. Out of nowhere, really, really well. He's a very, very accomplished Urian player, and we don't really see many Urians at all anymore. He's a very unique character, Urian. You have to be a character specialist with him. He definitely got toned down from his Season 2 version that was just pure robbery. But now he's a lot more normalised. But he has definitely got that potential for some crazy V-Trigger combat. He's got one of the best V-Triggers.
I'll let you know something.
Did you play him online?
I first met Nort, not online. I met him at Versus Fighting last year in Birmingham. I entered the tournament. They let me enter and commentate, which was quite nice. I did pretty well.
Because they know he's not going to get top 8.
I'm never going to. Yeah, exactly. It's this sad truth. But I made it pretty far on the loser side, and I sit down next to this kid. I'm just like, who's this guy? Who's he think he is? He's looking pretty confident. The first round probably ended in like 20 seconds.
Really?
I got a lot of that, and then in the final game, I got hit with a V-trigger setup I've never seen before. That if anyone ends up in that situation, they're all getting hit too.
I feel like there's a sideshow. Gfinity bosses and you at home as well, leave us a comment to this. We just have a whole show of F-word talks about being demoralised through Street Fighter, these moments where other players have taken you down.
Definitely watch that show.
I used to be.
I'd subscribe to
It's actually quite a nice show because I used to actually be a decent player, so it's quite sad.
You're still a decent player to me in the same ground like Kevin Keegan was a good manager back in the day. I like that. Listen, they don't look that nervous. Well, he's not managing now.
Arsene Wenger, he used to be a good manager.
He did indeed. Real Madrid don't want him. Listen, hashtag United. They look pretty confident and relaxed back there, giving it the usual hashtag.
Can I be controversial?
You can be controversial, but how controversial will we lose our jobs?
No, we're okay. No one's getting fired.
Okay.
Your real boss is not going to say you're fired.
Okay.
I think, I'm really sorry, Ren, but I think hashtag picked the wrong brother.
Oh, why? Break that down for me.
Damn.
I think Jester, out of the two, is the more solid of the two players, and I think he's in better form at the moment. And Jester's here as well.
Can I chime in on that? Can I chime in on that?
Yes, you
can. I give you my input on that? I think you're right in tournament settings. However, have you played Joker Jokes in casuals?
This ain't casuals, boy.
I'm just saying, if he hits his casual form in tournament, he's a problem.
Wow. Okay. Well, listen, it's going to be...
And, of course, Darkmoon Haddo is, we've spoken...
Week in, week out.
Sung his praises for a long time.
Well, listen, I am being told in the Domino's Den right now, the order is being made. Lottie, what's going on?
It is indeed, Tom. I am back here. Of course I'm back here. I'm always back here in the Domino's den. And right in front of you, you've got Ben from Hashtag, and you've also got Veggie from Nordavind. Now, gentlemen, I'm going to slip in here. I'm sorry to break up the party, as always, but I want to talk to you guys. Now, Ben, first of all, I always see that you've got this book, right? And it looks a bit like a Hashtag Bible to me. Will you just explain to everybody at home, you know, what have you got in this this Hashtag Bible of yours?
Every single player, every sub, every team, I know when they play, I know what accounts they play on, I know what characters they've got in the pockets, I know everything about them. It goes in here, and it's used to make counter strategies, I guess.
Wow, so you're the Hashtag strategy man. That is what you do. You tell the players exactly who they're playing against and what sort of caliber of a player they are.
They know who they're playing against. They know the caliber of the players they're playing against, but they might not know small defensive quirks that the people they're playing against may have. They may not know about certain tendencies. That's where I come in. I, for example, this man likes to jump forward out the corner a lot. So I wonder if will he be mixing that option up with a few other things? I don't know. Let's find out.
Ben knows a little bit more about you than I think you thought he did. Veggie, now, of course, you're going against Hashtag. They've had a fantastic first week, but you guys are reigning champs. But you have not played yet. How are you feeling coming into the competition in week 2?
We're feeling good, I think. Hashtag, they're strong, but I think even without Phenom, we're the favorites to win the game. So I hope that we can all just play our best, and if we play our best, we will win.
And how do reigning champions prepare coming into a fresh season? Of course, you guys are the ones to watch, you know.
Well, we also did online research last year, but I have some advice. Use only tournament footage, because the CFN footage is it's so different that we almost lost games using knowledge from the Capcom Fighters Network. They're more scared. They have different tendencies. They have different game plans when they're fixated, when they're ready. When they play online, they get sloppy. When they play in tournament, they're ready. So we only base all our research on tournament footage. So that's the champions' tips.
Champions' tips there, Ben.
We were watching offline tournament footage as well. It was just harder to find it for one of their squad. But we mixed it up. I watched a lot of footage. Almost 100 games of a man who isn't here.
I think they're both ready for each other, to be honest. But it's a little bit tense down here, Tom. So I'm just gonna throw this back to you, mate.
I think they could have did it.
You said had this.
That was incredible.
Oh,
that was so good. There should be more of that throughout Street Fighter 5. There should be a beard off for every opportunity. MQS. Now, gentlemen, he has a book. That is important when it comes to being prepared. There's probably no one better than MQS. He has tournaments up north that he puts on.
Yep.
He lives and breathes Street Fighter 5.
Big up you guys.
So he basically has that all written down in the book. Is it going to help them beat
Well, he said that last week. You know, I've studied everyone's matches online on CFN, the beauty of CFN.
He actually reeled off some really cool stats last week. Like, these guys have a 30% win rate against Dalsim, then proceeded to beat Dalsim, but the fact that he knew that was still quite valuable.
Puts it in his favour.
Now, in terms of the game having an update and everyone getting used to the sort of speeds of the characters and everything like that, and delays, MQS was telling me he was breaking it down scientifically to that level. Is that what every team needs? As someone who takes it to that next level?
I don't think it hurts.
That's exactly what I would say.
But I don't think you should take it as gospel from a good book. But to have that information is very, very useful because it can be the basis of making your decisions, you know. And if they are alarming numbers, like a 30% win rate against Dalsim online, even if it's specifically Mr. Crimson or not, or whomsoever, it's good to know and good to make your decisions around that, rather than just doing it on intuition. But then sometimes intuition's the right way, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Especially in Street Fighter 5. Just do what you feel. Believe in it. If you believe in it enough, that jump in will work.
Just do it.
That wake up dragon punch will work.
Do it. If it's time to do it.
Do it now!
I said it was time. It is time.
Get to the chopper.
F word.
Is that
MQS,
your Veggie impression?
He has got... Veggie is just too cool for school. He's just so laid back.
Beautiful man.
He's such a good-looking man. He's a big Drake fan. He was tweeting about that the other day.
Have we got that? Can we not?
Oh, that was epic. No,
why do we have everyone else's tweets that are embarrassing, but we don't have Veggie singing?
I'd love to embarrass Veggie.
I'm being told there is reasons. Something called copyright.
Oh, just pay the PRS. It's fine.
Listen. We will welcome out the players right now, and then we'll get into more debates about who you think is going to win this. Right, let's welcome out Nordavind, the return of the champions. Please welcome Veggie, Momi, and Salty Kid. There you go. That is one heck of a welcome. Let's welcome out their opposition for hashtag. We have Joker Jokes, Nor, and Dark Moon Hado! Well, here we go. Listen, gentlemen, I'm going to come straight over there. Nort, talk to me. Basically, F-word says I have to do that. That's something...
Yes, Urian boys. I have to represent.
OK, fair enough. Are you excited about your debut tonight?
Very much so.
OK.
I'm finally here. Man.
You are finally here. Keep on smiling. I love that smile. Welcome over here. Veggie, the coolest... How long is this hair going to go? Looking like an Adonis tonight.
It's going to go until I can bun it. You know, put it up.
Yeah, no, I know what a bun is. I know what a bun is. I like it.
Yeah.
That is going to be beautiful. Listen, it's lovely to have you back, reigning champions. Let's look at the matchups right now and see what we are about to get into. A beautiful situation. Momi, first up, taking on Dark Moon Hado. Then Veggie, the main man, will be taking on Nort, ready with his just arm straight back, sling down. Salty Kid, back-to-back matches. First up against Joker Jokes, then Dark Moon Hado. Momi against Joker Jokes, then Veggie against Joker Jokes, then Momi, and then we will have again Nort if it goes that far. Listen, what I have been told is that you've come in the wrong side. What is this? You've come in at the wrong side. What happened? Nordovin, you're just shaking things up. You're playing on that side, but you thought, no. Is this a tactical mind game from you, Veggie?
You have to ask the ring walk leader.
Oh, Salty Kid. It's Salty Kid, an absolute troublemaker. I'm holding the microphone because I've been told contractually I can't let you have it.
Yeah, otherwise I might steal it. So.
OK, Salty Kid, are you happy to be back? Are you ready for this matchup today?
Yeah, of course I am. I mean, we're the champions, so yeah, we're ready. We're ready.
Okay, and what do you make of your first matchup against hashtag United?
It's all right. It's all right.
Beautiful. It's all right. OK, I've got to ask you, Joke Jokes. On the desk, they said maybe they've chosen the wrong brother tonight. I want your reply on that in terms of the matchups tonight. I know that Nort's saying, what? But why tactically have you gone with this tonight?
Well, my brother did have work today, but at the same time, I did step up to the plate, so let's just see how it goes, you know?
Step up to the plate, score a home run. That's what you do. Hashtag United, you head to that side. Nordovin, honestly, seriously, cut that out for the rest of the weeks. You stay on your side, Nordovin. Give it up for those guys. They're about to get underway. They can head up and get prepared. I'm going to come back over here. Logan, F-word, what do you make of that? Not the fact that they come out the wrong way, but what do you make of the matchups that have just unfolded before our eyes? Salty Kid, back-to-back games.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like they're targeting Momi. Is that the wise thing to do? Because he's got,
I think Momi's the most solid character.
Nordovin won the coin toss.
Yeah, they definitely won the coin toss. Momi's Cammy is the most solid of the other three characters. Mika is incredibly destructive, but not. You're still gambling with command grab characters. Veggie plays Birdie, again, it's a command grab character, a little bit more solid, I'd say, than Mika in terms of being able to play the neutral, but Cammy just gets the job done.
I think we're just underplaying this coin toss. It's so important, right? I mean, if you actually look at that, right? Veggie, ask him who his most hated character in the history of Street Fighter is. He'll tell you straight away, without hesitation, Cammy. Ask him to name his top 5 hated characters, he'll say Cammy 5 times. He's managed to avoid Cammy completely.
So MQS has got this wrong?
No, MQS, they lost the coin toss.
It's the issue with the coin toss.
When you lose the coin toss...
It really puts you at a significant disadvantage that you don't really get back until the last fixture anyway. So, if it goes all the way down to the line and Joker Jokes manages to have a breakout performance, then, it definitely could work in their favour.
I'll tell you what, they've targeted Joker Jokes by putting him on 3 times there. Let's see, that could be a mistake.
Now I want to ask this question, and please hope that I'm not offending anybody, but is Birdie a cheap man's Abigail?
No. No,
and why? Well, Veggie uses this character. We don't see Birdie often.
There was a lot of discussion that Abigail made all of the grapplers in the game redundant, just because of his ability to cause tremendous damage, not only from you trying to escape the command grab, but if he hits you with that command grab as well. He gets a ridiculous setup if he hits you with super as well.
Oh, my God.
He's a absolute monster.
Okay.
But Birdie definitely has uses. He's actually better in a few matchups than Abigail is.
I'll keep saying it. I think Birdie's got the best critical art setup in the game.
Birdie has a better setup after critical art than Abigail does, and he's a lot more solid in terms of the neutral game.
Okay.
I feel.
But bearing all of that in mind, this is the moment. One-word answers on this. Is it going to be Nordvin or hashtag F-word?
You know what? Just to back my boy Joker Jokes, despite Logan's disrespectful comments on my homie, I'm going to go with Nordvin.
That was 35 words. That is 35 words, but perfect. We got there. Logan.
You didn't even clock what he said. He said, I'm going to go with Nordvin. I want to make it interesting, so I was going to say hashtag.
Okay, I like that. I'm going to go with hashtag as well, just to make it interesting. I'm going to back with Logan. What do you boys over there in the commentating area think of this one?
Hard one.
Here's a hard one, yeah. I'm going to pick hashtag, and not because it just to try to make it interesting, actually because I believe hashtag can beat Nordvin this week. I believe, listen, I have faith in the hashtag boys, all right? Doesn't matter about no coin toss, no nothing. Joker Jokes is up there, he's going to deliver it home. All right, Logan.
Who do you think has got the power of the monkey wrench?
Definitely Joker Jokes. Definitely Joker Jokes. I don't know whether he's brought the monkey or the wrench. He wouldn't have brought both. I think Jess has got the other half.
My God,
Cue that Foo Fighters track we can't play due to copyright.
Quotes are being made on a daily basis on the Gfinity Elite Series.
Let's see what we got.
It looks like we've all have a soft spot for hashtag. To be honest, it's great to see hashtag.
Do you think hashtag as well?
I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go for Nordvin for the sole reason that it's not that the champ. Momi is playing 3 times, and I'm actually surprised because I thought they would make Veggie play 3 times because he's arguably like not as good as Momi.
Well, we were saying they won the coin toss.
Yeah, it's an interesting pick. I think he's still a player you can trust.
Yeah.
But having Momi 3 times and Momi quite confident as well.
Right? Yeah.
I think that's what might.
He's definitely the number 2 after Phenom. And here we go. We've got Momi versus Darkmoon Hado. He's so skilled in the Canny mirror. Is Momi?
Yeah.
So this will be really a big test for Darkmoon Hado to see how he can. Oh, EXDP, just like I said, doesn't care. Nice backdash though.
To be honest, I was about to say that Momi has a much slower approach to Kami than other characters.
No,
he just
not
goes
versus the
straight
mirror.
Away
not in the mirror. He wants to put his personality on display here and prove to Darkmoon Hado he's the number 1. Oh, nice drill there though off the V-trigger from Darkmoon Hado. Get some offense going. Nice tick.
Takes his time. Jumps away, no punish on that one, but Momi still waiting, trying to back that. Not want to scare
I've never seen Cammy not anti-air so much. Versus Cammy. They're so scared to anti-air each other. Ooh. Really good confirm from Darkmoon Hado as he gets an opportunity here and catches him low. Draws first blood. Darkmoon Hado.
He wanted to block it standing, potentially making it negative, but he got completely caught by Darkmoon Hado bait.
Oh, and Darkmoon Hado showing flashes here. Doesn't care about the champs. He's going in.
Oh, missed. Cannon spike from a
great confirm.
Gets the conversion. Backdash is trying to bait something from Momi. Not working, but still a big life lead.
Where's your confirm?
What a mistake.
Darkmoon Hado looking to draw first blood on the champs. Momi having to fight back here. Yeah, tentative, aware of the DP. Doesn't press anything straight away, delays, but here we go. Darkmoon Hado now has his V-trigger up. Momi, great fight back. The DP misses. And that is 1-0. Darkmoon Hado. Little look like, as expected. Joker Jokes feeling it. Rocking back and forth.
Of course he is. Cheering for the boys, and Darkmoon Hado happy about his first victory. Momi with 2 big misses.
Yeah,
first game. Uncharacteristic from that guy, but it makes the hashtag boys happy. Draw that hashtags with your fingers and go for that first game for Darkmoon Hado. Playing great, playing solid, and just capitalizing on Momi's mistakes, really.
Yeah, he did amazing checks. He was getting bullied in the corner. He had high stun. Guess for game scenario, he managed to squirm his way out. There's that input error or the miss on the combo from Momi. Maybe wants to go DP into C, but doesn't work. And you can hear MQS and Jester Power shouting in the crowd. When Nordvin came down, everyone was cheering. When hashtag came down, no one really backed hashtag. So this will be a huge upset if they manage to get the win here.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're off to a great start. Let's see what will happen as Veggie steps to plate there. You see Jester Power There's so much flavor and character in this team, hashtag. I absolutely love it.
I really like it because also hashtag was not the best roster on the last season and they only started to be good at the end of the season. It's great to see that the team stepped up and went for a different yet, in my opinion, stronger roster.
Yeah, 100%.
This time they have a great versatile, cast, and they have also just a power on the bench that could help in certain matchups. That's definitely a great team composition. Shout outs to hashtag United for their picks. But for now, that's gonna be the debut of Note, the Urian.
Pick from the draft.
This
but
guy,
he's scary, man.
I feel like it's long overdue. I mean, I feel like we should have seen him
sooner,
earlier because he's honestly good. We've seen him absolutely going crazy at EGX this year, and it's well deserved for someone who's been working so much on the game, and his Urian is definitely a threat, but he's gonna have to deal with that Steve Harvey birdie, the classic.
And Vegi's very controlled in these scenarios. He's got really good composure and he can compose himself to a T, especially in these high-risk situations. So Nordavian will be happy sending Vegi up next, even though that they've lost one. Make no mistake about it, if these guys lose, I don't think these guys lost last season at all. I don't think they've lost one of their fixtures, so this will be huge. Nort starts off zoning out Vegi in these fireballs. Oi! Uses that armor on the V skill. I'll save for this. Straight away, dash in throw. Wasn't ready for it. Not ready for it again. No respect shown by Nort.
Alright, good one by Nord, just takes his sweet time, not willing to overcommit, and he knows he just has to play the fireball game so far. Oh, great one, just rushes complete control on Nord.
Goodness, Nord doesn't care! He finally gets hit. Activation.
Alright, desperate activation a bit by Vegi. He's gonna try to make it work, but not happy to just wait. Challenge, not working yet. A bit too far for the light kick punish, but still gets it. Not extremely convincing and extremely calm. That face, the face of composure. North side.
EX drops straight away, he's in, checks the low, where you stepping back to, in the corner, he blocks it, amazing punish, the call out.
That was great, that was a great punish as well, but finally Vegi gets the first jump cross up.
This is it, this is where Vegi can get his engine rolling. The corner from Birdie is very scary. Nort using the plus frames there on the Shim Sham.
He's waiting, and this time he gets caught, activates V-Trigger for bigger damage. Back to the corner we are. Vegi looking for a command grab opportunity, but good block the call out as well. Gets the challenge a bit too far for Urian's punish.
Yeah, Nort didn't try to really press too hard there. Doesn't want to open himself up. And Vegi really hasn't got anything out of this V-Trigger yet. These couple of brazen dashes from Nort. He does not care. Birdie, a character that you're normally scared of. Great answer to that drop. And here we go. He's in the corner. Gets grabbed, aware of the scenario, but he has to back out now. Back throw into it. Here we go. No! But he uses the V-Trigger to cover it. And hashtag have gone up 2-0 against a team that is used to sweeping their competition.
Against the team that swept the competition, literally speaking. They haven't lost a single game on the last season, and they might get a loss for this one against hashtag if this goes on. Jestavara obviously extremely hyped there to see his teammates doing so well, and not a great debut there on the Gfinity Elite Series. He's been in control. Damn.
The only people I can hear yelling are Jestavara and MQS.
Yeah, they're the voice. They're here. But you could see a great game by Note. Extremely calm as well. I mean, I feel like he's quite an impressive player as well because we don't see him travel that much. No. But when he does, he's always composed and calm. He's not the kind of player who panics. And it's quite a big trait as well because when you're not used to the big stage, you tend to be scared. He's not. He's just playing his game. He's at home. He's playing online.
Look at that. He gets thrown and he immediately wakes up and forward dashes at him. This guy has a lot of confidence in himself. And like you were saying, that's very important, especially here on this big stage. Because it means they're not scared going up against Nordavian, which a lot of teams might be scared. Oh no, I've got to face the champs. They've obliterated the competition. And Nordavian, I think, weren't looking at hashtag as seriously as they should do. I spoke to Momi earlier and he was like, oh, it's okay, you know, we have hashtag.
Yeah, so that's a bad, it's a difficult mentality to go in because you go underestimating your opponent, and these guys are here for business. Hashtag are gunning for the victory there. And have you seen not even celebrating? That's just another day at the office for him.
That's
like,
why I like to see. They're not out of it yet. They're not out of the woods. They still respect the champions that they're fighting, and they're looking to try and take it and close it out. Then they can celebrate. Joker Jokes now about to face Salty Kid. You can see just the power there watching in the crowd. He'll be very sweaty as he sees his brother here step up to the plate. Armpits going out, maybe a little bit of anti-perspirant on there.
But yeah, he's gonna have to face Armika, and he decides to pick Dalsim on that. How much has he played Ibuki lately? Because I remember him switching to Ibuki, but
he's been playing a lot of Dalsim.
Okay, he's back. He's probably back to Dalsim grind.
And Joker Jokes is someone who prepares a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely a player.
Yeah.
That and the Salty Kid Classic, the warm-up hands, and he's gonna get ready to play that Mika.
Here we go. I love seeing Salty Kid play straight away with a drop kick. He's in. Dashing all over Joker Jokes, who checks the dash. Command grab. This is where you can go to work on Dalsim. That was a fortunate series of events there for Joker Jokes. Missed the punish, but happened to get the counter hit. No anti-air though. The stand jab doesn't connect. Big boy damage for Salty Kid.
Hard, simple punish there. Just gets the throw. And no good position for Dalsim. Using that corner pressure. Good. Virosol gets away of the fire as well. Salty Kid doesn't care about Dalsim's V-trigger.
Checks the dash. That was minus on that frame, but Joker with the great presence of mind. Bad situation here. Gets the throw. Back dashes with the shimmy. Oh, wake up buttons happens to get hit and doesn't need it.
Command grab from Salty Kid wraps up the first round there. And Joker Jokes looked like he was getting back on track, but you're never ready for the dash in and throw.
Double dash. Salty Kid here just going all out. Wake up buttons. You can't really react to Mika's wake up. Her animations are very similar. Ooh. Command grab the V reversal. Ooh. Another command grab. Dunk of Dairy Lee.
Alright, Joker happy to wait. He's still in the corner, and a good conversion there by Salty Kid, getting close to the first point for his team. And the EX command grab. That's going to be a first point for Nordavid. Salty Kid extremely convincing to get his team back on track.
I mean, come on. It was always going to happen. This guy is absolutely free to me. It's so amazing.
Thank you, Salty Kid.
He's very composed. That was excellent work from Salty Kid as he stepped up to the plate and imposed his will on hashtag. Said, don't get too happy, don't get too brazen. We're still the champs for a reason, and I'm still on the sticks. You're gonna have to deal with my Mika. Manages to take it cleanly over Joker Jokes. Some scenarios where Joker Jokes got going, but I think the disrespectful wake-up jabs, all of that type of stuff, Joker Jokes wasn't able to make Salty Kid respect him in terms of meaties and stuff like that. And that really
Joker Jokes just spent his entire time trying to defend, but Salty Kid was just happy playing his game until it worked.
It's the shimmy, and then here, the quick rise, block the jab, press the button on the counter hit. That was cheeky.
Yeah,
Salty Kid.
And this is especially cheeky because if you jump back with Dalsim's jump speed, you might get caught by the dash and still die anyway. So definitely a good shot by Salty Kid. Finishes the other round by an EX command grab as well. Very convincing performance for the Swedes.
Look, there you see.
We're gonna move to game 4.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Salty
whatever.
Kid.
Having fun. Yeah, I'm playing Mika, you know. And he's gonna stay. He's gonna have to stay, as he's gonna have to take on Dark Moon Hado next.
Dark Moon Hado, and this is more of a favourable matchup for hashtag now as they go further into the bracket of these players. They start to look a bit better. Mika can't really anti-air Cammy as well because of her different approaches, and Dark Moon Hado will be, I'd imagine, confident in this matchup, and also confident against Salty Kid. He's not someone to let, you know, someone disrespect them. You saw it with Momi, who did that DP. Dark Moon Hado did it right back to him the next round, so it'll be interesting to see how Salty Kid attacks Dark Moon Hado here. He's in straight away.
Oh, good challenge there.
Punch. 6 frames on that golf swing.
Standing fierce, and Dark Moon Hado keeps his distance. Great anti-air.
Again, yeah, pressing buttons on the block strings there for the dash. Aware of how Salty Kid wants to approach. That was such a brilliant jump.
It maximizes the damage as well, and this time for him, he gets the throw. The pressure is on. Dark Moon Hado needs to find a way out, but a command grab, getting really close to stun right now. Dark Moon Hado gets away.
Still in this. That's what happens when you try to anti-air all the time with Cammy. Salty Kid would have had a lot of practice versus Momi. Checks the dash.
And this is when it's scary. Good jump, but the dash is coming, and she comes to save the day. He tries to use that EX spiral to get away, but unfortunately, you do not get away from the BFF.
The right Nadeshko to punish that. Normally in situations that could whiff. Great presence of mind from Salty Kid to choose the right option. Checks the dash again. Dark Moon Hado so good at doing that. No punish there on the whiff drop kick.
Right.
Anti-air.
Anti-air this time. The trade is there, but still good for Dark Moon Hado. Keeping his distances. Salty Kid just looking for an opening.
Another check. No confirm. Great punish on that poorly spaced dive kick. Back dashes out. Darkmoon Haddo really controlling Salty Kid here, which is great stuff to see Salty Kid having to slow down. Other side.
It is, but you know how fast it can go with Mika as well.
The whip
the activation. Can he do now?
Salty Kid pressing nothing.
Oh, and that's gonna be saving the day again. No conversion yet for Salty Kid. Just waiting.
Not pressing anything. Oh, again. No, again. Wrong choice. Check the dash one more time. That's been there every time for Darkmoon Haddo. He's checked that dash.
Every single dash was kept in check by Darkmoon Haddo. Great awareness from him. Saves one, needs one more round to go 3-1 for his team. And what an important round it is.
Oh, great response there from Salty Kid to anti-air. The DP, Darkmoon Haddo doesn't give a monkey or a wrench to that approach from Salty Kid.
Waiting back to...
Nice anti-air. You can see Salty Kid has worked on this matchup so much, Damascus.
Yeah, I mean, his teammate is none other than Momi. That's a matchup that he rinses constantly. Definitely one he's probably comfortable with, and so far he is playing great. Darkmoon Haddo not challenging those charge drop kicks there. Happy to just wait, gets the conversion.
Wow.
Happy to wait, good one, and still Salty Kid not pressing any button. Darkmoon Haddo just using all of these plus frames to get some grey life, but cannot get anything. Great conversion. Salty Kid just needs one critical ult. Nadeshko's coming.
Critical.
That's gonna be it.
We'll see you tomorrow, kid. A boom, up top, bang, bah. KO. Salty Kid does the job. 2 games straight.
2 games
Lovely
straight.
stuff, Mr. Salty.
And satisfied. Big smile on his face.
Yeah, he puts his team right back in it.
Yep. He's like, oh, we aren't you. Let me get there. Let me get that. Let me have fun.
Listen, you're all disrespecting me, saying that Momi is the best. You completely overrid me. I'm going to show you, with my beautiful Mika play.
And he definitely showed this time. Salty Kid putting his team back on track. 2-2 in this game between #United and
Look at that, he's happy. He's trying to keep it composed, but you know the type of player that he is. He's very excited and happy about how he performed. And one thing that doesn't get highlighted, and most people don't notice, the defense from Salty Kid there in that last round to block all of those approaches from Darkmoon Haddo. Normally people will try and press buttons, try and fight back and open themselves up to Cammy and get put in those horrible situations.
You know, for this Nadeshko situation, I would have liked to see what would have happened if he went for like standing medium, crouching medium, DP. If it gets the perfect timing, might go through Nadeshko, but that was pretty much a checkmate situation there.
Yeah, didn't choose the right choice on the day. And there you could see on those 2 approaches before, Salty Kid was very respectful, not pressing anything, delaying constantly. And he's like, you're not going to DP again. You're scared of me. Now I'm going to meet you. Got the confirm there. Darkmoon Haddo unfortunately heads to the back of the queue.
Yeah, and look, the Wind Boys are relieved right now as they go.
He wants to pop off so badly, man.
He wants to, but it's like, no. 3 games remaining on this series, Sengen. 3 games. 2 of them have Joker Jokes, and Joker Jokes has your seal of approval. Do you still feel like he can prove Logan wrong?
I think he can. I think the command grab character is very scary. He has to fight Momi now, who we all think is the strongest of Nordavin's teams today. He has to find it in his locker to step up to the plate, like he said, and really seal at least 1 to get it to go to that 7th game. But he'd be wanting to take both of these and close it out and prove everyone else wrong.
And that's going to be an Ibuki pick, obviously. Ibuki, a character who's
he's
doing well against Cammy. One of the very few characters who can kind of sort of...
I like this,
reliably anti-air her with the light kick DP. It's really good for stopping all those dash kicks, and he's going to go for it. The question is, how much experience does he have against Cammy? Because it's not any Cammy.
I'd imagine he would, but yeah, it's the caliber of Cammy here that's important.
All right, let's see what Ibuki can do. Joker Joke showing he's a very versatile player. Can play a bunch of characters. So far, just blocking, trying to jump in. First anti-air for Momi.
Goes to the other side and gets the conversion. Wow, opens him up again. The stun's there. Disrespect, I swear that was punishable, that one. Or at least minus.
Yeah, that's minus.
Joker
If you block is standing,
taking
minus.
the situation, you can see that's not a very good sign having to use V-reversal in that situation there. You can see he's just scared. Other side, here we go. Gets the grab, very nice meaty. Not pressing a button was Momi on that wake up. Happy to block out, double dash. Watch your legs, sir.
All right, what's the mix-up gonna be? Just waiting. Joker Joke's gonna look for an opportunity to activate Michigan. Not happening yet, and Momi with a maximum damage.
Peels off.
Ouch.
Wow, I did not great presence of mind there from Momi to know that he was in the kill scenario if he got that to hit. No expression on Momi's face. It's all business as it's 2-2.
It was all business. Antia was there this time.
Traded. Very dangerous to have to go for that, but Joker needs to pull something out here. No button being pressed here on Momi's side. That's good respect from Momi that he shows Joker Jokes. He's respecting Joker Jokes as a Buki.
Oh, no DP, no anti on this one, but Joker Jokes still in control, still keeping Momi away. He just wants to play with Momi's jump-ins, but Momi has been really good at just varying the timings there.
Again, I was really surprised here to see the approach Momi's taking, playing very cautiously. Joker Jokes, maybe not aware or respect. Oh, very good dash up to catch that buffer.
Yeah, not the best punish either by Joker Jokes. Could do a tad bit more damage there, but still.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Still some damage there.
Oh, not biting, but gets the Shim Sham. This is dangerous. Another shimmy. And Joker Jokes cracks. And that puts Nordvin up 3-2. You can see him shaking his head. Two really, really bad defensive options there. That delay throw.
Yeah, difficult time. Difficult time for...
We were talking about it earlier on the desk. When your health is low and, you know, you're on the wire, that's where the bad habits start to come out.
Yeah.
Momi, I don't think grabbed him once in that whole set.
Yeah. But like,
yeah, he's still
the tech there is a bit too dangerous. Just as you said, right? It's like it's the last moment, so your brain is not in control anymore. Your hands are, and all the bad habits come back. Unfortunate for Joker Jokes, but let's just stress on how solid Momi is.
Yeah,
he just took a very slow approach.
Very slow approach. Yeah,
a very slow approach. And the good thing he did is he stayed far enough that at this range, if he does a jumping dive kick and Joker Jokes goes for a DP, the DP will whiff.
And he can crush counter punish, yeah.
So like, not crush counter because it's not an invincible DP, but still a simple punish to knock down. So Momi just played with the ranges there and kept Joker in doubt. Joker was afraid to anti-air, and if you're afraid to anti-air as a Buki, Kami already won.
You let him get in, but Joker Jokes, he's not out yet. He can still hold it down, but that just puts even more pressure on him now as he tries to make it 3-3.
Yeah, just a power.
Momi did throw. He did that one back throw there, but again, he didn't throw enough to be that for that to be your default option. Manages to open up Joker. Joker Jokes cracked under the pressure, but he'll be looking to redeem himself. Can he shake that off going into this match versus Veggie?
Yeah, 2 losses for him. He desperately needs that 1 win, and you know, as I said, mentally speaking, it's a tough position for him. But Veggie as well lost his game. Both of these players have something to prove right now because. I think there are 2 players that everyone is looking, can they win the game for their team or not? And that's going to be a very, very important game.
All the pressure here is on Joker Jokes. Momi steps up to the plate, he doesn't care. He'll go whether it's the last game or not.
Yeah, Momi doesn't know pressure.
Yeah,
Momi just plays.
And Veggie is very composed, so all the pressure, make no mistake about it, is on Joker Jokes here. Unaware about this matchup, not really sure how Dalsim can approach Birdie. Birdie with that explosive power, if he gets put in the corner, can definitely go to work on Dalsim, and that's something that Joker will be aware of as he teleports out there. The can gets set up. Ooh! Wow.
The call-out.
No punish there. Puts himself in a bad situation.
Right, the backdash, and now Joker Jokes just wants to stay away from that Birdie. But it's really hard. I mean, the explosive damage from Birdie is so big, and Veggie taking all the right options so far. Sends him to corner. Good one. Slides under, and now it's time for him to put some pressure on.
Doesn't care about that fireball. The reversal's there. Backdashes out, gets the V-trigger up. Joker might be able to get something going here. Happy to block. Doesn't want to overcommit. No whiff punish again. That's a couple of whiffs that Veggie has done. Other side, great defensive option there. Oh, I don't care about your crouch fierce. Puts him in a horrible situation. One more time. Dash up. Joker Jokes gets the hit. On the side. Watch your feet.
Medium. That was so smart from Joker Jokes. Lands behind. Wait for him to just walk back and catch the toes. Great one by Joker Jokes. One more game.
Yeah, you're so prepared there, trying to block the aerial attack.
Yeah.
As Dalsim sets up, just wasn't watching his feet. Great stuff from Joker Jokes. Great presence of mind. Good tech there from Veggie. There's the punish. Not much, but he'll take it.
Yeah, it's a really small punish as well, considering how much damage Veggie can do off one stray hit there. The reversal, Veggie escapes.
Again, everything Veggie's pressing just happens to work. Big crush counter. He's using that armored move. Big punish there from Joker Jokes. Gets the cheeky reset.
That was great, but it's time to activate. V-trigger's gonna be big damage as well. One more hit needed for Veggie. Can he do a command grab? Not yet. He's still gonna take his time.
Joker Jokes. Veggie is getting cooked up. Beans on toast. Can't take a hit now. Oh, the come on, grab. Keep your hands and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Veggie Veggie manages to get that round back.
I cannot believe he went for that in such a deep situation, but it worked. Veggie saves the match point for Joker Jokes, and now one more round needed for each player. Veggie on the offense, close to stun as
the
well.
engine's running here. The command grab for the V reversal, that doesn't work. And again, you're blocking low too long. Stun, is that dead? He can kill him.
Can he kill?
The perfect. Veggie takes it. Look at that. Nordavin still undefeated here as they start the Gfinity Elite Series, taking it over hashtag. And that will be disappointing for the boys in blues. They would have come in with a lot of confidence. Started so well on that 2-0, but Joker Jokes unable to close it out. 3 games he lost. That was going to haunt him.
That's going to haunt him for sure. And he had to play the 3 games, and we've stressed on how important it is for the team composition to be even. So you don't have a player you see as a weak link to play 3 times. Unfortunately, this time, Joker Jokes could not get a game and was, unfortunately, the one to lose the game for them. He's going to come back for sure. He's a player. He's experienced enough. He's working 100%. A lot. We'll see him much more. But today, it's all about Nordavin.
I'm not sure if Momi having to open him up with the shimmy twice made him question whether to press anything on defense, which then allowed Veggie to get those EX command grabs. Because you could see in those situations, he has high stun, he's not sure what to do. He just shelled up. Veggie took full advantage. EX command grabbed him twice. And they were vital. One was for the stun, which was both of them were for the game. One was for the game in the second round. The other one was for the stun, which got him the game.
Yeah, and also Joker played great there. I mean, he had some great moments in this game, but Veggie stayed calm. And look at this, Veggie was happy to just get cooked and lose all of his grey life. One more hit right there,
and then
would mean a loss, and he bets it all on that EX Dolphin dive. It works, thankfully for him, and after that, the rest is history.
And again, I do think Joker Jokes may be a bit too active in neutral. Veggie was doing a lot of just buttons, like the forward medium punch. All of those things can be whiff punished if poorly spaced, or punished on block. And I think Joker Jokes was constantly on the back foot. He allowed Veggie's desperateness of trying to get in to affect his gameplay. Couldn't keep a calm, composed head, and there you go, you see his head in his hands. He's definitely going to be feeling that one. Back to the drawing board, lad.
It is a bad day. It is a bad day. When you play 3 times and you lose all 3, I mean, you can only feel bad for yourself.
You think it's your fault?
Yeah, you have 2 teammates to carry there, and unfortunately, you could not do so. Hard moment, that's the life of a competitor as well. Joker Jokes will get back on track eventually. We're looking forward to see him more. Today is all about Nordavin. Tom, how do you like that team so far?
How do I like that team? Well, I tell you what, 2-0 down, they came back to win 4-2. I am going to do this. I'm just going to welcome out the man who got that perfect KO. Please welcome Veggie down to the desk. Yes, come and join us, Veggie. How do you feel after getting that perfect KO?
No singing.
But before that,
no singing.
How do you feel after that one?
After that one, I feel great. Because, well, before the last game, I was very, well, you probably know how it feels, right? You feel like you need to prove something. So when you lose your first game in the second season, it gets extra pressureful. So I haven't felt this much pressure in a very long time. So I'm very happy that I managed to come back after losing the first round and then just win.
Yeah. Well, listen, I want to talk about Salty Kid. You were 2-0 down at that point. And what a comeback. It was a smart move to have Salty Kid back-to-back. It depends how the coin flip goes. But how impressed have you been with Salty Kid?
Well, first, I picked Salty Kid for the 3rd game, but MQS picked Salty Kid for the 4th game, I think. I don't even remember anymore. But
there's logic behind that. He has some kind of statistics.
Yeah, it's like, I know that Venom, Momi, and Salty Kid, those 3 are like in the echelon of the top players, some of the absolute top in Europe. So you can always count on them. Even if one of them fails early, you know that one of them is going to be very solid that night. And that's how you can feel like confident playing on. It's hard to play on a team that's so strong because you feel like you need to prove yourself more.
I think the standard starting 3 you have with Phenom, who I think had a 100% win record, so you know you can rely on him. It gives Salty Kid more freedom to be himself and express himself more, but it's really great to see all of you step up under that pressure without having the... You're still shaking, man. The adrenaline.
Wasn't nervous,
without having that, that safety net of Phenom to come in and just get the job done. All 3 of you had to step up, and it was great to see Salty Kid bringing it round with the momentum. You know how strong Salty Kid is when the momentum's in his favour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I just got so many sort of Drake lyrics coming through my head now to just to offload to you, but it's not going to happen. We can't do that. Veggie, I want to talk about the start. Like Momi, he said to me before tonight, he's very confident about that. It wasn't the best start, and then obviously yourself, that matchup with Nort. Talk me through that.
You want the Nort match or the Cammy mirror first?
Let's start with the Cammy one with Momi.
Yeah, with Momi, it's like it's a number. It's so little that changes the winning course. The first round, he was winning comfortably, and then suddenly it's changed. And in the last round, I don't know. Sometimes Momi get execution errors. I don't know if it's pad or what it is. It happens, and it's not. It wasn't very surprising that there would be an execution.
So you think he
error.
was going for the DP into the super?
Yeah, heavy DP at least, not light, because light would whiff anyway, and he knows that.
Yeah.
So something weird happened. But I can't really talk that much in depth of the Cammy mirror because I don't really know how to play Cammy that well.
Okay.
But in the Nort match, I know he's very aggressive, but like usually people they want to condition you before they go for like very untrue pressure. Yeah. And I was thinking that should I just sit here or should I try to interrupt?
Yeah, you got away with a few dash throws.
Double dash throws, dash heavies, things like that. And it's like, it works. And especially, I had to decide in advance that I was expecting him not to do it because it would also hurt a lot if I try to interrupt him. And
You've got to remember, Veggie, one game.
Me.
You're trying to rationalize your opponent way too much here.
Yeah, it's difficult. So the first round was like very fast, and it was all like pressure that you usually take after you're conditioned.
Yeah.
But maybe he knew that I would be respected. It's hard to tell. So that was
I want to ask you as well about the end of that match, you and Nort. So you're a man that really considers everything. You try and play safe a lot of the time. You're really aware of the risk and reward and the dangers of that situation. You got the damage at the end.
The throw, right?
The throw, yeah.
The Aegis was out, and you didn't back off there. You could have backed off.
Why would you not
given him
back
the
away
space.
in that scenario?
Yeah,
there was no risk of getting thrown back into the Aegis, but you stood there and tried to control that space in the corner.
You did a wake up forward. I was like -20, wake up forward dash. I mean, you can't anticipate that, to be fair.
No, but no, I agree, because when I thought about it after, I was like, why didn't I just back that?
Exactly,
I froze. I should have just ran.
But that must be the adrenaline, the nervousness into the situation, because that's why we couldn't work it out. You're such a intelligent, logical player who you very rarely take risks. Like we will say to you, you need to command grab more, and even in your match against Joker, you got the Bull Revenger came out, quite a risky move, but it worked for you in the end. But in that situation, yeah, you kind of lost that.
Yeah, it was,
that safe.
you are absolutely correct, because usually I would back jump or back dash, because his next activation is not really true.
Yeah. No.
I can even do like very unsafe things and he can't punish anymore. It's the first activation that is good. The second activation it's not that good.
Yeah.
But for some reason
5 frames and 12 frames, right? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So I just sat there and took the Aegis pressure that I had already escaped. It's a very strange situation, and it's like you say, I'm so stressed out. Basically, not just because it's a tournament match, but because I don't want my teammates to be let down since they're so
sitting
strong.
at home.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just
watching.
He is watching. He's probably watching right now, relaxing.
He's probably on ranked, to be fair.
Is there time for one more question?
There is. I just want to get to the fact that perfect KO, because Veggie steps up against your man Joker Jokes. Talk me through this. It was the perfect way to say, hey, Nordiv in the back.
Veggie's here.
Well, a lot of it was him going in like there and missing his overhead. And after I got in, he was just choking under pressure. I mean, I understand it because of the damage output if I do the command throws. So then I just went for the safe things. It might look risky to you, but I was doing option selects into those command throws, except for the last one. And since I already knew that he wasn't going to react to the extra vengeance, most likely, it was a very good
I really
risk
liked
for
how
me.
you were using, is it forward fierce, the shoulder barge, in the corner to use the armor as well.
Something to think about.
Yeah,
he can't just
barrage.
Yeah, he can't just try and push you out when he's in the corner.
So you
he's also nervous as well because he let you get away with a few whiffed.
Yeah, exactly, because he can't be ready for everything. And when the fireball comes, I mean, heavy bullhead, it's not fast enough, but it's -5. He can't really punish, so I'm in.
But even then, he wasn't really taking the small punishes he gets anyway.
No, exactly.
He kind of let you get away with
slide,
it.
light kick, nothing like that. No.
Well, the question I was going to ask very quickly is, based on Suri Singhan's statistics, right? There was a week where you played last season and you won, right?
I won, yeah.
Finon wasn't there that week.
Oh, he was there. He played one game.
Did you guys lose a game last?
Yeah, we lost.
Did you lose a set?
We didn't have.
Last season.
We had like. Well, my flight didn't come.
Yeah.
So we had the third lineup playing, and Salty Kid was coming from the airport here. So it was a very. There was no Phenom. There was Salty Kid, me, and
That's not like
Congrats,
salty
yeah.
kids.
So,
to be
so only Mommy won in that that day. No, yeah, only Mommy won.
So not 100% record, but you've only lost one set.
One set
in the history, which is.
And it wasn't the A team. The A team. No.
Would you say? I mean, there's so much. I'm actually going to ask you, Veggie, to stick around on the desk for a little bit longer because I know that we've got more questions. But before that, would you say? I mean, I know you know only played one match, but look at Group B. Look how tight it is. Would you say everyone's stepped up another gear for Season 4 of the Elite Series?
I think, and this is something I say out of my own opinion, that having the Elite Series has given people so much opportunity to travel. And it is when you travel, you absolutely level up. That's where you actually really level up. You learn online, but you apply it in tournament. And that's where you get better. Not only from the offline sets, even the few matches you play in tournament are so important just to realize and just to get it in the tournament mode. So that wasn't a thing 2 years ago. So the league was a lot more unbalanced. And now you have teams that some people might consider not strong, actually beating some of the strongest team or just making it hard. So
and I'm going to say, incredibly entertaining. Listen, Veggie, you going to stick around for a little bit longer on the desk?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect, good. Right, let's have a quick recap of all 3 matches that we've had so far in Week 2. We kickstarted with Vitality taking on the People's Champions, Reason. Even with the mascots of Undercover's 2 daughters, it wasn't enough. Only Angry Mojo-san got a little dent into Vitality, the Salt base. We moved into our second match of the night, Army taking on Epsilon. Those guys that can be hired, weapons that can be hired, just a bit lacking in confidence, even if you cradle that controller. There you go, Jones Arcade, Comps and Shiv getting the win. We moved into Hashtag versus Nordavind, the reigning champions. Even though they came out on the wrong side of the arena, they still delivered. It was definitely mind games. They took a 2-0 deficit. That is Nordavind, but out of nowhere, Veggie comes back. It's all in the chest. It's all in the chest, and he gets that perfect KO. I mean, Salty Kid just had to applaud that Momi. Just a head grasp. There was no way out for Momi. Listen, right, our last game of the night up, and boy, oh boy, it promises to be worth the wait. Team Envy stumbled to a shaky win last week versus Reason, and they now face the task of beating a Methicide who have a point to prove. It's France versus Britain. Who wants it more?
Bang! Oh, beautiful stuff from Nassim Claw.
Flowing right now for Method. Beautiful anticipation there from Unstill Daddy.
Oh, the instant overhead, and Hollywood Crimson closes it out.
Here we go. As if by magic, c'est magique, bam! Damascus is in and Sengan is in, but Veggie stayed. I promised you that, and here he is. Right, I want to talk about this Envy roster. Let's get straight into it. There's been changes.
Oh, what a picture. Woo! What a picture. They won. Let's not play, they won.
Those look like prop glasses. I don't think they're going to protect the UV from the eyes there. But listen, Nassim Claw, Monsieur Crimson and Abdis Leo coming out. I spoke to Envy boys, and they said that is definitely a tactical thing. Nassim Claw feels more confident, so they're staying with him, and so does Abdis taking on this lineup. But what do we make of those Envy boys? And I want to get your opinion, and also Veggie's being a competitor.
Veggie?
You want to start with me?
Yeah, take it away, man.
Yeah.
You're the star.
Okay.
Come on, bro.
So Envy is
KO boy.
they're running Abdes, like you said, and Abdes in the Elite Series last year was I don't remember his record, but I remember that he was turning a lot of heads. He's like making waves, and he was a big reason why RS went that far. So I understand why they want to play with him. He also plays a great character, so I think it's a great pick. They always use Mr. Crimson. He's like their anchor or the guy that always pulls through. You always see him win at least one game. Yeah. Often twice. It's often like he needs to wait for his teammates sometimes, like to make the right call. So not using Mr. Crimson would be a huge. That's like us not using Phenom, because he's always been the solid carry in that team when the team has been having trouble. And I think I also like Nassim Claw's style for this format.
Of course.
He's always, it's like, he knows he has to go for it, and he goes for it, and it just needs he just needs to win that game, and he has that really heavy rushdown style, and it doesn't really even seem like he's bothered by the pressure. It's like he's at home playing while the opponent is very nervous, which just works in his favor.
Yeah.
Because he's still doing his thing, but the opponent is trying to do his more solid thing.
He holds it all in. He drinks lots of peppermint tea, and he doesn't
Probably.
get the nerves stay inside. Listen, they did look nervy. I will say this. I don't know if you saw it, Veggie, but Senga, Damascus, they did look nervy as a team. It wasn't the usual Envy previous champions.
I think bringing Abdes to the table definitely does complement that, and they're trying to. I think they've realised that with this lineup that they've got. I think they were lucky to get away with that first win, that first week, but they're going to come back strong today. It's not going to be the same Team Envy that we saw last week. It's going to be the Envy that we're used to seeing, I think. And what a pickup having Abdes on the team. Team Hollywood are looking strong here going up against Method.
Well, when they brought in Monsieur Crimson, they definitely, well, they won a title, so that might be the difference. Listen, I want to talk about their opposition now, Method. These guys have got it all to prove. We've been disappointed. They've got talent on that roster. Is it a confidence thing? What is it? I'm still the Daddy Pax Broski. What do you reckon, Veggie?
I think this team is like one of the. I've always been surprised that this team hasn't like gone to the finals. It's always been one of the strongest team, and I think they're also have these characters that make you really you don't want to fight them even. So from the players being extremely skillful to all their or at least two of their characters being really obnoxious for the opponent, I think I've always considered them a really good team, and I don't understand why they haven't gone that far. It might be that they need to work on their like team spirit.
Yeah,
it's very important.
I think it's like another thing of like what we were saying about Epsilon. On paper, these guys super strong. They should be in the running. They've failed to make the playoffs multiple times, and I think it's that mentality. What do you think?
It's always this. Is like the team on paper is amazing, and we always expect them to do so well. But I feel like the thing that has consistently been lacking on Method side is a team spirit. Even when Luffy was there, you could see Luffy was just on his phone, and Pax playing, and then Pax wins or loses, and Luffy goes and plays. There was no chemistry between the players. It was kind of the same last season. I didn't feel like there was that much chemistry between the players. It takes time, to be honest, to build it. You don't want to force it too much because it has to be part of the game. These players are extremely talented. They're getting better and better. I will just be risky and say that I think this is the season for Method to finally
break the curse.
To finally break the curse and to finally meet our expectations, because we expect so much of them.
We do indeed. Listen, they got that loss last week. It was weird. I'm going to say this in the Domino's Den when MQS just stared at you. It was odd. It was
Have
odd,
you seen
but
how beautiful this man is?
I want to see right now in the Domino's Den what is going on. LVP, is there another stare down?
There's no stare downs in here, Tom. It's not getting freaky like it was earlier on, because I've actually got these two very, very, I would say, professional gentlemen. I've got Mr. Crimson, I've got I'm Still the Daddy, just having a look at their picks that they've just chosen. Gentlemen, I'm going to have to do it against you, Big Al. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to squeeze you on over. It's not because we don't love you. We do. We love you a lot. Mr. Crimson, now, had a great week last week. You guys were out in full force. I mean, a little bit of a shaky start to week one, though. You gave us a bit of a shock there, but a hell of a ride as well for the stream. How was it? How did you find your week one?
I mean, in this season of Gfinity, there is no easy week. So, like every time, this week gonna be hard. But I think this week is maybe better than last week about matchups, because we're going to play matchups we know well in France. So we're going to do our best, and let's see.
We'll see. We'll see exactly how you do, Ms. Crimson. I have full faith, I do. Now, I'm Still the Daddy. The gentleman outside was saying that you guys are maybe lacking a little bit of team spirit, a bit of, the family cohesion. Would you say that is the case, and why you guys maybe aren't performing to the way that everybody expects?
Well, I originally said that at the start of the season, but the way the team are, sort of the personalities are like that anyway. But last week we had Infectious in it, Infectious' team, and it was a hard game. Do you know where I'm coming from? But Broski got unlucky. I won 2 games and I got unlucky against Infectious. Pax only had 1 game, so nothing really happened. It's because it's first to 1, it can sort of happen. But last week was bad because we lost and we didn't get a point. But it's important this week. And no, I don't think it's nothing to do with the momentum, because we have the player skill. Do you know where I'm coming from? It's our second season working together, but as it's first to 1, things can just happen. But today, really confident that we're going to murder this team.
I like that. I like that. Very confident. So you've gone away as a team, you've come together, you've practiced, you've got the skill, like you said, but are your heads in the game for this one?
Yeah, I think Pax is using Karen now, not Ibuki, because he tried something last week and it didn't really pay off for him. So I'm really confident on my team, and they're confident as well. But as again, it's going to be a tough game.
I love that. Confidence is key, sir. Confidence is key. I cannot wait to see how this one pans out. Tom, let's get it started.
There has been so many times where I couldn't find my keys and I've been confident and I still haven't been able to get in my own house. But anyway, listen, confidence is key. This is the thing, gentlemen. They went away, they've worked on it. I'm Still the Daddy played very well last week. It was up to the other guys' mixed performance in his team. Is that what we make of them? I'm Still the Daddy's leading the way, but the other guys need to step up.
Again, I think it's this thing we keep saying, they need to check their egos at the door. Because it doesn't matter if you win 1 game or 2 games. If your team loses in the end, it's all for nothing. This is a team-based game. This tournament is based on teams winning. And I think if they can adjust that approach, look at that pop-up. If they can adjust that approach and still be excited when they lose, but it's more important when the chips are going wrong. That's when it counts.
Damascus, Broski, using Dalsim, I feel like I'm not saying that we've seen a better Dalsim from Monsieur Crimson, but people are beginning to work out Broski, or is it just the character and you know, how he's been?
It's not this, it's how he's been. He's a scientist, he plays a lot, he works a lot. Every time he loses, he just labs his loss and just finds the solutions to it. And I think it's been a running narrative in SF5 overall. Which one of these two is the best? It's generally Mr. Crimson, but I feel like over the last few months, Broski is in front of him right now. Mr. Crimson did not have the best results this season of the Capcom Pro Tour, while Broski was consistently on top. I think right now he may have just been in front of Mr. Crimson in terms of like Dalsim proficiency. He's a great player. He still needs to capitalize on that and just like prove here in the Elite Series, because Crimson is a champ here. Broski has yet to get that title, but I think he's getting there.
Okay, listen, Veggie, seeing as it's a treat, I'm going to do a little treat for you now. Who's your favourite Envy player about to play right now?
Envy player?
Yeah, right now is about to play. Who's your favourite?
My Habibi, Nassim Klo.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, I'll introduce him first. Welcome out the team, Envy. Let's start with Nassim Klo, Abdis and Monsieur Crimson. Yes, indeed, Envy are back. The boys in blue, former champions. They are taking on the team who've got so much potential. Please welcome out Method. We've got Pax. I'm Still the Daddy and Broski. Yes, they're here. Listen, I'm going to come... Excuse me, I'm going to come straight into Nassim Klo. Veggie, you're his fave. That's a nice feeling, right?
Yes.
Good. So there we go. Envy on to my right. Broski, they say you're the scientist. You went away, as I'm Still the Daddy said. Are you feeling like you're in a better place right now to take on Envy and get those points?
Yeah, I think I am. Like last week, I didn't play as well as I think I could have. So the last week has been training non-stop. So should be ready.
Perfect. All right, let's look at those matchups, the all-important thing, where we see characters go against characters. How does that matchup work? Monsieur Crimson takes on Pax. Yes, please! That is a great way to start our last match of week 2. Then it goes to Abdis, ISDD. Then we've got Nassim Klo going back-to-back fights against Broski, and I'm Still the Daddy, then Abdis. And if it goes that far, Monsieur Crimson versus Pax, a repeat of that first game. Here we go, straight up. Yes, earlier, I want to explain. I'd never try and fire you, Monsieur Crimson.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
I would never do that.
Anyway, you're a good boss.
Yeah,
that's
no,
okay.
I did tell you to shut up, and I would never do that on a live show. Okay. So here's the thing: you're taking on Pax.
Yeah.
How do you like that matchup?
It depends. We practice with this matchup with Killzu Vivi in France, so we have good Karin, but it's first one, so let's see.
Okay, and Abdis, I'm going to come to you quickly. I'm liking this new jersey.
Yeah, really, it's very beautiful, yeah.
And I spoke to Lio, he said you feel more confident about the matchups tonight. Is that true?
I think Akuma has more chances than Laura in this against this character. So yeah, definitely Akuma is better for this team.
Perfect. Now listen, lovely to have you back, brother. Head over here. I'm Still Daddy. We've spoken to you, Broski. Come with me, Max, the cameraman, because Pax, you look confident, but there's also, you've got movement about you. Do you like this matchup against Monsieur Crimson?
I'm very fidgety, so I'm always moving anyway. But against Dalsim, I don't really like Dalsim. Dalsim's annoying. But Karin can do fine against Dalsim. So, yes, I'm fine.
Okay. You've got this. It's fine. Fine. All round. Envy, to my right, you can start heading up as well. Method, best of luck. Well, Blick, listen, it's the Elite Series delivered by Domino's. All of these teams need the points. They need those wins. Veggie, you're looking at those matchups. What strikes you? What stands out to you in those matchups? And I'll put that to Damascus and Sengun as well on the desk.
I like I like Nassim Claw against Broski. There's something about watching the Claws that actually use the tools that Claw have, like the dashes, the slides, and just going in. He likes to use his V-Trigger 2 to just like do some of the most risky mix-ups and force himself in. And I know Dawson players can get uncomfortable when they play against players who like to force themselves in.
And what you need to do is definitely, with someone like Broski, he needs a bit of form, is just put them under pressure. Sengun, Damascus, what do you reckon for this one? Predictions?
I think it's the toughest to predict today because I feel like every single game on this list, I cannot get a clear winner of any of these 7 games. And it's going to be extremely close, but I want to believe in Method's potential. I think it's about time that they just realize it. They didn't have the best of week last week, and they just desperately need the win. So I'm just going to go for them because I just want to see them more.
Oh, he's using his heart.
Yeah, it's a passion. You can feel it.
Could it? The table, there's a lot of vibes and good luck here on this table. Sengun, is it going to be a 4-3 thriller? And if it goes that far, who's going to get it?
I'm never going to bet a Method until they prove me wrong. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with Team Envy on this one.
And you main man, Veggie, the new analyst to the Gfinity Elite Series.
It all comes down to their teamwork. If they're supporting each other, Method can win this. But if they're going to have these quarrels, I'm confident Envious will take it.
Okay, well, listen, I really appreciate coming to sit on the desk for this amount of time.
So
it's the longest amount. I wanted to get rid of you after a minute, but they said you have to stay. So that has been beautiful. Bless you for that. Here we go then. Listen, Logan, F word, you've heard the guys on the desk, even Veggie himself. What do you like about this matchup?
I'm interested to see Pax going back to carrying this. I saw the Ibuki last week, and I know she can make the matchup pretty tricky. I'm just looking forward to seeing Pax's carrying again. Just do a punk. Just you know, how did you start winning again, punk? I picked Karen. Bang! You know, it gets you the victory. So I like the choice. It's an interesting one because I feel like if Abdes shows up, the Abdes we saw last season, it's going to be very hard to stop them. But they got ISDD, I believe, going up against him 2 or 3 times?
It is Amsterdam Daddy and Broski, I believe, going up against Abdes. Okay. So it's very interesting to see as well. Method have... Pax is sandwiching the Method fixtures. He's opening up, and he is also in the anchor spot as well. ISDD playing 3 times, as you can see on the screen.
Makes sense after last week's performance, doesn't it?
Broski there in the middle. All of these guys have got something to prove. Amsterdam Daddy had a great week last week. He played 3 times, 1-2, lost 1. He was the only wins for the team, as Broski went 0-2 as well.
This is the first time I've seen the matchups, and I'm not quite sure who won the coin toss, but if I'm guessing, I'm going to say Method actually won the coin toss. And they've actually targeted Nassim Claw. If you look at the 3, Nassim Claw, very deadly, but of those 3, plays the weaker character, maybe the one you can try to exploit. But it starts off here with Mr. Crimson versus Pax, arguably captain versus captain here. In this exciting, nail-biting finish to what has been yet another fantastic weekend of Street Fighter 5 at the Elite Series. We're in. Button check done. Final game of the evening. Here we go. Envy versus Method. The star-studded Envy with so many players on their roster. It is Mr. Crimson versus Pax.
One of the defining characteristics of Mr. Crimson's Dalsim is his ingenuity on defense. What? He's so good. Wow! He's so good at dealing with pressure and fighting his way out of those gaps. Nice use of standing light kick. It's really effective against the drill.
Safe jump things.
Very meaty.
Block.
He's going to maintain that corner pressure.
He's going with V-Trigger 2. I was going to parry that reversal. Wasn't ready for it. Where you going?
Nice!
Oh my days, the punish from Pax was so good. The meaty light kick didn't link into the medium punch though. Looked like it was meaty.
I don't know if that's an OS as well, because if it does it the other way, does he get the resend?
Oh, the jumping, well timed. Stays in the corner. I like that choice. Could have tried to mix him up for the round there, but if he had blocked, that's it. Well, had no screen to work with. That hurts. What's he pressing? Oh! Don't try and punish Myra. That hurts.
So if you don't know what happened there, Karen in V-Trigger 2 can cancel the recovery of some of her moves into a parry, which can bait out a punishment attempt.
Exactly what he picked it for. Also good for the full screen footsie game. You can make a bet, catch one of those limbs. Good start from this round from Mr. Crimson, though. This is why.
Last frames on that drill. Takes the throw and another meaty slide. V reversals.
Plus,
another reason why that V trigger's good. Still meaty 2 bars.
Nice
Stand kick again on the drill.
Oh, just catches him low though. Trying to walk back. Good round here from Mr. Crimson.
Very big life lead. He's going to activate. Let's see what we can get here.
Oh, almost.
Walked himself into the back throw.
Punk-like movement there, but not enough. Great round from Mr. Crimson. Envy getting themselves registered with the first round.
I cannot highlight enough the defensive skills of Mr. Crimson. Always impresses me when I see him play. Not biting on that shimmy attempt.
Well, he did bite, actually. Pax was just a bit too close.
Wait, to roll back in. Ooh.
Yeah, he's still pressing. He doesn't know that's plus. He cannot press buttons there. Not respecting that meaty shoulder.
Tries to check after the
confirm that would have been stunned. Runs into the slide.
Got the man. Ooh, trades.
This time he can press buttons.
Oh, nice fire damage. That has really built up.
Stun really racking up here. Pax got to be careful. Looking for a chance to activate.
Definitely wants to activate here. He's trying to get in range of that heavy kick. There we go. There's the activation.
Bent the meter just to get close. Oh, nice. Teleports out.
He's controlling that space really well. He's starting to teleport a lot just to try and maintain that distance.
Pax has to take a gamble here. He's going to have to do a parry or something. Oh, my days, he got in.
No.
Bound V reversal connects. One more hit's going to do it.
Oh, and there's the slide.
Mr. Crimson pulling it out. So composed, so solid, so difficult to get in on. Such impressive play there from Mr. Crimson to close that one out.
Really impressed by Crimson's defensive play there. And as soon as that V-trigger was activated, he went into teleport mode. You could see that he just wanted to maintain that spacing. It was a very specific spacing that he was keeping. You saw how difficult he made it for Pax to even activate. He had to spend bar to activate V-trigger, which is not something you want to do. You want to keep that bar for the juggles, big stun and damage in the corner, and corner carry as well. But in the end, Pax just wasn't able to get that hit that he was searching so desperately for.
Just wanted to get in on there, force his man to bet. I was anticipating a Rosena or something, but he took to the air enough time to put him off doing that as well.
All that damage
there it was
there
in
you
that
can
round.
see the parry, and he was able to get the kill. You see that EX bar being spent. Again, Mr. Crimson doing really well at just keeping Pax at bay, whether he's in that neutral distance. You can see there's the activation.
Guaranteed hit. Committed to the stand jab though, wasn't able to convert off of it.
As soon as that V reversal came out and he took that grey life, it was a really horrible situation for Pax to be in. He couldn't afford to stay backing off for that grey life to come back, but he knew any touch he was going to take meant that he would have lost the round of the game, and that is what happened in the end. Great V reversal.
Love the composure from Mr. Crimson. As you highlighted there, Logan, that ability to stay in a position that's advantageous, kept that distance for the remainder of that final round.
And really not take too much damage from pressure as well. You know, I've noticed that from his sim play over maybe the last 2 seasons. When he's against those rush down characters, his choices on defense, yes, he will get opened up now and then. Yes, he will go for the throw now and then. But, you know, very much like you in your heyday in Street Fighter 4, it was so difficult to read the defensive patterns. And when he does make the right decision, he converts it really well to get that space and go back to the neutral.
Yeah, Pax really did try and get him to bet, but he wasn't. The only real positive was he wasn't aware of that meaty shoulder being plus. But other than that, wasn't able to really get going. But good first round, but awesome play from Mr. Crimson. I'll tell you what, it's a bit of a tough situation here for Method. I mean, if you look at the draw, it's already the group of death. Yeah. These guys are pretty much in the position of like my beloved Arsenal this season. They've had to play against XL, a former champion. Yeah. And now this week, they're up against another former champion in the form of Envious. So a really tough start for them, but if they can get back in this set, now they have arguably the MVP of last season alongside Phenom.
Let's see if I'm Still the Daddy can do the same thing he did last week and chip in with some really vital wins.
Oh, he played so good last week. Can he do it again? I think they picked these matchups as well. I think they wanted to get I'm Still the Daddy on as much as possible here. They've picked Zonas against Abdes, Dalsim, and Guile. We'll see if it pays off here. But it is 1-0 Envy as we go into this second game.
I'm Still the Daddy against Abdes here for Envy. No Layo, of course, this week. Straight through the medium Tatsu.
No Sonic Boom patterns for you, says Abdes. So good in this scenario. Bet's big, though. Gets punished.
Do you know what? That does a lot psychologically, because you think when the first one hits, you're like, oh my god, he knows. The second medium Tatsu dude was just thrown out reactively. Didn't work out for him. He's back in the corner.
He tried to get past that fireball. Bad choice for ISPD. He's in the corner now.
Yeah, he's going to land on that boom. Able to block. No anti-air though.
The jump caught him out, didn't it? Activation. Nice jump out. Oh my days, just let him fly. Big
and
damage.
he loves that V-trigger too. Massive damage off the flash kick when he's got bar completely away from that air fireball.
Oh, nice empty jump into the crouch medium kick, just flipping the toes. It's that jump air fireball again. Abdes, of course, has V-reversal, so that V-trigger not there yet. Nice crouch fierce, and the meaty throw as well. Amsterdam Daddy repeating his form from last week. He's going to land on that fireball. Not quite.
Oh, no!
Abdes thought he was.
Abdes thought the same thing as you. He thought that was going to be a guaranteed combo. Let the DP fly, because he thought it was going to juggle. And,
wow, double back fist to start the round. When this guy's feeling confident. Punish, gets the throw. What to start this round? Wake up forward dash.
Forward dash.
Oh, normal flash kick to the jaw. EX, what are you saying? He missed his jump fireball. This is all working out for Amsterdam Daddy. Abdes in big trouble here. In the corner now.
Zoning is working here.
That's definitely going to hit this time. No, he gets away again. Another flash kick. Oh my
Amsterdam Daddy.
SDD.
And really, that was all about Abdes being made to pay heavily in all of those situations, trying to get in. Amsterdam Daddy got a great amount of damage in there with the anti-air flash kicks. Especially when he activated V-Trigger 2, it just does so much. He's like,
and the reversal flash kicks
250
as well.
or something? Yep, the reversal flash kicks all working.
Normals.
I would love to see analysis on the statistics over the past 2 weeks on the success rate of his reversal flash kicks.
I'd love to see that.
They all seem to work last week as well.
Man, he is hitting them. This round, just
we missed at the end of that first round a big misjudgment in a similar situation to that, but there, like you said, a normal flash kick getting counter hit. I presume that was the light one. It looked like he whiffed the throw.
Are you not caring at all about what Abdes' plans
letting
were.
Abdes know exactly what he thinks of him.
Look at that pat on the back from Nassim Claw, so appropriate. Saying, hey man, hey, it happens to the best of us, man. You know, flash kicks, man. Hey, sorry, bro.
Oh, and to be fair, it was everything. He was taking damage all over the place. Double back fist to start the second round as well. He was making him really hurt. And as I pointed out at the start of that first round, he opened up with the medium tattoo. Psychologically, that can really put you off booming, and it almost did. You noticed he didn't throw another boom for a good few seconds.
Until he baited it, though.
But when that second tattoo came out preemptively, he's like, right, okay, you're not reacting. You haven't got a read on me. That first one just happened to work. I'm going to go back to my zoning game. And in the end, the damage was piling up. That's exactly what Gal wants you to do. He wants you to overextend trying to get in. And the damage comes
from Amsterdam Daddy, continuing his form here so far in the new season.
Well, another man that needs to step up his form is Broski. Bad start to the season, 0-2 last week.
Unlike him at all.
And he was one of the most consistent players when he first broke in.
Yeah, highest win rate across the whole roster.
But now he's on method. He needs to step it up. Nassim Claw, very troublesome, tricky opponent to deal with. Super mobile Vega. Sim also very mobile as well. I think we saw it was a matchup last week. I remember thinking I've seen this. No, we didn't see this matchup. I thought I remember seeing a Vega and a Sim matchup.
I don't know why, I feel like I saw that too. Maybe
it's like we see Vegas and Sim way more often than we do. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of mobility going on. Vega, of course, in the air, on the ground. Charleston with a teleport.
Oh, nice neutral jump punish there. The roundhouse built up some meter there from full screen, trying to get that.
Claw off, within mediums.
Ready.
Teleport cancel in the air as well.
Great answer so far from Broski, but he's in now. Teleports away, gets away with it.
Yeah, that was a bad drill. A really poorly spaced one from Broski.
Press buttons. Mix up City, tries to slide
underneath. Tries to slide out, but he still gets caught. Could have probably got something that looked meaty as well.
It's all working out. He's going to put himself in the fire.
He's got a guess for the stun.
Meaty setup. Oh, what are you saying?
Grab.
What are you saying?
Horrible situation to be in.
Wow.
Big round from Nassim Claw and
that
Broski.
Mr. Crimson experience, Logan, really paying off there.
Absolutely.
The angle on that jumping, beating the back medium punch completely.
Lyo liking that as well. Yeah, he tried to slide out in the corner as well, the wall dive, but
yeah, he got clipped. It actually worked. He didn't get a combo off it, but
it looked like he could have got a combo.
Yeah,
he hit pretty meaty. But he was far enough away for him not to commit to it. Stays in front. Frame advantage gets converted.
Kick
That light
interception.
Kick hits him out the air. Corner set up with
Meaty, the ting, he's in trouble.
Grab.
Plus on the dash here. What's it going to be? Go straight for the low.
Stays there. Cook up the man. Nice air-to-air, and the teleport cancel again, so he doesn't want to stay stationary, he wants to keep moving.
Oh, that worked out.
Oh, he tried to punish the drill, but it was too early. He triggered 2
He is
activation.
command grabbing the hell out of Broski, Logan. Needed that.
Oh!
Don't you dare driller me!
Is that why he's using that V-trigger?
That's why! I didn't even realize he was using that V-trigger.
Hey!
He knows too much. He is too good, Logan. Where CC?
Cool as a cucumber. Nassim Claw.
Damn. The tech.
With the parry at the end in V-trigger 2, dealing with that yoga drill. Closing it out. Let's have a look at some of these points again, because I really feel like Broski was keeping his movement, you know, very, very difficult to deal with, but Nassim was great at dealing with the cross-up teleports, anti-airing with light kick. When he got the pressure on, he converted pretty much everything into damage.
There it is again. I was about to say, we saw Issam earlier trying for the sake of his life to avoid the command grab, and how much life he lost for doing it. I called it a bad guess. It's not a bad guess. It's not. It's just a wrong guess.
Well, it's a different issue because...
Like, here he is in this scenario, and every time he had a meaty scenario, poor Broski, who was just trying to be patient, got gripped up with the command grab.
What you have to remember is the risk reward and what situations it leads into as well. Now, you don't often see Vegas rinse the command grab, but he does get setups after it. Laura, when she's not in V-trigger, you take the command grab and that's pretty much it. Safe meaty, back to playing the game again. But in that instance, he was command grabbing the hell out of him and looping into more pressure and looping into more damage and corner control. And in the end, it was just too much for him. I really liked how Broski was dealing with the neutral in his movement, but it was when Nassim Claw got in, he was making everything count. And they are hard reads. You don't see Vegas command grab that much, but Nassim Claw does not play like most Vegas. We saw that last season when he had that pretty busted wall dive. He was pretty much the guy who was exploiting it the most out of all the Vegas I see in the world. Now at least it looks like he's found some new things to exploit with this character. And to be fair, you need to be exploiting him with Vega because he's not at the top of the tree in terms of power.
Absolutely.
Now this is an interesting matchup because we've seen I'm Still That Daddy have trouble with Vegas previously. It is tricky. He hasn't got great options to get through Sonic Booms.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much experience he has as well. We've got some great Vegas, of course, in the UK, but I'm not sure how much he plays them. You know, the guys like Jester Power.
But I have definitely seen him here in the Elite Series just run through Vegas as well, that are just making the wrong reads on the slow booms. So
I'm not sure I've seen these two come against each other.
I think we definitely must have done.
They've
basically been here every season.
Right.
And we're in season 4. I'm not sure if we've got stats on their head-to-heads. I'm sure someone online can pull that up. But he goes in straight away with a dash up. And Vega got one of the best dashes in the game. I think it's 16.
Punish that, nice. Let's go straight for the flash kick. That should reach every time. Oh, don't try and
baits it
get
out
through. My fireball says I'm Still That Daddy. He lands that jump in for big damage. There it is again. Where you going?
Yeah, just goes for the standard meaty. I'm Still That Daddy. I think he tried to jump because he got hit. There was no crush counter, so he wasn't backdashing. Flash kick.
Oh, tried to press buttons afterwards.
Activation.
No EX there. He knew he was going for an empty jump there. Well, let's get away with that whip slide.
Yeah, he loves an empty jump load as I'm Still That Daddy.
Zone it out. Oh, gets on the top. Me, T.
Is he going to be able to close it out? Oh, what was that? Was he trying to fake out? Wow!
He knew he was going to go for the angle to stop him from getting behind.
He's trying to look cool, but boy.
Anticipation there from Nassim Claw.
Was that an input error or was he trying to bait out a flash kick? That's the hardest of reads if he was.
Oh wow, point blank slide.
Slide. Back throw into the corner against Golo. Horrible situation.
Wow, Nassim is playing like a madman. Point blank slide again. This time blocked. I'm Still That Daddy's in the corner. Keep it meaty here, which he does. Little input error there. The reversal gets out of the corner. So bad. Nice fireball timing there.
On the boom.
Oh, where you going?
How did he have charge?
Yeah, the boom's coming out now.
Nice jump on the slow boom. Anti-air back fist.
Nice jump timing. He's in now. What's it going to be? Oh, tried to walk up throws. Worked out for ISDD. looking to close this out, and he does. Is he going to pull it back for his team again?
A lot more solid round there from I'm Still the Daddy, trying to mitigate some of this craziness from Nassim Claw. Nassim got full CA bar though. 3 EX stocks, do with as he wishes. Can't really use the EX roll to reliably go through Sonic Boom. Uh-oh.
Weathered that pressure of buttons. Oh my days, I think he thought it was going to cross up.
I thought there was going to be a empty jump coming possibly as well. You never
what
know.
Was that? Why did he do that? Big punish as well. In the mix-up scenario.
No command grab this time. He's kind of put the ice on those.
I'll tell you what, it was quite clever to go for a meaty there, but ISBD wasn't taking the bait. He still has a V-trigger to activate if he needs it. What? What? What?
No!
No punish! How many times has he blocked that critical up though, right? Just not used to it. Activates. Booms. More. I'm still that he can close this out. Nassim needs something magical.
He hasn't really got anything to get through this as well. The V-skill is not reliable at that range, and he just had to eat all of those booms because he'd used up all of the resources there.
Oh,
and it's an interesting choice going for V-Trigger 2 in that matchup because the Rose is pretty good, right?
Yeah, it is. V-Trigger 2 for Guile.
Not sure what. I mean, he gets combo extensions. Still get a safe slide, but you saw the limitations there that when the Guile is zoning on point, it is really difficult there. I don't know what happened there. That must have been an input error. A number of mistakes by Nassim Claw. We're going to see a random as hell critical arc coming out in the 3rd round as well. But here, the corner pressure, using those plus frames. Yeah, there we go. I don't really know what was going there, whether he was expecting a jump. But it was a hard read that didn't come off. And there you just see him blocking Sonic Booms with his face. Tried to jump over one, but got caught really by the EX.
Take him to the city, boy. I'm still the day. He pops off yet again. An emphatic 5 games played,
City.
4 games won, 1 game lost. He is on absolute fire right now this season. But his team is still yet to have a win, so needs his teammates to come through for him now to get them in position.
Well, Broski is up next, and unfortunately he has played 3 and lost 3 so far this season, so he needs to have a real breakout moment. Abdes, in his first fixture, lost against I'm Still the Daddy, but we'll see how he does against Broski, if he can have a little bit more patience trying to get across that neutral. It's what cost him against I'm Still the Daddy. He's going to have to try and play against Broski, who's going to give him a lot of trouble in that neutral game also. It is going to be Akuma and Dalsim, as we expected. Honest even, 2 apiece right now, but all these wins seem to be coming from I'm Still the Daddy. Let's see if the rest of the Method team players can chip in with something now.
Man. Very, very exciting final game today. As expected, going to the wire, 2 apiece here. I'm still Daddy keeping Method very much in this, and now Broski steps up.
Mr. Crimson there as well, on hand for any advice in this matchup.
Aggressive start.
No DP, could have recovered and DP'd that.
Ooh. Oh, what are you doing there? No chance, says Broski, as he takes a chunk of health off Abdes' bar. Abdes with a very rare loss in the last game. Nice interruption, that's not going to combo. Cancelled a bit late there. V reversals out of it. Oh, it's going to hurt.
Core picked up. Significant life lead. But Broski trying to fight his way out.
Oh, big
No, and another hard read on that medium Tatsu.
Oh, what is he doing? Why did that hit Abdes with 2 categorical errors in a row?
The issue here, you need to think of the risk-reward. He had the corner. He didn't need to try and beat
Don't see a way back there for Dalsim in that scenario.
Just control that space. Nice parry there on the drill. Tried it again, but got counter hit.
So much great health gone off the back of that parry, even though it hit.
Yeah, unless you're getting something significant off of it with the kick parry, I guess, into Oki.
Right. Oh,
he's going to punish.
Oh,
no!
not a full punish. Oh, wow. Abdes is not playing like himself. Big bet, and it should be over. I don't see him come back here.
This is going to be practically impossible.
I don't
He
see
hasn't got V-Trigger.
No chance. Wow.
And Broski pulls his team into the lead.
2 record-breaking losses there. He lost both his games so quickly, Logan. Not the Abdes with him into
bad decisions. Definitely bad decisions.
Impatient, erratic, just crazy play from Abdes. Not pump coming off, but all the credit to Broski for not falling into the trap of getting into a slugfest and just keeping composure. As Abdes went absolutely ham. Look at this. How is Dalsim coming back here?
Yeah, see, we don't really get to see the situation there in the corner, but...
Why did that Tatsu?
Oh, and again...
Wanted to juggle off that fireball, but I mean...
He's just a bit off, and maybe that's the pressure of being on the stage. As you said, Abdes, not a player that we've seen lots in tournament. He did impressively last season, I think it was, the season before, but it's limited tournament appearances from Abdes. Maybe the pressure's getting to him and he's just not able to judge those distances at which he is going to get the juggle. It's definitely let him down in these 2 games, and you can see...
This group of death becomes very interesting if Method can get this win. As much as we know, roster-wise, they're more than capable of winning an elite series. They have one of the best rosters here. They always have. It's been a long time coming for them to actually get these kind of victories against these
I think
mega
Method
opponents.
have got a roster that has the most untapped potential out of the entire elite series.
Absolutely.
When you look at the potential play level of all of these 3 guys on their starting
run them
lineup,
across their results as well, it just doesn't make
They
any
have
sense.
so much room to improve their results. And so much talent. We're going to get the run back here. It's going to be very interesting to see if Nasim can stop some of these errors, these big mistakes.
He can close this out.
Is he still going for V-Trigger 1 or 2? He's still going for V-Trigger 2. Okay, so he knows something that we don't in this matchup, that's for sure. Maybe he feels more comfortable with that. I'm not entirely certain. But we're going to see how he deals with the zoning game here. Opens up
my days,
again!
he's done it again! The double back fist, this time on Nasim Claw.
And he crush counters him as well, and there's a ton of recovery on that. You can definitely sweep that on reaction.
Oh, he's in Boom Boom City. He's in Boom Boom City.
I like that. We're going to copyright that one.
What's he going to do?
Boom Boom City. That is definitely TV friendly.
Absolutely going in right now.
Corner
There's no way in.
And he is going to get a... He was very close to getting a perfect off zoning, which is almost unheard of. He has to activate, but he gets nothing off that activation at all, and it's still corner control. Arms to the daddy. No risk, went for the air throw.
Oh, there's just, oh wow.
Absolute domination as Arms to the daddy looks to step it up.
Method looking to
And
close it down.
surely he will be the MVP this week if he wins 3 games for his team.
Oh my
and picks up their first victory. Big EX smash kick. Keeping it safe.
Arms to the daddy doesn't care. All right, it's been hit there. That's going to hurt big time. Nice conversion. Oh, the V reversal worked out. Stun, should be. All right, here we go. Big damage into a reset.
On, he's going to go for the stance change. No! The jumbo and then big EX flash kick again!
Needed to make that count.
What is the hit rate of that?
Oh, that's going to hurt. What a punish. No
He didn't
EX
have the
convert.
EX to
He
follow
went
it
for
up.
that jump again. He wasn't having it. Oh, interruption. EX. Oh, my days. I'm going to say every flash kick is hit.
Mate, when you are on that TV screen later on, I want to see a count of how many flash kicks hit.
Please, please.
Because I think it's 100%.
It's 100%. It's 100%. He had one
he
whip.
tried to go for the walk-up throw and hit.
What's it going to be? Good block.
Oh, he finally went for the command grab.
Oh, what a bet.
He finally went for the command grab.
Envy, stay alive.
It's still set point here for Arms to the Daddy.
Oh, I can disrespect too. Base out, down throw. Nasim Claw going in now. The momentum has shifted.
Good V reversal. Gets to play neutral again.
Nice back throw to the corner here. Oh, that string is lovely. What's it going to be? Nice jump back.
I love that jump back.
Move from City again. Good jump in. Well checked
Plus
though.
frames.
Oh, there's that slide again.
Slide interrupts, very risky, but...
Again, that's twice he's missed that now.
Again, we have to go back to this. Neutral.
Oh,
wow!
What's he trying to press?
I was so impressed he found space in between those 2 booms, but he landed and got hit again, the air to air. Arms to the Daddy looking very comfortable.
He wants to activate. Keeping those moves on the screen.
Needs
Slide
to
coming.
activate.
There's the slide. He knew he jumped past it. So clever from Arms to the Daddy. Checks the dash. Everything working. Another one.
He cannot afford to take any touch.
One more.
And he finishes it off. Arms to the Daddy with a perfect 3-0, pulling in for Method's first win of the season. He gets him on the mark.
Wow, I'm still the daddy. Going one better than the first week where he already played like an absolute G. This week he's done one better. 100% win rate. Carrying his team to a 4-2 victory. No points on the board for
Why
Envy
he
as well.
is the general of Method, and unfortunately for Envy, after a good start last week, bad week for them. Nasim Claw playing 3 times, losing twice. Abdes, definitely the weakest link this week. looking very unstable there.
Indeed.
Very uncomfortable, but that is all down to the play of I'm Still the Daddy. Looking very impressive here. Broski breaking his duck as well, getting off the mark. Great stuff. Let's look at this final match here. What brought it for him? There you see the double back fist again, starting the game. It worked for him in the first matchup between these two, worked then again. And he was so on point with that jump back medium as well, controlling the air. We know how well Gal controls the ground.
It's a good round here from Nassim Kor. I think the fast forward how he closed it out here. Got the stun.
Bit of scaling on that, but I think he dropped something here because
yeah, I thought this must be a reset of some sort. And
I think he wanted to take the claw off. The stance change. That's normally the cross counter, the stun combo, right? I think this one.
Look at this zoning here from
I was just so impressed that he managed to find space in between there. I don't know if he tried to press light kick again as if he was going to empty jump. But yeah, in the end, Lyo cannot watch. The bus up was too much for him to witness, and I'm Still the Daddy with a perfect 3.
Yeah, really, really well done.
He is definitely doing the business here for Method.
Could this be the season, though? Could this be the season where Method finally deliver on what we know they've been capable of?
It can't just be I'm Still the Daddy taking him there.
Well, Broski had a good game.
He went 1-1. There's still a lot of room for improvement with the other two guys. But I'm Still the Daddy is definitely doing the business for them. But there you see, when you get at least one other win, that's the fight you need. But I'm Still the Daddy showing why he is down there on that team sheet 3 times. Yeah. If I'm the opposition team next week, who are they playing next week? Let's have a look. If I am Vitality, I am making sure that I am not putting I'm Still the Daddy forward at all.
Yeah, I'm winning that coin toss, and I'm either counter
his name is not coming out of my mouth because that win rate is looking pretty impressive.
And you know what's even more impressive than his win rate? His flash kick hit rate.
Well, I definitely want to see that on the screen later on if we can get some analysis.
Unblockable, it's unblockable.
Because I don't think he missed a single one. I think they all worked, including non-EX ones as well.
Exactly.
The hard read on the throw. But he definitely has to be in the running for MVP this week. That is our 4th and final game.
What a week. A lot of 4-2s this
Method
week.
managed to turn it round. Impressive stuff from them. Envy have a lot to think about, a lot to go away and discuss. Did they make the wrong decision? Lyo's here, didn't play.
I'll tell you what, on paper it made sense to whip out Abdes, but I don't know, man. It didn't work out.
He definitely didn't look on form. He didn't look match ready.
What did you guys think of that,
We'll see what you guys thought on the desk. Tom, Sengat, Samad.
Listen, I'll tell you what, the battle of Britain versus France, Britain came out on top. I think we're going to be all right next year, guys. I think we're going to be all right. That's what I'm saying off the back of that. Listen, let's talk about it. The bigger picture, Methods are back to winning ways. That's what we wanted to see. Sengan, you said you will not pick them as your favourites.
Until they prove me wrong.
And they've proven you, not necessarily proven you wrong, because you were waiting to see what happens. But how do you feel about them now?
I still keep my stance, because I don't think that they necessarily proved me wrong. I think I'm Still the Daddy just had a standout performance there. They still look rocky at times, but I'm very impressed on how I'm Still the Daddy performed. Yeah. Especially as there's moments where he can get, if he gets rocked, it can be a bit like of a bleak situation for him when especially like a character like Nassim, player like Nassim, imposes his will on you. He did really, really well to weather the storm and come out and get those 3 wins for his team. Huge.
Damascus, the general, as Sengan is saying, did his job. Broski broke his duck as well. That's a team that can now build on confidence from that win against previous champions.
Yeah, and that's confidence they really needed. I mean, we've mentioned how much of a hard time they've had on the 3 previous seasons of the Gfinity Elite Series, just like get through this playoff stage. And this time, I mean, just seeing how confident I'm Still the Daddy was, that has to bring some confidence to his teammates as well, because, you know, it's important in a team to trust all of your teammates. Yeah. It's like, it's harder in a team when you have one guy that you're like, I'm not entirely sure about him, so I'll do my best. This time, I think with the statement that happened today, you can see that there is a guy they can rely on this season. It's going to be ISTD.
But it's whether they want to say, okay, you're the captain of the ship. Because if they don't do that, because the Broski and Pact are such powerful players in their own right, if they still hold themselves to a higher accord or on par with I'm Still the Daddy, this win that they have this week could mean nothing. It could get lost again.
I want to talk about Envy, but before I do, just interesting enough, Karen. Obviously, Pax going back to Karen. Is that something that he'll be playing in? Like, which character my best at the moment?
I hope so. I think that's his best character. I think he's really solid with Karen.
He's back to Karen now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been back to Karen for a couple of months now.
I think, unfortunately, in his set that he had, the first set that he had, he kept on going for shimmies and frame traps, and he didn't throw Mr. Crimson once. So there was no reason for Mr. Crimson to press a button, so he just didn't. So all of that big damage scenario that he wanted to set up for himself didn't come about.
Okay. Well, listen, those boys, Envy, we learned to love them. We love the support they have in the crowd with Leo. But, I mean, in terms of what they had going on there, is it fair? You can't blame... Nassim Claw stepped up 3 times. He took that for the team, but only getting we got 2 wins. So, I mean, what can we make of that in terms of their tactics going into this?
I think Nassim just underperformed today, really. I mean, especially against Amsel Daddy, I think on both games he was just very merry-go-lucky. He was just doing, okay, I'm going to do my stuff, and, you know, maybe it works, maybe it does not. I didn't see someone looking to play smart or consistent. I saw someone looking to do stuff and hope it worked. Like that critical art was literally, oh, I hope he'll Sonic Boom right now. I hope so, and it will work. And that's just not reliable.
That's a really interesting point. I don't know if they underestimated Method, and I've never seen, I don't know about you, I've never seen Nassim contained. He's a very wild card, and I'm Still the Daddy contained him. He stopped him from playing crazy, stopped him from doing loads of stuff, and forced him to shell up.
And that was the flash kicks that were coming in, which Logan and F4 were saying, I'd like to see the stats on how the success rate of
100%.
100%. Yeah. Abdis, that move. Let's discuss that. Let's break down that for a second. It has to happen. You've got such a strong roster for Envy. You know, they've still got Gino D'Acampo, who might make an appearance this year.
F-Word's favourite player, yeah.
Indeed, everyone's personal favourite, because he does like to get salty. But listen, the thing is, Abdis did come in.
Yeah.
Is he going to be sticking around?
I don't think they can put too much stock on, oh, Abdes lost, so he needs to be out of the lineup. Yeah. He hasn't played yet in this season. Losses happen, and so all of the players that have lost today, what I would like to see, because what's happened has happened, you've lost. What defines you as a person and your character is how you progress from here, how you move forward, so how you handle that loss. So I'd like to think that Abdes goes back home, labs twice as hard, and comes back stronger.
OK, well, it can happen. Listen, gents, we've got more to talk about. We are coming to the end of the show. It's been an absolute delight. We do have a touchscreen, and we're contractually obliged to use it as much as possible.
Not F-words.
But this is a perfect moment. F-words with LVP. And I'm Still the Daddy.
We are indeed, Tom. We are back up here because we're going to be breaking down some of this fine gentleman's incredible moments that we just saw earlier on the stage. I mean, you were looking dominant with that goal. How did it feel to finally, like you told me, you were going to murder them?
Yeah, I felt it today. We needed to do the work. They did bring out a different team for me, innit? Because they got Laura players, so that's like my easiest matchup. They brought the Akuma. I think he's a really good player and it's good for my team, but I'm comfortable in that matchup, so... When they had the team in the format, I wanted to play Crimson so badly, but they had a way and there was no way of us doing it, sort of thing.
So who won the coin toss?
I think we won a coin toss, but giving them option.
Okay.
But it was a hard game, but like, Nazim's, you know, first the one, Nazim's a good player, but it's very random, so it's hard to, like, he caught me off guard in the second game. But we need to win this, and we needed to stop them from getting a point. So my main goal was to deal with that, innit? So it's a big thing, and it's a big win for us. If we lost that, I think our Gfinity is over. Now we've won that, I'm confident that we'll be top 2.
Story's just beginning, I'm Still the Daddy. And you had some incredible flash kicks, you had some incredible moves and defensive moves in there. I mean, F-Word, what did you make of it?
I was very impressed. I'd be very angry if I was playing against you today, because your flash kicks were clearly unblockable. You know, people couldn't do anything. I want to highlight what I really liked about this round was your foresight, right? It's quite frustrating if you're Nassim, because right now you're in this projectile zoning situation. I love this. The fact that you've added this boom to your projectile zoning game. And Nassim does really well to find the tiny, tiny little space that he has.
Yeah.
Right here, right? He finds that little angle. You see that?
Okay.
He finds it. And it doesn't matter. He gets completely wrecked for it. And what makes this even better is, you know you've just landed that. He's frustrated. He's annoyed. He needs an opening. You know that.
Yeah,
you know he's looking for the slide, right?
Yeah.
So not only is he looking for the slide, but he's looking to activate that V-trigger to put you in a guessing scenario. So you keep the boons on the screen, he gets out of there. So this is what I love. You're in the corner now. So you're in a bit of trouble, right?
Yeah, in this game.
He can get you, yeah?
More in this game, yeah.
But you know he's looking for that. You know he's looking for that activation.
Cool.
So what do? You keep the boons on the screen. I know you're going to slide. I know you're going to try. He tries a few times, actually. and then you anticipate the slide and you jump over it, then guess who's in the corner? How frustrating is that? And guess what happens there? Boom, boom, City. No way in. Just take these booms in your face.
See, he tried a few more slides there. If I mistimed the boom, he'd crush counter me, and then it could have been a shimmy or anything.
True.
But I know he likes to do it, but it's still risky, but he's got to be random to get in. But I'm very good at playing in defence. But at that specific moment in the game, he played better that game than the last game, and he was winning at one stage, and when it was kind of like on me then to play more clever, do you know what I mean? And he's got to resort to, he had an opening, but as you said, when I had him in that situation, game sort of changed around. What they do against Garo, because it's hard to beat the Sonic Boom, right? So people just jump over it and you flash kick, but what the tool is to neutral jump it, right? And you've got to practice this in training many times, and like Nazim does, you neutral jump it, and once the boom goes past you, I can't throw another one, then they can approach.
Don't tell them, don't tell them.
But then if they do that, then I run up and punch them, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then also in V-Trigger 2, they get that perfectly timed neutral jump, but then there's another projectile right in front of them and you get a jump in anyway.
Basically, you've got a bag of tricks, and no matter what you do against I'm Still the Daddy, you're just not going to win, and that's basically the end of it. I mean, congratulations.
Thanks so much.
First of all, incredible result for you guys. Like you said, your journey's just beginning now. Is this going to boost the morale, the confidence of your team going forward?
100%. I believe, like, not to be cocky about this, us and XL are gonna win this.
I've got to ask you that actually, because we've been waiting for Method. We've been waiting to perform. Is this the season you guys finally deliver on the roster that we know you're capable of?
Well, this is what it's supposed to be, and like our team's like world class, but it's not that easy to where I'm coming from. And like with Infused, we had a bit more like burst characters. This one here, we got more like me and Broski, better defensive characters, so we can come unstuck against like fast ones. If that makes any sense. But like, this is a big win for us against Envious, a big boost. And I think our whole team needs a boost itself to come from.
Well, you said you were going to do it, bro.
Yeah,
you did it. You came, you conquered, and that was it. Femi, till next week, my bro. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next week. Tom, it's back to you.
You absolute star, LVP, F-word, and of course, the 3 out of 3 wins, I'm Still the Daddy. He could have happily stayed there for quite a while with the touchscreen and break down his plays and everything he did. But look, let's take that one point. He's got a world-class team. It's not that easy to come here to the LAN tournament with that talent and deliver. But, you know, that's what they're hoping to do. Take this win and build on it.
Yeah, I mean, he has a really fair point. The characters aren't that burst heavy. They are more defensive and zony in a game where it's more about offense rather than defense. But that's where the mental fortitude comes into it. That's why it's so important to have that strong stability in yourself.
Yeah, and it's still a weakness to not have someone who can just go nuts and like really annoy opponents. I mean, all of the teams, you know, like Envy has Layo and even a 2-pack with Laura. You have a lot of teams who have guys who can just, you know, just go roll their face on the stick and potentially win games. They don't have this. They have to play at their 100% every single time, and that's going to be the hard thing for them to just keep consistent.
Indeed, and even the fact that Envy just not even able to pick up that extra point, which can be proved so vital. Let's have a quick catch up with everything that's happened today when we look at the group tables. This is how it stands, and wow, if you thought, is there going to be one team that just walks away with it? No, not this season. It is so close. There is not going to be much in it, and that is why those extra points, if you can pick them up, is going to be so vital. But there you go. Army firing straight up to the top. Fnatic having a week off. This week they're on their bye. They'll be back next week and hoping to be back to a full-strength team with likes of Akainu coming back as well. Hashtag United getting that 3 points, unfortunately losing today. I could delve into those Group A and Group B all day, but we haven't got that time because I want to say bring week 2 to an end because it's been this is now the chill section.
Yeah.
You know, this is like it's back to Namaste.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the takeaway moment. Now we pick a moment today that's really stood out for us, and this is the one. It involves Epsilon. It involves Nasty Naz. Listen, guys, it has to be the Gfinity Elite Series delivered by Domino's. Do not showboat when so much is on the line. This taunting is going to be haunting the main man, Nasty Naz, for quite some time. Here it comes. No, 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 don't do it. Don't drop your guard. Perfect. Listen, there you go, takeaway moment, and that is what it means to him right now. That's going to haunt him for a little while, isn't it?
Look at the team, though, even on that. Look at the team. He's disappointed in himself. The second he does that and he loses, the first thing that's in his head is, oh my goodness, Izam and Gunsing are right next to me. I don't want to look them in the eye. Yeah. And you could see, even when Izam lost afterwards, that moment really sealed the deal for the Mercs.
Yeah. the Mercs. But listen, I'll tell you what, I love that boy Nasty Naz, and if anyone can come back from it, it'll be Nasty Naz. And Gunslinger, he's got the control. I want to see more of that next week. Right, listen, let's have a look at the fixtures for next week. This is the all-important thing. Nordavin back in action, but we kickstart with Team Envy taking on Excel Esports. That is a juicy contest. We've seen the finals between those two teams. Then it's Team Vitality taking on Method. Fnatic versus ASOS ROG Army. I'll give them the full title. And Nordavin versus Epsilon Esports. Boys, which one is that juicy contest next week?
I want to see how Epsilon do against the champs, the North, Nordavin. Yeah. That's what I'm interested in seeing. How do they come back? They've lost twice. That's the one I want to see. It's probably not the most exciting when you look at the roster, but that's the one I'm most focused on.
And what about yourself, Damascus?
I liked Envy XL. I think it's like, I mean, we know how strong XL is, and Envy, just off the back of a loss today, they'll have to come back to it, and it's definitely going to be a crazy one, because all players are going to be amazing players on this one, and it's going to be really important since pretty much everyone's at 3 points right now, so the wins next week are going to be extremely important.
Yeah, well listen, gentlemen, I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely enjoyed having a beautiful audience in here, being vocal, cheering along. If you want to come down, it is for free. Get yourself tickets. Just go to gfinityesports.com/tickets. I would spell it out, but it's in front of you, so you can't read it. Listen, do come down, it's free, and then maybe even a cheeky slice of pizza just throw in the mix. Listen, what else is coming up on Gfinity? I hear you cry. Do not panic, I will tell you. Friday, 6 p.m. next week, the return of FIFA 19. Then on Saturday, back at 11 a.m., it is Rocket League. My main man to the left of me, Damascus, was there. Today, it went off. So please come and join us for that. And then, of course, the return of Street Fighter for more pop-offs. That is Street Fighter 5, just to be very clear. 6 p.m. Right, Sengun, absolute pleasure. Always a delight, never a chore.
Oh. You guys didn't see it, but he licked his hand during the break. I'm not touching that.
That is true. That is very true. It was a terrible gag. I can
Fist bump.
Thank you. I'd forgotten. Damascus, beautiful stuff from you. Look forward to it back next week. That is a true moment. I was going to be a horrible person, but then I would have apologised. I would have always apologised.
Of course you would have.
Yeah. Give it up to Logan as well, and also F-Word, and of course LVP, and to this amazing audience, and everyone who's put this show together. Guys, so that brings week 2 of the Elite Series delivered by Domino's to a close. 4 teams managed to secure victory to keep their title dreams alive, whilst 4 teams have it all to do in the coming weeks if they want to keep that trophy within their reach. We will be back again next week at 6 p.m. on Saturday for more pop-offs, punch-ups, and maybe even a perfect KO. See you then. Game 1. Let's get amongst it.
Getting a bit cheeky with it, are we? This approach from Chun-Li, so scary, as Vitality are up 3-1 now.
For Epsilon, we have Issam, Nasty Naz, and Gunslinger.
See if you can went in there. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
We'll see you tomorrow, kid.
Salty Kid, extremely convincing.